Be prepared. Coming straight at you from the center of the universe, many have tried, with mediocre success, to keep these specs from taking over.
Are you ready for showtime? Showtime. Oh, come on, you do better. Are you ready for showtime? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Break down, baby.
Who the hell is this?
Alan, you have been described by your enemies as evil, insane, manipulative. Who are you?
To examine it would be to demystify it.
And yo, take it with a tasty groove, okay?
Wow.
Definitely makes me cringe.
Very, very, very painful.
1, 2, 3, kick it. Kick it, come on. God damn it, could you one time kick it? What the
You're disgusting.
It's showtime!
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7
You ignorant prick bastard.
WMMS
Cleveland.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good afternoon. Greetings. Hi there. Salutations and all that. A high five, a hearty handshake. Perhaps an arched eyebrow in your direction. Whatever. My name is Alan Cox. Thanks for showing up. Please welcome our friend Bill Squire back to the show.
Oh, hey, everybody. Creepy hugs to everyone out there, especially all my burner accounts.
It feels like, man, it doesn't even feel like 24 hours since you were on the show.
Right. It's been about that, actually. Yeah.
Erica Lauren is here, too.
Pageant wave, everybody. I can see you now. I got a direct line to you.
Turn that, trust me, it's only going to work against you. You'll slowly move that by the end of the show. You're like, you know what?
Yeah, but it helps me to see. I don't want to talk over you, and it's a lot easier when I can see your face.
What?
See your face.
What?
See your face.
Pound Cake's back behind the glass.
Afternoon, white people. Happy Woman Crush Wednesday.
Who's your Woman Crush Wednesday?
I didn't post
Erica
one.
Lauren?
She's my woman crush every day. Stop it. No, it's Gabrielle Union, but I didn't post
I
it
need
yet.
to stop it. I'll tell you what, she looks good, that Gabby U.
Oh, my gosh.
She's still
hot.
with Dwayne Wade, right?
Yeah.
Makes me want McDonald's. She's doing those McDonald's commercials, right?
Oh, I'm like, why does she?
Is she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For what?
Like a Big
'Cause
Mac
she's
or
hot?
something.
No, but every one of her, if you follow her on Instagram,
they're
it's all like beachfront bikini pictures.
They paid her a
Yeah.
bunch of money, obviously.
Yeah,
but
she's not eating the food. She's just saying that she does.
like she's
I
like,
see.
there's a guy sitting there at the table, and he's like, or you could get approached by Gabrielle Union, and she just comes running through the door. She's like, hey, you got a Big Mac, and she just like grabs it.
I've only seen the ones with John Goodman where he narrates when they're eating. I bet he's happy he's got those now. Not like John Goodman. Actually, I was going to say John Goodman's not hurting for money. He still does films and things, but he doesn't work as much. That's why he was more than happy to take the Roseanne gig, because he's like, it's a regular check. John Goodman, by his own admission, is not like a crazy wealthy man. So he lives in New Orleans. I think he lives pretty,
he was on
modestly or whatever.
Treme, right?
I never watched that.
And he's been in some movies. He's a working actor, just not like A-list.
Yeah, but he never had like a giant role that paid him a ton of money. Like, what was his most prominent role in a movie? Probably Big Lebowski.
Big Lebowski. My favorite take in the aftermath of the Roseanne thing, which is still going on, is somebody said they should have the show just without her. You guys said it too.
Yeah.
They should just have the Connors. And this, over the course of a couple of seasons, the show slowly transitions into Dan hanging out with Jeff Bridges. And it just morphs into the Big Lebowski.
I love that idea.
It's a good idea. So many different things you could do.
I know Kimmel pitched that, just the Dan show. It was just called Dan.
Yeah, but then
The Connors, yeah.
Roseanne would just get paid for the idea. They still have to pay her for her, her writing or whatever is her.
So she makes
story.
a little bit of money.
Nope.
So what?
Nope. Get her out of here.
Hey, if you want to join us, please feel free. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007. 35192 if you'd like to get a text into me. AlanCoxShow.com for everything else. You can watch the show there through our YouTube channel. If you want to listen via iHeartRadio, you can certainly do that there. Thank you to Laura, who reminded me something. I'm sure it was in my notes, but in the shuffle of all the activity this weekend, I completely forgot. Friday's show from the House of Blues is up now. in the podcasts. I forgot to post it. I did podcast it. Friday, we were, of course, on the patio at the House of Blues before the first night of the Alan Cox Show comedy tour. Roy Wood Jr. stopped by. Mary Santora sat in for Erica, and
Cody Cooper was in for a little bit.
Yeah, that's right.
It was a fun show on Friday.
It was a lot of fun. So that is up there. If you hit the ACS podcast section, that will be in there. If you hit the contest section, you can vote on which team you think will win the 4th annual Alan Cox Show foot golf tournament. My team, the Grass Kickers, are the returning champs. My team is set. So this week we're putting people on Bill's team. He won one of the 3 years we've played thus far at the Metro Parks. He thought, and I certainly can't criticize him for this, he thought maybe changing the name of the team would be good luck.
Well, I always like changing the name. I think
You're
it's fun.
a big name changer.
Yeah, I think it's more fun to change the name every year so that there's something fun to talk about.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, I'm not superstitious. I'm just lazy.
You're justitious.
You changed the team name to Manchester United.
Courtesy of Mary Santora.
Which is a great name.
She came up with it.
And Pound Cake will put people on his team next week. They are the Putt Pirates.
When you have a name like that, you don't change it.
You don't.
That one's good.
So you can vote which team you think will win, and if you're correct, and we choose you from random and blah, 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 you can win all the prizes that the winning team will get. Of course, an extra person always gets prizes because I give up my own prizes when I win something, right? I don't need them.
Perhaps I should make a prediction who I think will win.
Perhaps you should. You could win tickets to see 30 Seconds to Mars.
Oh, wow.
Jared Leto and his little gospel choir. You heard that before we started the show?
Jesus and the gospel choir.
There you go. Metro Parks Golf and Football passes. $25 to Merwin's Wharf.
Hey, delicious food.
And lots more. I've never been.
Oh, food's
but I've
good.
heard good things. So anyway, if you go to AlanCoxShow.com, hit the contest section, and you can vote there. Alan, today's my father's birthday. Would you please wish him? He's a frequent texter of the show. You know him as Sergeant T. In fact, you read his text yesterday about Pound Cake's pool looking like a big bowl of French onion soup. That's right.
Well, happy birthday.
That was the text of the day yesterday, I think. Sergeant T is 62 years old, and you would make an almost senior citizen's year with the shout-out, sincerely, son of Sergeant T. All right, well, there you go. Wow. See, that's fascinating to me. We only know the ages of our audience when we meet them in public. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And a lot of them we will, and you know, it's the higher end of the demographic that is the most interesting to me.
Yeah, they're very saucy. For him to say the French onion dip comment about my pool.
French onion soup. That the pool at Gay Bay looks like a giant bowl of French onion soup. That's right.
But he has lived. You know what I mean? I feel like old people, they don't give a crap anymore. They'll just say whatever they want.
Well, there's buttoned-up old people. There's old people that have no filter at all. And there's old people that are just willing to have fun and go with the flow.
Well, there are old people that I wish that I meet, and I'm like, I wish I'd known you when you were younger. Because I think most people are probably the same. Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody changes a little bit the older they get. You might mellow or get a little crusty or whatever. But I think if you're cool as an old person, you were probably cool as a youngin', right? And vice versa. Mm-hmm. If you're real, you got to stick up your ass, you know, you might have been that way when you were younger.
Yeah.
Right? You're just always a pain in the ass. Who knows? But I don't know.
And 62 is not old. Really.
It's old.
I don't want to think that because my parents are now both 60.
I was going to say, as I am only 15 years away from that, I'm going to go with, you know, who knows? Who knows if that's old or not? It's youthful. Sure. That's how old your parents are?
My parents both turned 60 while I was gone.
Huh.
And,
so they're pretty much the same age.
Yeah. I mean, they're a couple months apart. Mm-hmm. But I felt some type of way about it, you know? It's so weird. I feel like I was more upset that they turned 60 than they were.
Yeah, my dad turned 73 this past January. My mom will turn 70 in November, which is real weird.
70 is weird, I feel like.
And I didn't think that it was really going to bother me, but it really kind of did for a few minutes on Sunday because the oldest grandchild from my parents, my brother's son, had a high school graduation party. He's a year ahead of my son. And everybody was at this party except us because we had the comedy tour this weekend. We weren't going to make this big, long trip. Literally, everybody was at this party. And I don't know that that's ever going to happen again. My ex-wife
you told us about
my
that,
kids, right? My brother's ex-wife brought his older kids.
Wow.
My youngest brother is already a grandfather. So my parents are great-grandparents because my My 2 nieces got pregnant real young. And they're all there. And they're all 9 feet tall. And so, the ex-wife is sending me pictures like, oh, everybody had a great time. Everybody misses you, blah, blah, blah. And I look at it and I was like, huh. Because it's like we couldn't get there, But it was so strange. I'm like, that's not going to happen. And I was kind of, it kind of bummed me out more than I thought it would.
Why do you think that wouldn't happen for your kids?
What do you mean?
Why do you think that's not going to happen again? Your son's a year from graduation. Why would you think that's not going to happen?
Because their family isn't.
They're not
there.
Everybody,
that's Chicago.
Right.
in Illinois.
Everybody's got to go there. That's right. We're the only ones that have ever not lived around there. So it's like, because I said to Gwen, I go, well, maybe we could do a thing this summer where we had like a big, big Cox Fest, out here.
Cockstock.
And she's like, we invited everybody for Nora's birthdays.
Yeah.
And like a couple people came. So my parents, they're just not travelers. My family aren't travelers. You know what I mean?
But coming here in February is different than coming here in like July.
Very true.
But you're coming to see your family. You're not coming to go out in the lake.
Yes, but
you're not coming to bask in the weather. I mean,
winter.
There's more availability during the summer.
There's more to do.
Yeah.
But they're not to-do people. My parents like parachute in and parachute out.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, you guys gonna hang out? No, we're gonna go back.
Now they can parasail in and parasail out because you can go out on the lake.
Well, listen, there's a million excuses. I'm just saying. I think
My family's the same way. My aunts, uncles, cousins. I have a ton of cousins around my age. Like, it'd be great to have them out here. They always say, yeah, we'll have to plan a trip. It never happens. They don't come out. But I'm glad I have my parents, at least, that come out and visit.
I guess. It just kind of bums me out. And I know we're in a strange situation because I'm an old dad. I have a toddler. And you know. But she's going to know my wife's family way more than mine because they're always around.
Sure.
She's like the first grandchild of my wife.
Yeah, they were at the comedy tour this weekend.
Yes.
I think
the
everybody
audience
has
knows
that,
them more than, my father-in-law, my wife's stepmom, their friends, they have come every single year. We're like, when we do the after party, people are like, hey, where are Gwen's parents? Like, they're looking for them. And I couldn't find them. And a couple people told me where they were because they know who they are. And
I feel like that's everyone, though. They have one side of their family that they either like more or see more, and that they're closer to.
I guess, yeah. I mean, and I'm a little weird because I only grew up with one side of the family. Like, we never knew my dad's side, so we only had my mom's side.
Yeah.
So already it was a pretty small unit, but whatever. No big deal.
It's cool. You'll die alone anyway.
From your mouth to God's ears. Hey, this week's iHeart deal is half off $50 to the Nautica Queen. We love the Nautica Queen. You can get them while we've got them. At WMMS.com, you hit keyword deals and buy $50 half off while you can, and I'll give you one coming back here.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app. 100.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Sign in the DMs. Have you ever made a fake account in order to defend yourself? Because apparently that is more common than I thought it was.
Not to defend myself, but to creep on boys.
Okay, so you're not doing it, you're just doing it to stalk people?
I would catfish people. Like, okay. I would know, like, it would be like this was in middle school, by the way, so back in the MySpace days. But
okay, all right, well, that is definitely
I'm more mature now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that, but, like, I would be friends with
theirs. But the fact that you did it in middle school shows how messed up the people that do this as adults are.
Yes, no, it's people who are very insecure, and they can't defend their argument, so then they're going to create a troll profile and discredit everything you say and then co-sign with them.
All right, so the reason I bring this up is there is Brian Colangelo, who is the president of basketball, GM, whatever he is, for the Philadelphia 76ers. There's a story out last night about him having a few different accounts like this. And then there's other NBA players that have been caught like this. Kevin Durant had this. And there's people that suspect that this is a pretty common thing amongst coaches and players and GMs where...
For what reason, though?
Because they're defending because they don't want to look like they're above arguing with people in the replies and stuff, but they're not. They're really bothered by what people say. And so they make these fake accounts so they can get in there and defend their own honor but make it look like they have fans that are doing it.
I honestly think if I was a person of status, like if I was a celebrity, something like that, I would have someone tweet for me. Like I would want to post. I would want to be engaged with social media. Like when I post a nice outfit and like me going out for something, and I take a picture to Instagram, I would want to see the comments. But then after that, after I get my initial look and just see what the
overall status is.
Yep, I'm gonna give it right back to my publicist.
Done now, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because. Like, you don't have to fool yourself with it. We have to fool with it because it's a part of our job, and, we want to be cheeky, and, you never know what tweet might go viral, but that's just the same thing. You don't know which tweet could go viral.
Right.
Like, it could be something that you don't want to go viral, and then here you are.
And you're in trouble, and you lose your TV show.
Yeah, but, like, if you're a celebrity, what do you need to do that for? Like, I would use my Twitter for, like, charity stuff, like, hey, I got $1 million for, the first person that picks up trash along the highway there or something like that. I don't know.
I just think it's also so easy to not engage, and the results are better.
No, sometimes. No, because people think they know it all. I mean, we deal with this.
Right,
they think they know everything, and then you're like, it's
let
not
them
the
think
case.
it. Let them think it. And once in a while, I'll clap back at someone, but for the most part,
if I have a good one,
even like I'm not gonna do it with a lame one. I'm not gonna be like, no, gotcha. But I'll clap back at people from time to time. But most of the time, people don't know what they're talking about, or they're just trying to get into an argument that's going to go nowhere. And that's why most of the time, if I'm arguing with someone, it's about something dumb like sports itself. Like not even like the greatest team of all time. Like I was arguing with someone about Kevin Durant and Jeff Green, and just kind of trolling Kevin Durant while propping up Jeff Green because I like Jeff Green's story. He's a player for the Cavs. He had open heart surgery when in 2012, was never supposed to play again, and made it back and is now in the NBA Finals. Great story.
Everyone loves an underdog.
Yeah. So that's something that I don't mind arguing about. But I'm not going to argue about politics. I'm not going to argue about Roseanne or anything like that. It's all out there. You know what I think. I'll put out what I think, but that's it. And people will try and bait you into stuff. And it's too transparent what they're trying to do. And I just don't fall for it.
Yeah, at a certain point, like, I don't block people, so I've said that before. I will never give someone the satisfaction of getting to me, so I don't care. I will mute you, though. Like, it's a punk way out, but, like, I just don't need the negativity on my feed. So people can see what you're tweeting, and, they'll call you a douchebag or whatever, but you're not going to get any reaction from me, because I just won't view it. Like, I just don't care. There's nothing so vile you can say to me. I take it,
I think it's so funny when people will hate on us, because there's a few different accounts that go after all of us all the time, and I just don't even pay attention. I don't reply to them.
It's flattery, though.
It's ridiculous. Like, if you hate the show so much, what are you, like, why are you engaging?
But it's always some dude with, like, 19 followers. I'm like,
right,
okay.
But I don't, even if he had 100,000 followers, I wouldn't care.
To make it worse, I love the ones, like, if you follow me and you hate me, then you're a secret fan. But if you are someone who doesn't follow me and you hate me, then you're a super fan because you still know my handle. You have to, like, know at Radio Cody B. Like, you gotta
type it in. You gotta go searching for it.
You gotta find me to at me, bro. Yeah. Like, it's one thing if you talk about me because I'll never see it. So there's that. But I always get the same guy with the same 4 followers that, and I do a creep because I'm like, oh, you don't even follow me, and so you seek me out. Like, you want me to know.
I don't even creep on him. I
think it's funny. I'm like,
I just think it is kind of flattering because you go, oh, look, this person cares so much.
Took time out of their
day. That they hate us. They don't like anything we do, but we are all that consumes their life.
It's like I'm getting under your skin. Like, I'm like, ooh, you let me in.
Yeah.
I'm going to start, infecting.
Ugh. Poor choice of words.
Baby, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Baby, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Being so bad got me feeling so good.
Hey, everybody, thanks for coming to the 9th annual Alan Cox Show comedy tour. You're going to have a great time. I thought it'd be awesome to start with some unpopular opinions. Okay, I'll start. You can't call yourself a survivor of a non-fatal condition. No one's running a 25K because you can't eat cheese.
Anyone who puts milk before cereal, you people should just die.
Peanuts are meant to be eaten with the shells on.
I don't think Mary and I should date. I think it's a terrible idea.
I think once you go black, you should go back.
If you shave your chest, you're a pussy. Swedish fish is not a candy, and if you like Swedish fish, you should die because you're disgusting. You're what's wrong with America.
Why Him is a really funny movie and Popstar is not.
Always tuck your ears into your hat.
I think that cats are the devil.
You might not believe me, but in a pinch, mouthwash makes a fantastic cologne for your balls.
Pickles were meant to be eaten whole. If you cut them in fourths, you're a coward.
If you're happy and you know it, you should not clap your hands.
Fourths.
I like when Alan uses big words.
Qdoba is better than Chipotle. I can't even say that one with a straight face.
Turns out, ISIS has a great benefits package.
What else? I'm pretty sure avocados cause cancer.
Sorry, MAGA fans, it was Adam and Steve.
Fuck nachos.
Pig feet. Ew.
I don't believe in sluts at all. I think that's a myth made up by the government.
Sweet and savory does not go together. Save that hippie shit for someone else.
I think that's funnier when I'm skinny.
This may be controversial, but I prefer a drug dealer over a homeless person. At least they can support a fucking family.
LeBron's gonna leave Cleveland. Like your father's left you.
Alan is way hotter than his wife.
There's no such thing as too much pound cake. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That one's. I'm lying. There's absolutely too much pound cake. Hey everybody, welcome to the Sliding in the DMs special edition, where I'm here with Jeff Davis from Connected Comedy.
How's it going?
And we're doing Comedy Connected. Whatever, dude. You didn't pay me that much. So we're doing a show together, Saturday, July 21st. You want to just give us some details real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a show for the Ohio Suicide Prevention Foundation and the Adams Board of Cuyahoga County, their Suicide Prevention Coalition. We're trying to raise...
And we're not just doing the show for them. We're doing this as a fundraiser for them, correct?
Fundraiser for them, correct. Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for stopping by, Jeff. Can't wait to perform with you and be a part of this. It's July 21st at the Lakewood Civic Auditorium, and tickets are on sale at standuptogetherohio.com. It is standuptogetherohio.com, an evening of comedy to honor Nick Ramsey. I'll be headlining. Mike Polk Jr. will be there, Mary Santora, and more. There's going to be so many great comics, so make sure you get those tickets. And if you have any questions about being a sponsor, go ahead and email Jeff at standuptogetherohio.com.
Back there too. We had a very busy morning today. We were at the Great Lakes Brewing Company this morning taking care of some business because we announced yesterday the 9th annual Alan Cox Show comedy tour is going to be going on Memorial Day weekend. It's going to be Friday, May 25th at the House of Blues downtown as custom dictates, and then we'll do the next night one show at the Kent Stage. All the tickets will go on sale this Friday. Pre-sale will happen Thursday. But it was a conversation that actually you had.
Yes.
With some Great Lakes Brew. We did the superhero bar crawl weekend before last with Great Lakes Brewing Company in the Flats. And so we're walking around and we're having some drinks and we're all dressed up in our costumes. And of course, anytime you're dressed up like a superhero, the conversation will invariably turn to beer. And
is that how it goes?
Yeah, I think. I don't know.
Brad Stevens, by the way.
Brad Stevens. My first superhero bar crawl. I don't know. But it was a conversation that you were having.
Free stuff for you.
Okay, I was just talking about it. Our iHeart deal this week is half off a $50 gift card to the Nautica Queen. It will only cost you $25. You can grab one while we've got them. Go to WMMS.com, use the keyword deals, and buy one if you like. I'll give you one here. Good luck, $50 to the Nautica Queen, or as my copy says, the Nuaka Queen. Be a type. Nevertheless, have fun. Enjoy. Caller 11, 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
He's not much of a morning person, and apparently not much of an afternoon person either.
The Alan Cox Show
on 100.7
WMMS.
Well, I haven't checked the current state of the Tribe game. I just know they were bending the White Sox over before. So
yeah,
my team is the worst team in Major League Baseball right now.
not been good for the Sox for the last few years.
It is they're like 2-400 or something.
Yeah, I went to the game last night, and it was a lot of fun to watch as an Indians fan.
Yeah.
It was very fun.
Makes it really easy for me to root for the Indians. I'm like, Sox suck. So.
Since the bottom of the fourth, it has been 9-0 Indians.
Ooh.
So they're really taking a drubbing. Now it's the bottom of the sixth. They will start the weekend series in Minnesota tomorrow, 1 to 4. Tribe against the Twins. That's an 8:10 first pitch here on WMMS. And tomorrow night over on WTAM 1100 will be Game 1 of the NBA Finals with the Cavs and the appropriately abbreviated GSW for a 9 o'clock tip there. If you want to try to win tickets for the first home game of the Finals here, that's Game 3. It's 1 week from tonight, I think. You go to WMMS.com, hit the contest page, and you can maybe get tickets there. I know we're giving away some pairs of tickets. I don't see them, but I have conflicting information.
So
cheer them on at Game 3 at the Q on Wednesday night. Register to win your tickets at WMMS.com, keyword contest. All right. I don't see it in the contest tab, but I'll use the keyword contest. Oh, there it is.
Oh, okay.
Whatever it takes. Right.
That's for Game 3 or Game 4?
That is for Game 3, Wednesday night. So there you go.
The games are so spread out now that I'm thinking, like, why would it be all the way on Wednesday?
Prolonged
but it's
anxiety.
Thursday, and then this Game 2's not even until Sunday.
Yeah.
Right.
So
They got to have those rest days, Bill. What do you want these guys? That's what LeBron was complaining about last time. No rest days. You want them to rest, don't you?
I'm fine with that. It's very different than the schedule that they've had up until this point.
You want them to be nice and rested for when the Warriors wipe the floor with them. You want them to have
Why can't you be positive and believe, Alan? Where's your faith?
I believe. You know what I say, Bill? Whatever it takes. That's
There
what I
you
say.
go.
Hashtag whatever it takes.
Don't need any negative Nellies over here.
Whatever it takes, whatever it takes. Cavs are gonna do. I said Cleveland's gonna do. I said we all got to do. I said whatever it takes.
What would be interesting if LeBron gave it literally all of the energy he had and just retired. Like he wins a championship and he just retires
And
on
he's
the
just like,
spot.
I'm done. Yeah.
Yeah, or he just dies on the court because he literally pushes himself to that limit.
If he dies on the court, I think the Warriors should just forfeit the rest of the games.
Yeah, just let us have it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
forfeit.
It's way more likely that Kevin Love will die, though.
True.
That guy cannot stay healthy at
My
all.
brother does not stop texting me. Whenever he collapses or if Kevin Love gets hurt or complains or something, he's like, that's your boy. He's a pussy. Like he constantly complains. I'm like, dude, I'm not even watching the game. I'm a fan of Kevin Love. I'm not a fan of, like, him playing. Like, I
Yeah,
don't know what he does.
but again, and he does seem to be injury prone to say the least. But getting in that specific game, getting concussed is a lot different than like stubbing your toe.
Yeah.
Why is it all the time though? I feel like he gets hurt every single major game.
Some people are just unlucky. I mean, you break what was it? He broke his thumb or something?
He's broken thumbs. He's
you gotta you
hurt
have
his
to
knee.
shoot with
Yeah.
that. I mean, some people are just unlucky like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy. He'll be fine.
Kyrie's unlucky. He goes over. He's going to be the new franchise guy at the Celtics, and he's out for the rest of the season.
Well, there's definitely guys that are injury prone, which makes LeBron's career all that much more impressive because he is not. He's not a guy that gets injured. Like he doesn't. I mean, unless he needs an excuse for a game against the Celtics where he's losing a series, he is unstoppable.
Well, he's like Tom Brady with taking care of his machine too. You
Yeah.
know? I mean he's very
meticulous.
Meticulous.
I just hate the memes out when Kevin Love gets hurt. They're like, "We wish you were fat, Kevin." They're like the only time.
Why
where
was
someone...
fat Kevin
I don't
better?
understand that.
Yeah,
he wasn't as brittle.
Oh.
Yeah, they said he was a better player
Needs more
when he was
cushion.
fat.
Was he fat?
Oh yeah.
Kevin Love?
Not like fat,
Not
but
fat,
like
but fat for a basketball player.
He was
Yeah.
chunky.
Yeah. He had some.
What do
he
they
had
call
some
it?
chub
Big
on him.
boned?
Yeah.
he's like big boned.
I wouldn't think you'd want to be that if you were a professional basketball player.
His face was more full.
Oh.
You could relate. Are we not doing that anymore?
You know what?
You gotta
Fine.
pick your
It's-
spots. You
yeah.
gotta pick your spots.
Go ahead. No, it's fine. It's all good. It's all good.
Actually, you do look thinner.
Alan's gotten way thinner.
Yeah, you look thin.
You're pulling a Roseanne. I didn't mean to say it. It was a distasteful joke.
Was that,
and then
was
now
that
it's
an
like
ambient joke?
Oh no, I don't take it back. I mean, it's fair game.
Hey, it's a show meme, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it took on a life of its own.
I understand.
I'm just saying.
I'm the one who brought it up.
As a consolation,
It's all
you
due
do
to
look
me.
thin.
It's all due to me. Jamie Foxx is going to. We were just talking about Jamie Foxx the other day out of the blue and all the awful movies he's made.
Oh, yeah,
and
The
I love
Office,
Jamie
yeah.
Foxx. I'm a big Jamie Foxx fan.
Same.
He's funny. People forget that he did stand up. He's a talented musician. Went to college on a piano scholarship. I think he's a good actor. He's a triple threat. He is going to reboot the Spawn franchise. With Todd McFarlane, the creator of the comic book, directing the film. I don't know if that's good news or bad news. In the pantheon of comic book movies, before you had your Marvel Universe and all that, Spawn really stood out as an awful, awful comic book movie. They had John Leguizamo playing clown in a fat suit. And
that was unsettling, but I liked his performance as clown.
It was okay.
I thought he was very good in that role, but the movie itself was
bad. That was like those late 90s. There were a handful of weirdo superhero. There was Blade.
Yeah. And then they were trying to make another Blade with like another franchise, and Spawn was the one that they picked, and it was just not good.
No. So Jamie Foxx is going to... I don't know what the hell happened to the guy who played the original Spawn. I think he did some other things, but it didn't launch him into any kind of superstardom.
Was it Michael
J. White was the actor, yeah.
He's been in a few things. I think.
You'll see him pop up.
Right.
Yeah.
He was in The Dark Knight.
Okay.
He was one of the gangsters.
Okay. He goes from playing the superhero to playing a henchman in a major film.
They should just make an ultimate superhero movie pass that people can buy for a set amount of money, and then when they inevitably reprise a franchise or pull another comic book character out of the hat, then they just have the ultimate. They can just go see it when it comes out.
Movie pass.
Yeah, but for upcoming movies.
Yeah,
you can see all the superhero
because
movies.
it's already like they're just printing the money anyway. People are already, there's another superhero, another comic book movie. Sign me up.
There you go.
Who cares what it's like?
If you can prove that you've never had sex, first in line for that ultimate superhero pass.
Yeah, you get the ultimate pass.
You get whatever seats you want. You get your first pick.
Mm-hmm.
They have a separate theater just for those movies.
That's right.
Yeah.
So the Spawn comics, that's going back a ways. That's like 25 years old.
At least it's old.
Big deal at the time because Todd McFarlane was hot crap. They had the cartoon on HBO. I remember that. That was actually more fun because obviously it was animated, so it looked more like the comic book. But the movie really stunk.
And they've tried rebooting this a couple times and it never happened. Yeah. But Jamie Foxx, that's a good lead to have in it.
Yeah, listen, I know they tried to reboot it before with Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt would have been an awful Spawn. He's a great Vanisher. He is an awful, awful Spawn. Jamie Foxx was Electro. I forgot about that.
Oh, that was not good.
Was that its own movie?
It was Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, with Andrew Garfield. I didn't see that.
I didn't see that one either.
I still haven't seen Homecoming. I haven't seen a lot of these movies.
I'll see Deadpool 2, and I would see this one with Jamie Foxx. I would give it a chance.
You'll see Deadpool number 2 or Deadpool also?
I'll see Deadpool number 2.
Number 2.
Yes, I've already seen original OG Deadpool, and I liked it.
Okay.
Because it's different than the other superhero movies. It's quirky, it's funnier, it's sarcastic. It makes fun of the fact that it is a superhero movie.
Well, if you had stayed awake for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2,
which,
you would have liked that.
I own that now.
Okay.
Yes, I like it.
A movie during which you fell asleep, you now own.
It was late. In
yeah,
my
it was
defense.
like a 10:30 showing.
It was like 3.5 hours or 3 hours.
It's not that long. It was
3.5 hours.
I don't know. It was
a little
long.
over 2 hours.
Yeah, it was like Once Upon a Time in America, wasn't it? About 7 hours long.
It was long, and I go to bed early, so it was just like it was just not good time.
But you can't, even if you're at the movie theater and there's the buzz of the crowd and there's a loud movie on the screen, you still fall asleep.
I fall asleep better with noise, like with ambient noises. You know,
All right.
people eating popcorn.
You know,
and-
like explosions and gunfire, just ambient noises.
Yeah, things that you might hear outside Pound Cake's bedroom window.
Yeah.
My sound machine at night is just guns blazing and breaking glass. It's awesome.
Why would it be outside my bedroom window?
You always talk about you living in the hood, which I know you don't.
Hood adjacent.
He's hidden in the hood. Like he's literally in a concave
perfect.
section of the hood that no one knows exists.
Erica's getting sleepy.
Oh man.
It is quite pleasant.
I actually could fall asleep to this.
Yeah.
Very easily.
Quite pleasant.
Throw in some sirens in there. Yeah, nice burning. Ah, there we go.
No.
That maybe not so much.
Yeah, that's a little much.
And I have trains right by my apartment too.
You do have that loud train.
It's a loud train. It's kind of soothing.
Does it wake you up, or are you used to it?
When I'm asleep, it doesn't wake me up, but if I'm watching TV, it's really annoying.
There's a plane crash in
So
there.
many.
Just trying to put these two to sleep. You know? Nice and comfy.
Whenever you're over at Cody's house, if you're outside by the pool, if that train goes right by
I'm
it,
like, pause.
You're talking to someone, and all of a sudden you're completely drowned out by the train, so you have to just stop and have this weird moment where you're not speaking.
Oh, you're that close to the train.
Yeah, it goes right
Because
by
I
my
can hear
house.
where I live. I can hear it off in the distance, and I find that kind of soothing. Because when my grandpa worked for the train when I was a kid, so when we'd stay at my grandma and grandpa's house, not that far from the train, you know. So I have good memories of that.
It pisses me off because I'm watching.
But you're right there.
Yeah, I'm watching
You'll be like,
porn.
"Hey, Cody, what's going on?" You literally look like you're not making a sound. Yeah,
And
it's
that's
really
how I
loud.
saved the baby.
You do
Just
get
the whole
used to it,
story.
though.
And that was my deepest, darkest secret.
Please don't ever tell anyone that I told you.
And that's
No,
where
I remember-
buried the body.
I remember dating a girl in right after college whose apartment was right next to the L tracks.
Yeah.
Right next.
Mine used to be.
Yeah. And you just get used to it.
Yeah.
First couple nights of staying over there, you don't sleep at all.
Yeah,
and then you're like,
it doesn't wake me up, but if I'm watching TV, it's just really annoying because I'd be like, "Ooh, it's a good part. I'm about to find out who the baby daddy is," and it's just like, "All right, girl." So, anyways, as I was saying,
if only you could pause television, and then start watching it again.
Yes, but it comes like every 5 minutes.
Alan, I beg of you, no more Whatever It Takes songs. Such douche chills. I like those songs.
The Cavs are moving on.
You should know better.
Ball, basketball, dribble it, get a basket. Cavs are gonna win the playoffs. Now don't you feel it? Ball, basketball, dribble it, get a basket. Cavs are gonna win the playoffs. Now don't you feel it? His name is LeBron James. You know better.
Mm-hmm. How's she doing? She was around a lot this weekend, wasn't she?
Yeah, she's good.
I didn't see her.
She was at the after party after the House of Blues.
Oh. Passing ships in the night.
Mm-hmm. She's there. She's just hanging out.
Yeah.
She was with a group of friends. I saw her for probably as long as you guys did.
Yeah.
And
So you dating yet, or?
No, we're not. I'm not dating anyone. Not
You know
going
why,
on dates.
Erica?
You know better.
Does she know she's infamous with that catchphrase on the
She's
show?
gotta know.
Yeah, she knows.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. When
She's
I
probably not
said
happy about
hi
it.
to her, she kind of was like, hi.
Yeah.
But that was-
I know what you've been doing.
Well, whatever. Sorry.
Legendary.
No, she's good, though.
If I had left one of you guys that voicemail, I fully would expect that you would play it on repeat.
Of course,
At all
yeah.
times.
It's a very funny voicemail.
And also, I identify with it because I'm sure I've left one of those before.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have.
Yeah, it's relatable.
Well, you've never.
You've never dated someone.
Yeah.
I went over to Thott's houses and I'm
No, but I mean,
Thought's
there's a
different.
difference between like the rage you get when you're just casually dating someone versus the rage of when you're in a committed relationship and it goes sour.
Especially when you're younger, too.
Plenty of people
Now,
have
text-
never left psychotic screaming voicemail.
Oh, really?
text messages.
Yes.
Oh.
I hate to break it to you. A lot of people have never done that.
I agree with you. There's a lot of people that haven't done that, but there's also a lot of people that have.
I know.
And so I think a lot of people can relate to that.
If there's anything that's going to bring someone to their breaking point or to that level, it would be a significant other. It'd be a relationship, you know? I could keep my cool in more situations.
That's why Snapped is a show.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
because people murder their significant other all the time.
No. It's all chicks who murder their significant other.
Yeah.
It's all psychotic women who murder their significant. There's no guy on Snap. There's no Snapped male edition. Right. I know there's plenty of kooky dudes.
I mean, dudes still kill wives. I mean, that's still a thing.
I get it.
Scott Peterson
just doesn't make for as much good television as the ladies.
Yeah, well, because it's unique.
The minute I found out that antifreeze tastes sweet.
That show's been on for like 15 years. I don't think it's that unique.
Well, it's unique in the sense that women statistically are less likely to commit a murder than men are.
What statistics are you reading? I've never heard any statistics
I
about.
haven't actually looked up the statistic, but I believe that's the case.
Erica's like, this statistic that I imagined said that women are far less likely.
I'm sure that's a thing.
I'm not sure that's a thing. I don't know either
I'm
way.
sure there's more men that kill women, but I think the premeditated thing is probably about
like a
even.
scorned woman.
Because there's a lot of women that they're not doing it in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
They're planning it out.
Well, I don't
trying
like
to
that-
get away from
But
with
Bill,
it.
you know, if they were meditating before, they would be so chilled that they wouldn't murder anybody.
They're so mindful.
Yes, of course. They're one with the universe. They're
Mindful
not going to kill
murder
anyone.
coming soon.
To Oxygen. Television for
episodes-
women.
The episodes I don't like, though, are the ones where the woman didn't do it herself. She, hired some hitman or, had a friend do it. I'm like, no. If you're going to murder somebody,
Lie
do
on
it
that
yourself.
Right, but you have to have, literally a ride or die. You have to have a friend where if they asked you, will you help me kill my husband? Everybody's got that person where you would take a second to mull it over.
Do you think Pound Cake would help me?
Hells no. No.
We already know he's a snitch and he's not going to jail for anybody.
That's right.
That's true.
If you asked him to kill someone for you, he would
tell.
tell on you so
Yeah.
fast. He's probably got half the number dialed right now just because of this conversation.
9-1. His finger over the one in the air.
No, a lot of times though on Snap though, it's like the woman's new lover is the one that commits the crime for her because he's like, oh, we can be together.
The to die for model.
Yeah,
Right.
we can be together, but we got to get your husband out of the picture. And he's like, well, I'll step up and do it. And then she gets, she still gets life in prison or whatever. But if you want to murder somebody, I feel like you should do it yourself.
Are you kidding me?
All right, I've got a break.
Where was this when we were doing unpopular opinions last week? You couldn't think of anything.
If you're going to murder someone, do it yourself. Thank you. I'm Erica Lauren. That's one to grow on. I'll have a couple of passes for you for a movie coming out called Social Animals that has gone through the festival circuit and won some awards. It's in theaters. It's on demand, digital on Friday. So if you want to check that out, tell you more about it coming back. 35192 if you want to text or get to us at alancoxshow.com.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS and everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app.
There it goes. Yeah. Hey, welcome to Side in the DMs. Bill Squire, Pound Cake, Cody Brown. How was your Memorial Day? Your Memorial Day.
Pretty much, it was relaxing. Like, we grilled out, obviously, and I had the luxury of having a pool, which no one uses, so it's pretty much to us. Erica,
That is so crazy to me because that is a sweet. I mean, it's not a giant pool, but you'd think with the people that live in that complex with you, it'd be used all the time, and
Never.
nobody's ever out there.
Never.
It's awesome.
And we have the patio door, so we're just right there. There was a girl that did come by the pool. She did not get in. She lived there for 4 years, and I never met her. She's like, oh, are you guys new? I'm like, no, we've been here for a year, bitch. She's like, where you been? She's like, oh, I live in, D8 or whatever. I'm like, okay, well, she just sat out there and read, and while we were, swimming. So, yeah, Erica came over. She was doing some water aerobics.
I saw her out there. Yeah, I went swimming, too. I didn't end up grilling out, but I just got a KFC picnic kind of thing.
Like a come bring something.
Yeah, I don't really
Did you
have
go
any
to
plans.
Edgewater?
No, I didn't go to. I just hung out.
Everybody and their
with
mom.
Grandma, that's my. I hang out with Grandma and my kids, and then ended up going to the movies with my parents and James. So
see,
Solo.
What's that?
Star Wars movie. Han Solo. Oh. It was alright. It's not my favorite, but it was alright. But it was a fun day. Went swimming with Carly. Yeah, she came over too. And everybody keeps thinking.
I didn't say anything.
It's the tone. It's the look.
I didn't say anything. I'm not here to judge. Listen, everybody needs somebody to lean on, and I have no one. So,
yeah, and we're just like we're really both kind of miserable from our last relationship. So it's nice to have that person.
Misery loves company.
Exactly, to just kind of be like, meh. And I'm really like, I know her and I are not going to date. I know that is not going to happen. But I am very happy that she broke like that. Dude ended it with her. Because the more she tells me about him, the more I dislike. Like, she told me yesterday he voted for Trump. I'm like...
But why do you care, though?
Because...
You're not required to... You're not supposed
I'm
to
not required to, but I want what's best for her. And that's not what's best for her.
I love how, like, the voting for Trump is the end-all, be-all.
It's a bad thing. Especially because of what it meant about certain things that he had done to her. It explained why he was the way he was. So it just goes to show you that people that appear to be like sensitive and nice and blah blah blah, they're really just misogynistic a-holes that think that women should be subservient to men.
Yeah, they think they're superior.
Mm-hmm. So,
what do you call a man who thinks other men should be servants to him?
A pound cake.
Like you can't be misogynistic if you don't like women.
No.
I mean, well, that is technically a misogynist, but I'm talking about if you only date men. So what do you call a man who loves men, but doesn't think thinks that he's superior to all the other men? Just conceited, narcissistic? I guess?
I think that, yeah.
All right, there's no word for
mansogynist?
it. Mansogynist.
There we go, we made one up. Yeah, you're very mansogynistic. Do you feel like you're better than all the other men?
Yeah. No, and that's only because, like, I have a lot to offer and they don't see that, so forget them. I'm not about to let these men devalue me. Like, I'm not about to do that. Like, I'm just gonna settle myself and I'm gonna think low of myself because you don't want to date me. That's on you. You're missing out.
All right, fair enough. Well, if you want to date Pound Cake, make sure you are just the best because he does not go for anything lower than himself.
I would like my equivalent. Why is that so hard?
It's not that, but you have to understand that other people are gonna have flaws. Like,
I have flaws. I understand that. Everyone thinks I want somebody who's flawless, and that does not exist. But like, I understand that. I hate when people think that I'm like, oh, well, you're just picky. No, is it so bad that I want somebody who I find attractive, that I'm compatible with sexually, that's not gonna cheat on me, that's not gonna like hit up other dudes? Like, is that so hard to ask? Apparently.
So mostly it comes down to you just want someone that's going to be loyal to you. And that's very hard to find. It's very hard to find. Men and women.
I don't understand why that's so hard to, like, other people, there's some people that look like they were like doused with boiled water and they have a cute boyfriend. Like, and I
got some boiled water in the kitchen if you want to. Maybe
I'm not having luck while I'm good looking. I don't want to see.
Yeah, but maybe you'll find someone that wants to care for you.
Just for like, you really must love me for me if I'm walking through and look like I look like a giant.
Deadpool. Yeah. Ugh. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Keeping with our theme
Looks like I got boobs in this shirt. Nipplies, believe it or not. Like, look, you can see.
Yeah, you're out there.
But you can see my rib cage. # skinny.
So going to with like kind of just the method of your life. Like, what are the certain things that you do in a certain order? Any like your OCDs. So toothbrush, toothpaste.
Oh yeah.
What's your process for that? Because are you wet the brush first? Are you
gotta wet the brush? I actually wet it twice. I wet the brush, and then when the toothpaste is on, I wet the toothpaste too.
Okay. To activate the toothpasties.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm with you on that.
I feel like people who do that, and I would never. I hate people who do this. Brush their teeth in the shower. Gross.
Listen.
Gross.
I'm not saying it's the reason that Coco and I broke up, but it was something that she was a strong believer in, and I do not subscribe to that. It is not a place to brush your teeth. It's not. She's like, oh, it saves time. I'm like, how? It doesn't.
No, it's just messy. Like you're you're in the shower. Like, okay, well, you want to take a crap in the shower too, since you're gonna get clean.
And if you do, and you know it's gonna stay consistent, you can poop into your hand and toss it into the toilet rather than waffle stomping it down the drain.
Speaking from experience. Ooh.
Yeah.
I've never done that. No. But no, I don't do that. But I am kind of OCD when I leave the house in the morning just because I have a million things to grab and like my day is long, so I want to make sure I have my materials for the rest of the day. So I literally do a pat, pat, pat. Like wallet, keys, phone. Like I never leave the house. Wallet, keys, phone. I know what pocket they go in. They go in the exact same pocket every single time.
This is how. I'm the same way, and like that's one of those things because my kids are always losing their stuff because they don't have that OCD yet. Especially, like my daughter's 17 and she's got her learner's permit and stuff like that, and she's always trying to.
I want to be 17.
She's losing it all the time. I'm like, put it in the same place every time.
She don't have a clutch or a bag or something she can put it in.
She has a wallet. She has a wallet and she has all that stuff, but she's using it for different things. I'm like, she just like she'll put it in her coat pocket and then she finds it and goes.
She'll learn when she gets her first ticket.
Yeah, exactly.
There
So that's one. Yeah, I'm with you. The keys, wallet, like phone. Even just right now, I touch my pocket where my phone goes. I'm like, "Where's my phone?" Oh yeah, I'm using it to film this. That's how OCD I am with that stuff. And then
Get you a couple of tickets to check it out for yourself. Okay, it's called Social Animals. Good luck. Call 12-216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
From the Final Touch Construction Studios, this is the 50th anniversary of WMMS Buzzard Radio, an iHeart radio station. Ask Alexa to play WMMS on iHeart Radio.
Now back to the Alan Cox Show.
35192, want to text me? AlanCoxShow.com for everything else. Got the live stream there through our YouTube channel if you want to watch. Podcasts are all there too. I have added Friday's live show from the patio of the House of Blues. We were pre-gaming before the Alan Cox Show comedy tour, so I forgot to put that up until this morning, so it's up for your enjoyment. I was in the kitchen during the break, and somebody had one of those sports roundtable shows on the television, and in the crawl said, "Can LeBron trust J.R. Smith in the finals?" What, did he steal your socks?
Oh, God.
So dramatic.
I know.
No, I can't trust him at all. He goes whizzing through my neighborhood, 80 miles an hour, 2 in the morning. Come on, Earl. Slow down, will you, Frylock?
That's right, he does live in Bay, right?
Yeah, and you worry about LeBron trusting. You got to get me to trust you, big man. Slow it down, all right?
I want to win just so we can see J.R. Swish shirtless again for like a couple of weeks.
And very drunk, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just giving the pipe.
Shirtless
the
and drunk.
pipe.
I imagine there's more ways than a victory where you can get him into that situation. Sports Illustrated had an article that said, nobody needed another Cavs Golden State Finals.
Well, too bad. The other team should have damn well played better.
Yeah. Nobody needed this. Is this good for the NBA?
I mean, it is what the NBA is because none of the teams could beat them. Yeah. And, I mean, there's plenty of teams that had a chance to beat the Cavs. It's not like the Cavs were this dominant force this year. They're the 4th seed.
And the East was harder this year.
Well, we were worse, too.
That's true.
So it was harder because we weren't as good.
Yeah.
And then you had the Rockets. They gave the Warriors a run for their money, but then their second, best player got hurt. So they lucked their way into another finals. Kind of both of us did.
Yeah. I mean, we should not have gotten as far as we've gotten.
Listen, the real losers that no one's talking about in this NBA season are the San Antonio Spurs Silver Dancers.
Why?
Who, after they got knocked out of the playoffs, were immediately told that they were disbanding the Spurs Silver Dancers.
Oh, no.
They got Cavs girls, right? They go out, sis boom ba, they do the thing.
Yeah.
Well, are they like old people? Are they old people dancers?
No. These are girls.
Okay.
Like hot girls.
Not silver-haired dancers.
Yeah, I didn't know.
But who cares? They don't get paid that much.
But if it's your job to dance for, you're part of a major sports organization, I mean...
What's the reason they canceled them?
They're replacing it with a family-friendly co-ed hype team.
Oh, dance.
Kind of like the Scream team. Yeah, we have both.
Whatever. Yeah, I have both. Why does it have to be either or?
They're the girls dancing, that's family friendly.
They got pants on. It's not like they got vag floss on.
Sometimes they have little shorty shorts and whatever and crop tops, but I don't think that's not family friendly. It's like You've seen people in bikinis before at the beach.
And family-friendly's boring.
Yeah.
I know they're trying to get people to... Family-friendly just means we're trying to sucker your entire family into buying tickets for these stupid games.
But nobody goes to the games because of the dance team.
Hey, they got a squeaky clean hype squad out there, son. Let's go to the game tonight.
Dancing to Dea and like Shawn
Family-friendly.
Jesus is my homeboy.
Whatever. They're doing somersaults over each other and banging a drum. Cool. You're out getting nachos while that's all going on anyway. Taking your kid to the bathroom.
On Monday, I went to the team shop to get one of the finals hats.
Oh, yeah, I saw that picture.
And took a picture with 2 of the Cavs girls that were there to
Mhm.
take pictures with people. And I wrote jokingly on my Instagram, they wanted a picture with me, so I let them take a picture. And more than, like, how many people would you think came up to me and said, they really wanted a picture with you? Because I was shocked that anybody didn't pick up on that.
Yeah.
Like, there was a good...
I got the
like,
joke,
more
yeah.
than double digits people were like, they really wanted a picture with you? I'm like, no.
Listen, Bill, I take
They
you at
didn't
your
care.
word.
Yeah.
So when you say they wanted a picture with you, I believe that.
You do?
So I feel despondent as well. I'm
Oh.
with those dozen people.
Sorry to
who now
pull back the curtain.
I thought that you were telling the truth.
Whoa.
They said, "Are you Bill Squires?" And he said,
Not
"Yes, I
Squires.
am."
Bill
Yeah,
Squires.
yes, I am.
Not,
And they
there's
say,
no S at
"Could
the end.
we get a photo with you?" Right, but even if they didn't get it right, you would have said, "Yes, please. I'd love to take a photo with you."
If they
I take you at your word.
Listen, if they wanted to take a picture with me but called me Bill Squires, I would just keep on walking. I'd be like, I don't know who that is.
That's annoying to you as spelling my last name with Browne. Like, I'm like, why do you put the E? There's no, like...
Well, some people spell it with an E on the end.
But, like, you can
But just
ask.
assume that there's no E at the end.
Just assume, and then
Why?
ask.
And listen and pay attention and understand that there's no S at
People
the end.
spell my name Cocks, and I never know if they're dumb or trolling me. So I split the difference. It's all good.
People call me Lauren, and
I get annoyed when people spell your first name wrong, especially when it's
in the
a,
tweet or email.
Yeah, you're tweeting or emailing him, and they get it right for the handle, but then they spell it wrong in the actual tweet, and I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Listen, they got lives
It
to
bothers
lead.
me
They're
probably more than
busy.
it bothers you.
Yeah, I don't care. But the San Antonio Spurs Silver Dancers have been around since 1991.
Wow.
And they have been notified that they are being disbanded. It's a lovely group of girls. The new 35-member co-ed Spurs hype team.
Get some bros in there.
Well, yeah.
Yum.
35 members. I don't know how many girls are on the...
How many of those members have members?
It doesn't say. You'd think that they'd ask these girls, do you want to transition over to the family-friendly Spurs hype squad? But I don't know that they asked any of the girls to do that.
Well, it sounds like they already cast the people before they even made the announcement that the girls were done.
Well, they said that they were told that the program is ending due to lack of fan interest. How the hell do you gauge that?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see scantily clad women anymore in a basketball game, ladies. Sorry.
Said no one.
They want to see junior high schoolers jumping around over bucket boys while they're playing.
We want to see popping and locking.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of have both. We have
Yeah.
like the Scream team and we have
The Cavs
girls. I feel personally invested in the Cavs girls because my friend is their playoffs makeup artist. So the longer we go, the more jobs that she has. So for every home game, she gets to go to the queue and do the makeup and
Of the players.
So
of
your
the
friend's
girls?
the one responsible for how they look.
yeah.
Ah. Anywho,
What's that supposed to mean?
No,
I got
it's a good crop this year.
I got to do.
it's a really good crop.
Yeah.
No, they were plucked from obscurity and thrown out there on the boards. They're kicking ass.
Like 4 years ago, in the in between times when LeBron wasn't here, they asked me to be one of the judges for the auditions.
Yeah.
And that was one of the funnest days ever.
Mm-hmm.
Those girls were putting it all on the line.
I thought you were going to say they asked you to be part of the hype squad.
Don't you remember?
Were they flirting with you to try to get the
No, they didn't know who
spot?
I was.
Oh.
They also didn't ask me for a picture.
Don't you remember when I interviewed one of those Cavs girls when they came to the APMAs and they were talking about artists that weren't even there?
Uh-huh.
They're like, we want to see Fall Out Boy. I was like, oh, they're going to be here. Let me check. I'm like, oh, wait.
Well, I remember when I used to do Monsters games, and I would have to take press photos with the Monsters girls or whatever it was. So uncomfortable.
Why?
Because I'm like, you got to stand there like you're James Bond, and I'm like, they're making these poor girls.
It's me and all these ladies.
Yeah. I'm like, please. No one believes this. No one's buying this. Man.
I don't
Lovely
know,
girls, though.
I don't know what it is this year about basketball and hockey, but that rivalry between fans seems to be at an all-time high where anytime I post anything about basketball, I'll get a response from someone that says, basketball's a sissy sport. Why don't you watch hockey? Hockey's so cool.
And why can't you like both?
I like both.
You're allowed to. But I don't follow hockey because I've never been into it. I don't know anything about it.
Hockey's fun to follow this year because the Knights, it's their very first year as a team, and they're in the Stanley League Cup. Like,
but I also
but it's also like the Capitals and the Knights, and because they got Fleury from the Penguins. It's like if you couldn't go to the Stanley Cup Finals with that guy, come on, man.
But all I know is I don't follow hockey, and when people try and say that basketball is not a tough sport, I don't care. It's a sport that I like. I don't think of it as a sissy sport. Also, I couldn't do anything that those guys on the court do, so I appreciate it.
Neither could the people who are complaining
yes, exactly.
to you.
Yeah, you'd be knocked out faster than Kevin Love.
You're like, hey, guys, we're all on this side of Twitter when it comes to sports. Yeah.
Like, playing one quarter would wear out any normal person in the NBA.
By the way, just to clarify for the people who are texting me, no, the San Antonio Spurs girls are not on the verge of getting their pensions. It has not been these same girls since 1991. It has been in existence since 1991. Not the same girls. No wonder there was a lack of fan interest. Come on, let's do it. Spurs. Oh, I've got bone spurs. No, not the same girls, but thank you. That's a very important distinction to make.
I would actually be really into that if they're like, this is our team, and you're a Spurs girl for life.
For life.
You're
blood in, blood out.
Yeah.
Until you die.
I've got sperm news to go.
Sperm news.
I don't really believe this story, but it's still funny. Woman claims that her seatmate on a Southwest flight masturbated the entire flight.
The entire flight?
From Las Vegas to Philadelphia, the passenger was tweeting to Southwest Airlines that a guy sitting next to her has an iPad open on his tray table watching porn without using headphones or anything. And twice now, his body has started shaking in the throes of his orgasmic bliss, is what she wrote. And that he would intermittently reach out and grab her arm.
Shut up.
I don't buy this.
Wow, I don't buy it either.
He kept watching video after video like it was nothing. He said he did not try to hide his actions or his penis. And then he kept handing the flight attendant his used napkins to dispose of.
And she didn't do anything about it.
Yeah, there's not one other person on there that'd be like, hey, this guy's got his thing out and he's watching porn. Could we put a stop to this?
Especially if he
you
had
get
no
thrown
speakers.
off what did the dentist or whatever got thrown off the flight because he wouldn't change seats, but they're gonna let this guy stay in the flight the whole time and cranking it, watching porn? Come on.
She told TMZ that before they left the plane, the other guy got up from his seat, patted her on the head, and told her he hoped she enjoyed the show. Southwest
There's
offered
no way.
Southwest offered her a voucher for a free dinner. Hey, I bet you're real hungry now. Want to go
Sounds like you worked up an appetite.
Want to go to Al's Italian Beef in Philly? Get yourself a cheesesteak? Yeah, so anyway, I don't buy that. But it's a great story.
I think people are just so desperate they're trying to get as much as they can from these airlines because they know the airlines don't care about them or they will milk them for whatever they're worth. So I think she's just complaining to see what she can get out of them just so the airline will shut her up.
Now, this guy was allegedly milking himself on a 5.5-hour plane ride from Vegas to Philly.
And planes are very loud, so if you're watching anything without headphones, you can't hear it.
It's not that distracting.
Well, did he buy?
It's so loud.
Did he buy the free internet that goes with it? That's expensive.
Well, you can't use the internet for porn because you can't use it for streaming video.
They block you out.
Oh, I never used it.
He would have had to have that movie on his
iPad
iPad already.
He had to download it. So he had a supply if he was watching it for a
So she said he
flight.
kept watching video after video. At first she thought it was a mistake, but she's like, no. On the subject of porn, there is a congresswoman who believes that porn is the culprit behind all these school shootings because, of course, it's porn.
Wrong kind of school shooting.
Representative Diane Black from Tennessee, Natch. She's running for governor, and she said it's a big part. The audio associated with this is like her. It sounds like she's in a conference room talking to a reporter, so I'm not going to bore you with that because you can barely tell what she says. But they asked her, of course, about gun violence. And she said it's because of pornography.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. Because all these young people watching porn and blah, blah, blah.
Well, she's so disconnected. She said that porn's so readily available
At
in
the
our
grocery
society.
store.
All you have to do is go to the grocery store, and you have to reach up to get it, but it's there.
Let me ask you this, though.
What year does she think it
But
is?
can you still do that? There are convenience stores that have the porn mags behind the counter.
I'm
or
talking about
they had 'em-
grocery stores.
Do they still have them? I remember
Talking about
Walgreens.
grocery stores, not convenience
Well,
stores.
I took grocery store to mean like she was talking about stores. Like
I'm going with grocery stores.
Okay.
Yeah,
And do
she
people
said grocery stores.
But as a 67-year-old woman in Tennessee, my question is, can you still go to Can you go to a Publix? I'm trying to think of what the grocery store chain was when we were in Tennessee.
Kroger, maybe? I don't know.
Can you go in and get, the magazines used to have like the plastic on them, but it
Yeah.
was black from like the boobies down? Can you still get that? You could get a Cherie or a Wee
even
magazine.
if you can do that, the kids that are doing the school shootings are not getting porn that way. Yeah.
They can get it through their sister store, Pubix. It's just down the road. Just go a little farther.
Right.
Or Whole Foods.
HOLE.
Yes, exactly.
Silly.
Well, listen, these are the people who are trying to avoid any possible conversation about guns and blaming it on everything else. But I thought that was an interesting response. Well, listen.
But it's an
you
irresponsible
think
response.
It is. Of course it is. Anything other than the actual subject of guns is an irresponsible response. But the point being is that it seems counterintuitive, because if this was somebody who was really rubbing one out all the time, it would probably make you calmer.
Right.
Not necessarily you want to go shoot people up. Make you calmer. Porn should be great for people who might find themselves angry and depressed.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of these shootings too are because the dude was pissed at a girl, like an ex for I don't know, or a girl wouldn't hook up with him.
They got
or whatever.
rejected by girls.
Yeah.
And then, but that's not porn. That's that's like someone not having coping skills.
Yeah.
She said school shootings are also on the rise because of the deterioration of the family, which may be true, especially when that family can't keep guns out of your hands. Mental illness, and of course, say it with me, violent movies.
And video games.
And video games and all that.
I definitely think there are
Wait,
some...
music? Rock music? Was that in there?
Rock music!
Rock and rap?
Marilyn Manson,
Yeah.
obviously.
Oh, the rock music like the Creed and the Nickelbacks. Oh, they're all over them.
I agree with the family thing though, because
I think that's
there are a lot
fair.
of families out there that aren't reinstilling positive morals and family values. They're letting their kids just be on their phones all day long, and they don't interact with each other
Well, they're
anymore.
not aware what they're doing. Yeah.
They're not checking in on what their kids are doing. There's definitely a lot of that going on.
That is true, but also when you walk in and get your dad's gun out of the cabinet, that doesn't help either.
Certainly not.
Keep your eye on the ball, as it were.
Right. My kids would go to school and they'd have to throw unsold T-shirts at everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, there was an unfortunate school shirting today. The victims were covered in, if you don't know, now you know, fella. Local entertainer Bill Squire, his face seen on the terrified faces of children lying around the school.
None of them got the reference.
Nope. One of the kids wrapped a brick in the shirt and threw it through a window. No, it's a scene of carnage, and there's no bloodshed, but a lot of black. A lot of black T-shirts here. Let me go to Rick, who is in Jacksonville, Florida. Hello, Rick.
Hey, what's up, Alan?
How are you, sir?
Long time no talk since I moved out of Cleveland.
Oh, beautiful. Welcome back.
Welcome back to Erica Lauren.
Oh, thank you very much.
I've been in support of you the whole time. Deuce Dynamite on Twitter, although you won't find me right now because I kind of got suspended, but whatever.
You got suspended on Twitter for what?
I got a little mouthy with somebody. I'm not even sure who it was, but apparently I pissed them off and they reported me. So 7-day ban.
But you got to go. Oh, so I was gonna say you got to go ham on Twitter to get a week-long
Twitter
suspension.
jail.
Yeah, that's a long one. It's usually only like 24 hours, but whatever.
And you don't even remember who?
It's usually. How many times have you been banned?
Yeah, I feel like you're playing coy with us, Rick.
Well, okay, so there's this actor named Nick Searcy. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him.
Yeah, from Justified.
Yeah, he was in.
You got a problem with Nick Searcy? I just saw him. I just saw him in 3 billboards.
Well, the thing is he was going off on this Roseanne thing and all this racial stuff, and he was posting pictures of his adopted children, which are black kids.
Right.
He was using it as a tool to call other people racist because they were calling him out saying it's messed up that you're using your kids as a pawn in your argument on Twitter. And he just kept saying, I know my biracial family upset you. I went off on him and some of his followers.
But why did you go off on him? He clearly but if he has biracial kids, that means he has an experience that he can share with the rest of us who don't.
Well, the thing with it was it was almost like he just brought this into play because he was basically being torn down for something else. I don't even know how this originally even started.
Because he's a conservative. He's like a well-known conservative actor. Yeah.
Yeah, and he seemed to think that I guess liberal. I don't like that liberal conservative titling, but I'm apparently liberal because I have an open mind. Obviously.
Okay, he thought you were a libtard.
Yeah, but you got to calm down.
Yeah.
What was the tweet that you sent?
Yeah.
One of the guys that was one of his followers, he was talking all the smack, and it's always the people with no picture. So he had a picture of a gun and a knife.
Always a no
It's
photo.
Russia.
So his gun and his knife picture, I told him that we kept going back and forth, and then finally I was like, you want to be a Mr. Tough Guy hiding behind a picture of a gun and a knife? I could do something with those for you, and I can't say it on the air.
But why would you? Oh, we can figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't understand people who get
Clean them, right?
Why would somebody get worked up at someone who has a silhouette avatar? A literal stranger.
You know what? You're absolutely right.
It's
It was
a lot,
really ridiculous, and it is what it is. Now everybody knows.
You never want to respond in the moment, Rick.
You're right, because I'm an emotional guy, so...
Now, granted, being in Twitter jail is not going to change your life one single iota. You'll probably be better off for it.
It's probably for the best.
Sure.
Yeah, for a guy like me and my big mouth, it probably is for the best.
Boy, I better make sure I never piss off Rick down in Jacksonville.
I would like to imagine a scenario where a D-list actor gets my hackles up. I respond to him,
Nick Searcy,
and then I'm in Twitter jail for 7 days.
He just played a priest in 3 billboards. He was in this movie for like 3 minutes. Oh boy,
that's a good story.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I got into Twitter jail because I tweeted some no-name actor.
Wow. I knew who he was. Don't you call Nick Searcy a no-name?
Relatively.
Right. It wasn't like you were going toe-to-toe with Leslie Jones or Whoopi Goldberg on the subject.
Yeah.
All right, so
I didn't even know who he was, but I looked him up, and apparently he's been in a ton of stuff, so I'm like, oh.
Good for him. He's working.
Yeah. I threatened this guy's life, then Googled him to see who he was.
He's got to take care of those biracial kids, They got to have a good life, so their dad needs to work.
Oh, man.
Well, they're adopted, so,
He still got to take care of them.
Even better. Yeah, they're not really his. You can leave them by the wayside. Leave them in a basket outside a church.
He spent thousands of dollars to adopt those kids, so...
Right. And you seem to have a problem with that?
I think it's a good thing, but don't put them into an argument on Twitter because you're wrong. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Use your
I'm completely lost as to who's right and who's wrong in this whole thing.
Well, he totally did. He pulled the "I have a black friend" move.
Yeah.
That's the classic move. Well, I can say this isn't racist because I have a black friend.
Well, having black kids is different than having a black friend, though. You don't have to spend any time with your black friend. You got to spend time with your kids.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. If I had black stepkids, I would not tell people how much I paid for it. That seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, no.
I'll tell you what, I got 3 for 1 on Memorial Day. It was really good. Right. What did you actually call for, Rick?
Well, I knew that's what was going to happen if I mentioned. Anyways, I was just wondering your guys' opinions on what the line is in society. Like, why is it okay for everything to be so sexualized and there to be so much just available trash for kids, and then a bunch of cheerleaders lose their jobs because family friendly and it's too provocative? Why are we putting the athletes on the pedestal, and why are we not holding anybody else accountable? I mean, their role models are Kardashians at this point.
Yeah, again, I don't know that they were getting rid of these Spurs cheerleaders because they thought they were too sexy. I think it just was like, hey, we're moving on to something different. It just happens to be
Updated,
something lame and family friendly. Yeah.
Because a lot of those dance teams, too, still wear skimpier outfits. Like, the girls will go out there in like a mid-drift
breakaway pants
like
or something. And
To your point, though, even though I don't think this is a good example, like the Spurs dancers thing, but I do think we are now in a society where everybody has their own idea of where the line is. And that's what's causing so many problems, because people say, oh, well, that is too much. But then something else will come out. The president will say something absurd, and that's not enough for people. So I think at this point, people are picking and choosing what their limit is.
That's why it's a good idea to ask a few questions before you threaten a man's life on Twitter. Rick, I got to go, brother. Thank you for calling.
All right, man. Good
All
talking to
right.
you.
There's Rick, one of our bureau chiefs down in Jacksonville, Florida, who's checking in because he can't be on Twitter for a week. Nick Searcy. Oh, my God.
I'm going to look for him when he gets back on Twitter because I need to see what he's up to.
All right. I've got a break. I am late. I'm going to have those Mastodon tickets for you. I thought we were going to miss that Mastodon Primus tour, and I think we missed that one, but we're getting the Mastodon Dinosaur Jr. tour this fall here, so that's good. 35192 if you want to text. AlanCoxShow.com for everything else.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Sign in the DMs. I'm Bill Squire.
And I'm Pound Cake.
Did you watch the royal wedding at all?
I'm not getting up at 6 a.m. I don't get up at 6 a.m. like for breakfast, so I'm not going to get up at 6 a.m. for a royal wedding.
Did you watch any recap of it or anything?
I watched it. I watched the full stream on YouTube, but that was like afterwards. Like I can.
Oh, so you didn't watch it live, but you ended up going back and watching it.
Yeah, I did. I had a snack and I was just like, you know what? I'll pop it in because it's just so romantic. Like it's just like.
Is it though?
You can
Doesn't
do
it seem
anything.
really
She's
contrived?
one of us. She's from California. Like she used to tour the Buckingham Palace. Like she.
What's her face did this all that like years ago, right? The Princess Diaries girl.
Miracles happen once. Yeah, I'm just saying. But it's really true. Miracles happen once in a while if you believe. She was take pictures outside of Buckingham Palace. She never thought that one day she would be inside Buckingham Palace with the Queen.
But isn't Buckingham Palace like old and kind of gross?
Why would it be old and gross?
Because it's an old palace.
Isn't the White House built by slaves?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to live there either.
Well, the presidents do.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just the romantic, just the way they romanticize the whole like being a princess thing. Like, yeah, it's I guess, but like that's just not anything that's ever been on my radar. And also, because who'd she get married to? William or Harry?
Harry.
Harry. I don't know.
But it's like you don't like princes and all this kingdoms and stuff. It's stuff you only hear on like HBO or fairy tales. So now it's like. It's actual princess, actual royalty, an actual bloodline that like links back to like you can trace your bloodline back to the 1800s, and now it's polluted.
I can trace mine back to the 1500s.
I'm just not 1800s, like before that. Like
I know, but
the
like,
family used to rule, and now they have.
But
like,
now they don't.
Black,
so it's not like who cares?
I cannot wait for this black baby. It's gonna be a ginger and black.
All right,
like I can't wait.
I'll give you that. That's the part that I like.
Thousands of years of pure blood, and now they're like, you got a girl from Crenshaw. From Crenshaw!
So, this is I guess, all right, I hadn't thought about that aspect.
It's
like
big
that.
for us.
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
This is the
Wakanda.
All right, is this bigger than Black President? Is Black Princess bigger than Black President?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes, because
it's because of how old how it goes
because
back.
we've only been around for a few hundred years. America's
Yeah.
only been around for a few hundred years, and
England's been around for much longer.
Yeah, and it's based off of a bloodline. I mean, we are known on racism, and like you wipe out the Indians and you call it laying your own, like whatever. So black people weren't even like the first to be. At least black people existed. We weren't wiped out. So.
Yeah, no, I'll give you that. I'm gonna actually agree with you that Black Princess bigger than Black President.
It is because he
more
only had,
unexpected too.
He only had 8 years. This lives on forever. We have descendants now. Now our descendants, royalty from now on. Like it might be the first.
She's gotta get pregnant first because things could happen. She gotta get pregnant.
She's gotta get pregnant. It's with the royal, like, it's bound to happen. She was born to do this. She was born to be the Black Princess.
That's...
You ever seen Princess and the Frog?
No, I never saw that one. But, I mean, good for her. I'm happy for her. I just think, like, it's funny how worked up people get over it. And
well,
not as much the people that like it, it's the people that don't like it and get, like, wound up. I never understand that when people are like, oh, I hate this. I hate how people are celebrating this thing. And then they go, but they know every aspect of it. I'm like, so do you really hate it, or are you just trying to mask your love of it through hate?
I didn't watch the first one. I didn't watch the first royal wedding. Like, because neither, like, Pippa, or not Pippa, that's the sister. Kate, she's beautiful, but Harry was, or William was not attractive. And, like, Harry was always the hot one, the young one, the young gun. The nude pictures of him on the internet playing, like, he was always like the frat boy or the military man.
I don't know if I'd say either of them are very attractive.
They're good looking. Well, Harry's good looking.
Is he?
He was when he was younger. He's a little older now, but
I still don't think he's like traditionally good looking. It's good that they got some diversity into that bloodline because things were getting a little mucked up. They needed to really freshen that bloodline up.
Well, they did in a great way. So, like, now I'm just like, ooh, like, what's it gonna be like now? So when it's related, when things like this are relatable to you, you watch. And I wasn't getting up early for it, but I was like, I know what happened, and I'm excited for it.
So what do they name that first baby? If it's a boy, what's the name? Do you think they stick with traditional names, or do they go straight Crenshaw with it?
It's gonna be like Harold or something. Because they always name them like some boring names, like George.
Yeah. Well, it's like family names, so.
Yeah, so it's gonna stick with tradition.
It'll probably be Harry. Yeah. Is Harry Harold? Is he a Harold?
No, I think it is Harry something. He has a really long name, like a royal name. But
can they sneak in one black name?
Jaheim.
Yeah, throw like a
Raul.
A Deshaun in there somewhere.
A Deshaun.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like I just know that for me, I'm never gonna fault somebody for having a big wedding because I want to have a spectacle. I want the fireworks. Like when I walk down the aisle, I want birds to like fly out like doves. Like because finally I'm able to get married now, and then I actually found somebody to love me. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a spectacle. I'm inviting everybody
fun with that. We gotta go. Thanks for watching, guys. Hey everybody, welcome to Sliding in the DMs special edition, where I'm here with Jeff Davis from Connected Comedy.
How's it going?
And we're doing Comedy Connected. Whatever, dude. You didn't pay me that much. So we're doing a show together, Saturday, July 21st. You want to just give them some details real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a show for the Ohio Suicide Prevention Foundation and the Adams Board of Cuyahoga County, their Suicide Prevention Coalition. We're trying to raise...
And we're not just doing the show for them. We're doing this as a fundraiser for them, correct?
Fundraiser for them, correct. Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for stopping by, Jeff. Can't wait to perform with you and be a part of this. It's July 21st at the Lakewood Civic Auditorium, and tickets are on sale at standuptogetherohio.com. It is standuptogetherohio.com, an evening of comedy to honor Nick Ramsey. I'll be headlining. Mike Polk Jr. will be there, Mary Santora, and more. There's going to be so many great comics, so make sure you get those tickets. And if you have any questions about being a sponsor, go ahead and email Jeff at standuptogetherohio.com. Hey everybody, welcome to Sign in the DMs. Hanging out with Mary Santora, who is on this year's Alan Cox Show comedy tour. Fresh off her shows at the Funny Stop this past weekend.
Yeah, it was
How did those go?
It was so fun. It was awesome. A lot of listeners came out, so thank you guys for coming out, which was really cool. It was a great time. It was great. No complaints.
That's good. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
So here's what I was thinking about. I did something yesterday that is one of my favorite things to do, and it's just one of those simple pleasure things that brings me so much joy, and it was just what I like to call clean sheet day.
Ooh, yeah.
So that's one of those things that whenever thing isn't quite right in my life, I know if I do clean sheet day, I'm going to feel a little bit better about myself.
Right.
Especially when you do like the whole thing. Like I even wash my comforter. Which,
all of it, yeah.
I don't always do that.
Do you know what you'll never experience is clean sheet day with freshly shaved legs.
Oh,
that
you
is
do not know that I will not experience that.
It's fantastic. It adds a whole nother level to it. It's
you'll do it just for that one experience.
Dude,
just
shave your legs.
But it's so much, like, there's so much legs.
Yeah, but
like
so much legs or so much hair?
So much legs. so much legs. I have a lot. Like, I'm a tall dude.
Got a lot of leg.
Got a lot of leg.
Use the beard trimmer at first.
Oh yeah,
Like, trim
but
it all
then it's
down
just is it gonna be worth it for all that?
Yes.
All right.
I'm telling you, if
say
you
so.
appreciate Clean Sheet Day that much, it would be worth it to shave your legs.
What's one of your simple pleasures? A simple thing.
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just like cleaning my room. Like if I go, cause I'm not home a lot, so like laundry will pile up, or like I'll have.
800 Elko Pio. Normal highway slowdowns to watch for. No accidents to deal with, though. Watch for some fallen power cables. Detroit at West 117th. Also in Parma, Sprague Road westbound reopened between Hertz and State Road after earlier construction. I'm Olivia Musica in the traffic center.
This report is brought to you by All Season RV.
It's our total store-wide sale-a-thon, May 26th to June 2nd at All Seasons RV. Huge discounts on new and used travel trailers, fifth wheels, hybrids, and toy haulers. Incredible deals on RV camping supplies, too. Sale ends June 2nd at All Seasons RV in Streetsboro. ASRVS.com.
After you're done asking Alexa to do all that weird shit.
I'm sorry. I can't help you with that.
Well, what if I gave you $20?
No.
Ask her to play WMMS on iHeartRadio.
It's time to give stuff away. Oh, it's time to give stuff away.
All right, the mighty Mastodon back on the road this fall with Jay Mascis and Dinosaur Jr. Both bands will play September 12th at the world-famous Agora Theater. AgoraCleveland.com is going to have the info for you if you want to look into buying tickets. If you want to win them, be caller number 14 right now. Mastodon and Dinosaur Jr. in September. I'll see you there. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Another ringing endorsement
You're an idiot. Your show sucks, and you've proven that many times.
for the Alan Cox Show.
You're so stupid.
On 100.7 WMMS.
35192. Want to text me our chat? Open with our live stream at our YouTube channel. You get to that at AlanCoxShow.com if you want to watch the show. And you can listen via the iHeartRadio app. If you do it from out of state, let me know where you are. I printed up the entire list of Alan Cox Show bureau chiefs, and it's quite impressive. I've got 7 pages of names from around the country and the world in about 9-point font. It's just fun to look at. We've got pins on the map for all of them. Brian's a new bureau chief in Hoboken. Let me go to some old bureau chiefs.
Yeah, get deep.
Christine was our very first bureau chief. She listens in Vegas.
Wow.
Jason in Charlotte, longtime bureau chief.
Who knows? They might be dead.
No, Jason still texts pretty frequently.
Oh.
Yeah. But to your point, keep your head on a swivel. They might be dead. Jeff listens in Palmer, Alaska. Braley used to be in South Dakota, but I think he's in Denver now. He got a radio gig in Denver. He's in the biz.
Oh.
Molly is one of our many bureau chiefs in D.C. Let me get somebody out of the country. Because Josh came back from Kuwait. Tim listens in Metz, France.
Metz, France?
M-E-T-Z.
Metz. No.
Come on out and greet the Mets.
Yeah, there you go. That's the Mets song.
Dan used to listen in Okinawa, Japan. I'm not sure if he's there anymore, though. Derek is in Cottonwood Heights, Utah.
That's really far out of the country.
Shut up. I'm
So far
trying to
away.
scan this and see who's... Jordan listens in Dundee, Scotland. There.
Look at that.
Yeah, prick. Sergeant Mack at Camp Riley, Minnesota. Thank you for your service. Chris listens in McMurdo Station, Antarctica. His line is he listens when the satellites are overhead. And then somebody is stationed in Dublin. Adam is a Marine in Dublin.
Great
Ireland.
city.
Anyway, thanks one and all for listening. Also at AlanCoxShow.com, by the way. If you missed the Christie's Instagram hotties, we post them traditionally on a Monday, but they are there full-time for your perusal. So go to AlanCoxShow.com, along with clips from past shows, video clips. If you've ever said to yourself, oh, man, that was hilarious. I wonder what it looked like while it was happening. We've got video clips for you. But the Christie's girls are there, too. Tribe game, I'm not sure where they are in that whole thing, but I know they were
winners.
bending over my Chicago White Sox. 9-1 the final.
9-1, yep.
The White Sox go to 16-37 for the season.
Brutal.
They have the worst record in Major League Baseball. But what are you going to do? That is when your true measure as a fan is tested. Not when they're doing well, not when they're at 500, not when they're on their way to the World Series, when they stink.
That's right.
Like the White Sox invariably do. That's when the true measure of a fan comes together.
You know who's starting for the Tribe tomorrow in Minnesota?
Clevenger.
No, Clevenger started last night. I was at that game.
Mm-hmm.
He looked great. Had a great outing.
Mm-hmm.
Love that dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I congratulated him on the great start on Instagram. We're friends on there. It's no
I
big
get
deal.
the whole thing. I know.
Yeah,
It's not a big deal.
You guys go deep. I get it.
Kipnis got another homer.
Yeah, Kipnis. I saw it. I was there.
Kipnis and Clevenger, two faves.
Yeah.
Clevenger follows you on Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. We're buddies.
That's right, because he discovered that Bill also does not believe in forests.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. They
I'll say
bonded
anything
over
to be
that.
friends with him.
Mm-hmm.
A little sunshine in my life. But the guy starting the game tomorrow, I actually saw him pitch for Columbus when I was down there for the, what's that team? The Clippers.
Oh, he's getting called up?
Yeah. Shane Bieber.
Shane Bieber on the mound, everybody. Yeah.
And I want this dude to catch on.
Are his fans believers?
That's what I want. I want him to come up here and make a good impression.
They're
and
Shaniacs.
Yeah, Shaniacs and believers and whatever it is. His last two starts have been awesome. So he had like a 7-inning no-hitter last Friday. So I'm excited about Bieber being up in the big leagues.
Shane Bieber.
Bieber fever.
On the mound at Target Field tomorrow night. So Tribe starts the first of 4 against the Twins. That's an 8:10 first pitch, I believe, here on MMS. Yes.
Poundcake, would you get a Bieber jersey?
Sure.
You'd be into that?
Yeah, I would be into that. Yeah, I would do that.
When Poundcake says sure, that means no.
He's like a 22-year-old dude. You'd probably think he's cute.
I have limited jerseys, though, so I do need to step up my jersey game because we do a lot of events with, the Indians and the Cavs. So I have one a Lindor jersey that I got that someone
That's
gave.
not tight enough.
All right, well, it's the only one I have.
I'm joking.
Damn, son.
I'm joking.
He goes 0 to 100 at the drop of a hat.
Or something, but
Good thing his skin is so thick.
It was the only one I had.
I'm not saying that your jersey is too tight. I'm saying you would say your
You like
jersey's
it
not
tight.
tight enough. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Jesus.
I thought you were saying it was big, like some Fat Albert gave it to me or something. I'm just
No,
wearing
what
somebody
I'm
else's
saying is
hand-me-downs.
you got a jersey from work. I believe you got it from work here.
Yes.
It's a large size, and you would say that it's not tight enough for
Yeah, I
you.
wanted to show off, my assets.
Right. So I was speaking to what your preference is.
And what are your assets?
I don't know. I have a nice broad shoulders and a nice
He has
chest.
a nice broad.
I have nice broad shoulders and a nice chest. I would like it to accentuate that a little bit.
You gotta work on that pooch, buddy.
Like a fupa?
No, you got not a fupa. This guy, he got a
pooch.
little. You got a little pooch.
What's a pooch mean?
You got a little belly. You gotta work on that.
You don't got abs, is what he's saying.
Well, no, I don't have abs.
Right.
I don't
You got a little belly.
I don't need all that. If I had abs, it would almost just be unfair.
But the other stuff.
So modest.
It'd be unfair, Alan.
But if you
he
work-
had abs, it'd be unfair to the rest of humanity.
I don't know what that means. I'm just saying you got to work on some of it. If you're trying to, you said you're trying to display your assets.
Well, you asked him which ones he had.
Right, and he said my chest.
I said my strong points.
Your chest is a strong point.
And my broad shoulders, that's my.
But you don't. But you don't have like a prominent chest. You stick it out.
I thought you had a bird chest, is what you always
Right.
talk about.
You walk in a way
You
in
lead
which
with your chest.
Right. Your chest protrudes, but you don't have a prominent chest.
Fair, I still like it.
I mean, he doesn't
I'm not
have,
saying
he doesn't
not
have man
to.
boobs.
No,
Moobs.
I'm not saying that.
He does have wide shoulders and a very skinny waist, so I'll give him credit
I
for
say
that.
his
yeah.
face is his best asset.
Just wear turtlenecks
I'll
all
go
the time.
Back of
and
his ankles.
his Achilles tendon is really what you want to pay attention to.
His pinky toes. Now those are something to see.
All right.
All the way home.
Limited jerseys at the Beachland Ballroom this weekend, by the way, too. So go see them; they're good.
Thanks for saying I got a cute face. I like my face too.
He's a handsome person.
No one's saying otherwise.
I'm not saying you're saying otherwise.
Well, then why are we making that distinction that he has a cute face? You don't like your nose at all, and that's in the center of everyone's face. So how do you like your face, but you hate your nose?
I've accepted my nose. I just think it's rather large, but I would never, because I'm so afraid of making it worse, I would never get like plastic surgery. I'm one of those
You're
people.
afraid of making your nose worse?
Yes, I'm afraid of me.
But you could make it smaller.
What I'm saying is I'm afraid of getting it fixed.
Having a botch job.
Yeah, or not even having it botched. I'm afraid that I would like it. I'll get it done.
I feel like they
want to
look right.
I feel like boobs and noses, they had to have gotten, even if you go to a butcher, that's got to be like a mail-in.
You'd be surprised.
I'm sure I would, but I feel like out of anything that you would have done, they had to have nailed noses and boobs by now.
But they're not.
Right?
There's plenty of Franken boobs out there still.
Yeah, and there's a reason why that botched show still exists.
Right,
because
but those
there are new cases popping
but
up.
those are women who went with, they wanted them too big from the jump. Then they got to go back in because they realize how ridiculous that is. I think if you go in, manage your expectations, you get a good job. You know, if a girl's like, I want 34 triple G's, they're like, your body's not going to be able to handle that.
I do think too with nose jobs, it's a very difficult surgery, I would say, because everybody has a different opinion of exactly how their nose should look. Like, you can bring in a photo, I want Angelina Jolie's nose. They can't give you, because you have a certain bone structure and cartilage.
Right, but everybody seems to buy the same nose. Like, nobody goes in and goes, I want my nose to be wider. People get nose jobs. People get nose jobs because they don't like the bump, or they think they have a hook,
Give
or
me
it's
the
too
Ted
wide.
Kennedy.
Right, nobody says that.
I want it wide and red.
Tip O'Neill was a handsome man. I'd like the
Nicolas
W.C. Fields, please. No, I mean, so nobody goes in and says, make my nose wider. They all pick the same nose out of the book. I have friends that have it. It's right in their face.
But not everybody looks good with that pinched, that tiny nose.
Try telling them that.
Yeah.
There's this one girl that I follow on Instagram, Lindsay Palis. I posted some of her videos, and she got a very giant breast. Used to have a giant nose, and got a. And I discovered her before when she had, or I discovered her after she already had the nose job. I'm like, oh man, this woman is absolutely gorgeous. And then if you dig a little deeper, you'll see some of the videos and pictures when she still had like the big schnoz, and it is so drastic that it's kind of ruined it for me.
Really?
Because
even though she's got the new nose now,
the new nose looks great and everything, but
you're not following her for her nose in the first place.
But just knowing like what happened and to what it is now, it just made me like, I go,
really?
Tommy Lahren. Look at Tammy Lahren before.
Oh yeah,
and after.
she got a
Tammy.
Tommy.
I thought
he called her Tammy.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Look at
We know
Tammy Lahren.
we know who you're talking about.
Tommy Lahren.
Yeah, she got a nose job.
Somebody threw water on her. Did you see that?
I saw that.
I don't
Did
like
she
that.
melt?
Even if you don't like these people, this makes us all look
I'm
bad,
with
man.
you.
When they throw water on somebody, she was out having brunch with her family or something in Dallas, which I think is where she lives. And somebody Periscope video, they were one table over, and as she's walking out, like they throw water on her back, and they're like, ha ha ha.
How
I'm
could
like,
they?
I
That's
just
terrible.
I don't like that, man.
Who uses Periscope?
That's the real crime.
A lot of people.
How dare they?
I was with you, but when Bert Kreischer was in here last time, and we were talking
He
about
was still
Periscope the whole
using
time.
it.
A lot of people use Periscope. I haven't used it in forever, but
yeah, I never used
That went
Periscope.
the way of Spreaker for me. I was
I
real
guess.
hip to Spreaker for a while, and then
I think if you jump back in, there's people on there. But
yeah, I mean, there's people on everything except MySpace.
Alan Poundcake should wear a tight wife beater and then the basketball jersey over it, unbuttoned.
Tight white beater.
There are no
Well, it's a
buttons on a
baseball
basketball.
jersey.
I'm sorry, it's
baseball
baseball
jersey.
jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So
That's what he was talking
To
about.
leave like my gut hanging out or something? Is that what they're? I don't
No,
know.
maybe to take
Just
you in a
good
little
look.
bit.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I like as a girl. Like, if I want to make a jersey cute, like a free one we get and it's an extra large, I'll either like tie it up at the waist or something, or I'll wear a
That's what I
slim
do,
tank
too.
top underneath with the cleavage showing and just keep it open and wear short shorts or something.
Exact same.
Yeah, mine's kind of like.
I've seen Bill do that too. And I said, you know what? I need a little bit more underbutt from your Daisy Dukes when you're walking around out there.
Yeah,
if you really want to accentuate the positives.
Mine's kind of like a cape though. Like when I have it, even when it's like everything's buttoned up and closed, like I can still spin, and it's like a little dress. Like I can stand over a vent and do like.
Well, aren't you just so skinny?
No, I'm not just saying that. It's just a big shirt. It's too big for me. I'm not saying I'm skinny. It's just not my right size.
Somebody asked about Jennifer Grey. That's a great example of an actress who looked
Changed her
better
whole
with
career.
her old nose. When she was in Ferris Bueller and had the old nose, and I could see why you'd want to get rid of that nose.
Dirty Dancing.
She thought it was keeping her from getting things, and then she got that skinny nose. And I don't know.
She didn't really do anything since, yeah.
Well, she's done things, but
Not
people.
like she was. She was like a star for a bit.
Well, that's why she was on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh.
That's
Bill.
right.
She was a star.
I do agree. If you're somebody that has like a very prominent nose and you get surgery to make it very slim, very normal, like a very normal nose, it can really change the way you look. And I mean,
Well, it's in the middle of your face.
Yeah, and it's very identifiable too. So you don't even look like the same person anymore.
No, you look like you're in mid-transformation in one of those 80s werewolves movies.
Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
9 times.
9 times.
How many times she had her nose operated on?
It is.
And honestly, I think it just screams like insecurity. Boob jobs, I can understand why someone would want a
Every
boob job.
plastic surgery is because someone's insecure.
But like boobs, I can understand.
There's
though.
no plastic surgery that you go, unless it's medically necessary, but that's usually not stuff that's cosmetic.
But
You get it based off an insecurity.
Sure.
But I feel like people, unless it's like a medical thing, like people's nose aren't slacking. Like you can breathe fine. Like you can.
Well, no, there's people that
can't.
like if you these rock stars that did a lot of coke in the 80s and they got
Well, that's their fault.
right, but that's why that's a situation where
still a
like we don't
problem.
get it.
Talk about boobs like drop naturally. Like they get stretch marks. That happens with life. So I can understand why someone would want a boob job. So I don't think insecurity, but it's also something nature takes its course. A nose, as long as you treat it right, it'll be faithful to you for the rest of your life.
Right, but your nose continues to grow as you get older.
Yes.
Your nose and your earlobes continue to grow.
Yeah, but
so if somebody gets to be old and they're like, I don't want to walk around looking like I'm trying to get Hansel and Gretel into my house
But
in the woods.
everybody's noses grows. Not everybody's boobs get droopy though.
Yeah, but some people have bigger nose, and the more it grows as you get older, it gets pretty out of hand.
My husband's going to have at some point, probably in the next few years, he's going to have a nose job because he got sucker punched when he was younger and it broke his nose.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got like the clear, like, off-center break in the bridge.
The Owen Wilson.
And he's got a deviated, the Owen Wilson. He's got a deviated septum now, and eventually, right now, he's still able to breathe for the most part. But as he gets older and his nose grows a little bit more, it probably will become a huge issue, and he'll have to. Not only will he have it, corrected, the deviated septum corrected, he'll probably have that big, like, kind of lump removed, and once that happens, he might look really different.
And you'll be married to him. Look at that. You'll be looking at somebody you never have met before.
Good thing to love the person.
You'll wake up. Police. You'll wake up every day and you're going, I don't know.
Is that why he snores a lot?
You mean you loser husband? Will it affect his
the
vaping
smell may
ability?
drive him away.
I told him last night that I called him a loser because he was vaping. He goes, well, at least you don't smell cigarette smoke anymore. I'm like, exactly right. But I'm like, you still do look like a loser smoking your vape. And he's like, whatever.
Wow.
At least I told him.
Vapor's got a vape,
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure his phone already blew up.
Well, and I
I'm
told
sure
him-
you didn't have to tell him. He was being kind by not telling you. Oh, I know. I know what you said.
I
you
told him
whore.
about the mixology thing too, like how he like mixes the flavors and whatever. He's like, I'm not really one of those guys though that goes to the shop and is like, having them make me custom flavors and blah blah blah. I'm like, you're close. Like you're
making them yourself.
You're adjacent. Like you're just about there. He's like, well,
You're 2 steps away from being custom flavors guy.
yeah, exactly.
All right. When we return, I'm going to have what for you? Ooh, Tribe tickets. They are going to be playing somebody. Next week, you're going to see the Indians taking on the Brewers of Milwaukee on Tuesday at Progressive Field. So you want to check out Tribe game next week. We'll hook it up. 35192. You want to text or find us at AlanCoxShow.com.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS and everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio.
Well, in the span of fewer than 12 hours, Roseanne Barr lost her show on ABC, which was already renewed for season 2. It opened to massive ratings, but even when it kind of fell back to earth, it was still huge ratings. I mean, the finale was 10 million people, which in 2018 is a lot of people watching a show.
People were very nostalgic for that show. Very nostalgic for that show.
And it was really funny. It was a good show.
I didn't watch the new
one was
iteration, but
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
It was good. But again, this is a classic case of you can't have it both ways. So Roseanne goes on some tweet storm this morning, and the whole kind of no secret at all was that the family in this iteration, they were going to be Trump people, and that the hook of the Roseanne show was that they were going to try to represent both sides, right? Her sister was a classic, they made fun of her for being a lib snowflake or whatever, and the Connor family, they were, blue-collar Trump types, whatever. But Roseanne herself has always been a weird kind of... Somehow she turned into like some hard right type of person. And again, this is a Jewish woman, so whenever she was tweeting like anti-Semitic stuff, I never understood that. But okay, and she was tweeting this morning about George Soros and Chelsea Clinton married his nephew, which is not true, and all this weird crap. And then she tweets that Valerie Jarrett, who was one of Obama's former advisors, and I think a friend from back in Chicago, Roseanne tweeted that Valerie Jarrett was what you got if the Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes had a baby. Always a great move to pull out the monkey card when you're talking about a black woman. And, of course, people went nuts over this. And the prevailing wisdom at ABC, which aired the Roseanne show, was always, well, you got to kind of let Roseanne be Roseanne, kind of echoing the whole way that people handle Trump with kid gloves. You got to let Trump
she's
be
a
Trump.
kook.
You got to let Roseanne be Roseanne.
Ku Klux Klan, I believe is what you're trying to say.
That's the truncated version.
That's
of it.
right.
A kook, a kookly. And then ABC after this got so much heat and obviously became the story of the day that it became pretty clear that they were going to have to do something. And I don't know how. Then Wanda Sykes immediately announced that she was leaving the show before ABC decided to cancel it. She's one of the producers. A lot of great names on this show.
They should have fired her and then kept the show going.
Roseanne?
Yeah. And
Like
get a
killed
new
her
Roseanne.
off or something.
Yeah, get like a new Roseanne. Recast her. Like they did with 2.5 Men.
Her husband gets remarried.
The Hogan family brings Sandy Duncan in there with her glass eye. So Wanda Sykes, who was a producer and a writer on the show, before the whole thing fell apart, said that she just tweeted, "I will not be returning to the show." But Whitney Cummings was a big writer on this. Norm Macdonald was a producer on it. Morgan Murphy, who's very funny. I don't know how many people know her, but she's very funny. So a lot of good people associated with the show. And I was thinking all the other people around Roseanne who work on this show and have to really bob and weave every time she does something like
It's
this.
just so selfish. Like, just a tweet like that, the climate that we're in. And it's just, when you don't think about what you type, it's just so selfish because there are people that their livelihood is based around this show.
That
like,
DJ kid finally got back on television.
Yeah.
The blonde Becky finally got back on television.
Sad.
They were set for another season. So then Roseanne tweets an apology that she was joking and it was in poor taste and blah, blah, blah. People weren't really having that because this is not her first time doing something like this.
And it didn't seem like a joke. It seemed more like
No, there wasn't
a comment.
It's not really.
It was a comment, whatever. And then hours later, ABC announces that they canceled Roseanne. They said we simply cannot move forward with Roseanne. So I think some people were surprised at that. Some people thought, well, maybe they'll just let it die down. But a show that's the season just ended. They just had their season finale. So it's not like there's more season 1 episodes that are going to air. So they just finished the first season. But my only thought in this was, she has a black actress who plays her granddaughter on this show. Be kind of tough explaining whether it's a joke or not, explaining it to that kid.
Yeah.
It's just so weird because the show, and we were talking about this in the office when we found out, Roseanne in the 80s and 90s was a very progressive show. It was a very real show, but it was very open to topics like that, like racism and treating people well, whether they're poor or rich or whatever. Like, it was always
inclusive.
And whatever happened with Roseanne and her going down this political, just going so far right and getting so angry about all these things and being so such a Trump supporter and all this stuff is very, very strange to me because she was such like an advocate for LGBTQ community.
Well,
and
she
stuff
was
like
kind of
that.
trying to have it both ways.
Yeah.
Like I said, she had a black granddaughter on the show. They had another grandson who was a transvestite and all that stuff. So it was like they were trying to check the boxes of things that would bring all these people under one umbrella, which is in theory a great idea, but you believe what you believe. And if she's a kook, sooner or later this is going to happen.
I blame the nut farm.
The macadamia farm in Hawaii.
She was eating too many macadamia nuts and got to her head.
I mean, the girl that played Sarah Gilbert's daughter on this, who amazing casting because she looks exactly like Sarah Gilbert. She had tweeted that she was in the process of quitting the show before they announced that it was canceled.
wow.
So there were people jumping ship. Wanda Sykes, Sarah Gilbert, who really was instrumental in getting the show back on the air.
Yeah.
She's the one that put Roseanne and John Goodman kind of back together and said we should do this. I
still think they should keep the show and just fire Roseanne. And, they killed John off for that last season.
But would you watch a Roseanne-free show?
Yeah,
she kind
I
of
would.
Would you?
Oh, absolutely. But
she's kind of the glue.
She's the glue.
But I love John Goodman.
John
Love
Goodman's
him.
great. Sarah Gilbert's great on
Yeah,
that show.
I agree.
And Jackie, what's her name?
Laurie Metcalf.
She's awesome. Like, those are the funniest characters on the show. Roseanne kind of is, she's the reason they're all together, but she's annoying.
You know what
she's
they
the
do?
least likable.
They replaced her with Rosie O'Donnell.
Let's call it Rosie.
Go the exact opposite way.
Yeah.
So the Roseanne show over there at ABC just because of this one tweet, and I also hate when the story first broke, they were a racially charged tweet. It's a racist tweet. Nobody wants to. It's like when they say Trump plays fast and loose with the truth. No, he lies. He lies all the time. Nobody wants to say lies nonstop about things big and small. It's always, oh, well, he's a little bit disassociated from reality. He lies about every single thing. So to say racially charged tweet is a racist tweet.
Between 71 and Denison. Watch for fallen power lines as well on Detroit Road at West 117th. Slow on 480 westbound between Warrensville Center and Lee. Again, stop and go between West 130th and 71. You're slow eastbound 480 Broadway to Northfield Road. I'm Olivia Musica in the Traffic Center.
This report is brought to you by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Rocket Mortgage is simple so you can understand the details and be sure you're getting the right mortgage. Apply simply, understand fully, mortgage confidently. Visit rocketmortgage.com today. Licensed in all 50 states, equal housing lender, NMLS number 3030.
Now it's time to give stuff away. Give stuff away.
All right, when the Tribe return home next week, they're going to be taking on the Milwaukee Brewers Tuesday at Progressive Field. If you want to go, be caller number 15 right now. Good seats available, Indians.com. You can download the MLB Ballpark app. You can buy tickets forward, scan them digitally. Whatever you want to do. This pair for you. Good luck. Number 15. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
From the Final Touch Construction Studios, this is the 50th anniversary of WMMS Buzzard Radio, an iHeart radio station. Ask Alexa to play WMMS on iHeart Radio.
Now back to the Alan Cox Show.
Nine to 1, the final of that Tribe White Sox afternooner. They'll start up that weekend series against the Twins tomorrow in Minnesota at Target Field. That's 8:10 tomorrow night. Also tomorrow night over on WTAM 1100 will be Cavs Warriors Game 1 of the NBA Finals. It's a 9 o'clock game. They will return home for Game 3 at the Q 1 week from tonight. And we have tickets for you to win. If you want to go to WMMS.com.
Something in your mouth.
No? Why?
Okay, maybe I'm
Sounds moist.
very moist. You have a moist mouth today.
It's like very.
Yeah?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Nasty.
You brought it up.
Skin is
I thought
crawling,
you just
yeah.
wanted some more. Okay.
Oh, God.
Register to win your tickets at WMMS.com. Keyword contest. And my copy says, bring the noise. I don't know if that's an Anthrax and Public Enemy reference.
I think it's the noise you were just making. Bring that noise. See, that would be a great sound at the queue if everybody just starts making mouth sounds. If they could amplify that.
Mouth sounds.
And just,
How would you do that?
Amplify your mouth sounds.
I don't know. That'd be. They could just play it over the PA. Just record this.
Ugh.
Imagine trying to shoot a free throw.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
While that is going on.
Every member out on the floor, they just have their hands on their knees. They're leaning over, dry heaving while they're listening. Stop! It's having the opposite effect. It's making everyone sick. Gwen and I were talking about this Roseanne thing this morning because she's like,
That's
God
her show.
damn it, Roseanne. Yeah. I said, you're not even able to watch reruns anymore. Between them pulling the Cosby Show and Roseanne from TV Land, I don't know what the hell else they got over on TV Land. Yeah. Hulu has pulled all the old Roseanne
and
episodes.
Paramount.
Yeah, Paramount.
Network.
Which used to
pulling
be
the reruns too.
Reruns too.
Damn.
I was watching Wheel of Fortune yesterday, and I had put the guide on. I forget what channel airs the Roseanne reruns. It was probably Channel 3, maybe.
ABC.
Yeah, ABC, and they had pulled that, I think, because it said it on the program, like it said on the guide that Roseanne was supposed to be on, and it wasn't on.
Reruns pulled from Paramount Network, TV Land, and CMT in the aftermath of the whole Roseanne Barr thing. Yeah,
it was owned by like Comcast, I think, right? CMT.
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't know. I didn't know that they aired Roseanne reruns on there.
She did blame, in true Trump supporter fashion, she blamed everybody but herself. She said that Ambien was what caused her. Of course, the Ambien people had to speak out and make it clear that racism is not a side effect of their prescription.
I love it.
But yeah, she was throwing her fellow cast members under the bus. This poor kid that played DJ, all grown up. I don't know what the hell the guy's been doing, right?
He's actually been directing a lot.
Okay.
Yeah,
he finally gets back on television. All these people associated with this show who haven't done a goddamn thing since Roseanne, and now they're out of work again.
Like Sarah Gilbert's had a career. Dan's obviously John
Goodman's fine.
Been out there. But Becky, I don't even know her name.
Lacey Goranson.
Yeah, she's the one that probably needed it the most.
Yeah.
And
well, maybe she'll get something else just from the notoriety of the show being big for a little while.
But boy, who thought that she would have ended the new season even worse than they ended the old season, where it was all, Dan was dead the whole time. It was all a dream. Nobody thought they were going to top that for awful endings, but she did it.
Stay dead.
Good for you. Listen, ABC always knew that Roseanne was certifiably nuts.
Sure.
This is not like these are the first things she's ever
Not
tweeted.
just ABC. Everybody knows that she's just a kook.
They rolled the dice.
Yeah.
There was no Twitter in 1988 when she was on TV the first time.
That's the thing. You take a risk with people like that, you know, and
well, do you remember how crazy it was when that show got popular and her and Tom Arnold? Yeah, like that whole drama. You never seen tabloids with fat people as much as that happened.
Yeah.
Like they were in the tabloids all the time. Like they were headline news. They were like Kardashian level. Like
well, people love them because they were like
Yeah.
white trash celebrities, and people love laughing at them and blah blah blah. But at the time, she had the most powerful show on television.
Yeah.
I retweeted a photo that somebody posted. I just said caption this, but it was an old episode of TV Guide that had Roseanne and Bill Cosby on the cover.
I saw that.
You know,
fall from grace.
it was I don't know. I mean, so. And you'll notice that right-wing media is not defending her either. Normally, you go to the mat and you'd be like, oh, well, it's because she likes Trump and it's free speech. Blah. They're not, because...
Some of them are.
Well, some are, but the other ones, they feel like deep down she's a dirty, dirty liberal and she's getting what she deserves and blah, blah, blah. Listen, Roseanne is a woman who's clearly not well. And... I don't know what will happen.
She's not well.
She's mentally ill. She's publicly and open. She is publicly and openly mentally ill. She's bipolar and all this other stuff. So she is, by her own admission, a woman who is not well. That's so.
But also, like, if you're bipolar, that doesn't necessarily racism isn't a side effect of being bipolar.
That's not what I'm saying.
You know?
I'm simply saying that she's a woman who is mentally ill. I'm not painting with a broad brush.
Yeah.
I'm saying that it's real easy in this moment to go, oh, she's crazy. Yeah, so there's plenty of other things that she believes that have nothing to do with your garden variety mental illness. I'm just saying that she is a woman who has been very open about her problems.
Right.
I'm bipolar. I'm this. I'm that. For her, she also believes some other wacky things.
Yeah.
You know,
It was a matter of time,
That when
really.
it was, of course, a matter of time.
But what if she were able to turn racism into a mental illness, and people could just use that as their get out of jail free card? Like, I have, I don't know, what would you call that? What would racism be? Like, what would that mental illness be?
Racism as a mental illness? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a good name for it.
Face blindness? You only see people that look like you? I have no idea.
The only thing I did see that kind of irked me was people making the false equivalency that Bill Maher should be canceled because he made a comment calling Trump's parents, there was the son of orangutans or whatever. And I simply just stated, well, one is deeply rooted in racism. And has roots in slavery. And the other one is a joke about somebody's appearance.
And by the way, Bill Maher did lose a show 25 years ago.
Because of offensive things he said.
Of course, he got fired from ABC, the same network that fired Roseanne. So Bill Maher has lost a show.
But they were also.
And by the way, it's also a false notion that liberals worship Bill Maher. You know, it's like
I don't watch the show.
I love Bill Maher, but I'm just I like him as a comic, and I like sometimes he's. Hit you over the head with it. But we've had him on the show a bunch of times, and I always like that.
And if you're going to go after a Bill Maher thing, why go after that when you could just use
the House
when he said N-word last year?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of fault. I had people texting me. They're like, "Oh well, the NFL, you know."
Wait, what's the NFL?
Well, outlawing the kneeling and all that crap,
Yeah,
and they're like, so liberals got something they want with Roseanne, and conservatives got something they want with the NFL.
So we're even, then what are we arguing about?
Yeah. Well, but they're two very different things.
Yeah.
You know, the NFL is a business. They can run it however they want. But if you want your business model to be appeasing racists, which is what that is, because owners are terrified of Trump, that's a very different thing than a woman tweeting, you know. And by the way, because Roseanne said a lot of things in the aftermath. First, she said, I'm getting off Twitter. Did not get off Twitter. She kept retweeting things.
She's handling this very poorly.
But she thought Valerie Jarrett was white. And if you see Valerie Jarrett...
A lot of people are tweeting that, too.
The first thing I thought was, boy, if you were going to make an ape reference, why would you make it about Valerie Jarrett, who is not a dark-skinned black woman?
Right. She's like half black or something.
I don't know what she is, but I could see where somebody would go, oh, I think she's white. I knew she was black, but if you just saw her for the first time, you might not think that.
Her mom is a quarter black, and her dad is African American. So and then I guess she did some DNA... She did one of those shows like finding out her lineage, and she's got like some French and Scottish and something else, whatever. But I mean, I was confused because people were like, she's not a black woman. I'm like, yes,
she is quantifiably a black woman.
I think a lot of people, though, if someone doesn't look like 100% black, they don't file them in that category.
Roseanne lashed out at cast members. She was mad at Wanda Sykes. She was mad at that kid that plays DJ, saying they threw her under the bus. Of course, Trump made it all about him. He said, how come ABC hasn't apologized to me for making fun of me on that show? Because he's a snowflake. So she was throwing everybody under the bus, blaming Ambien and her castmates other than herself. And, of course, like I said, the makers of Ambien had to say, racism is not a known side effect.
I want you to put your money where your mouth is and do the show on Ambien tomorrow and see if you get racist.
We'll do that.
All right.
Did you see that they asked, the White House press people asked Sarah Sanders, like, hey, what does Trump think about the cancellation of Roseanne? And she said, oh, well, he's got other things to worry about than Roseanne. And then, like, minutes later, he tweeted about Roseanne. And somebody put, like, the screenshots, like, next to it. I'm like, perfect.
Ambien, as in Ambien, a racist? There you go. That's good. Alan, you guys have never seen real racism.
That's not true.
No, I don't know where you'd arrive at that conclusion.
What would he define real racism
I don't know
as?
who this person is.
Hey.
I think they're just throwing something against the wall to see if it sticks.
Tom Cake, have you ever seen Real Racism? I know he's on the phone right now, but
he's talking to someone about how he's never seen real racism.
He's, had some people say some unkind things to him.
Oh, I dated black girls years ago, and I got called Enter Lover and all kinds of stuff.
What
sure.
was the question you guys were saying?
Oh, somebody texted, "You guys have never seen real racism," which is a silly thing to say, but I'm not quite sure what point they're trying to make.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Mike.
Hello.
Hello, Mike.
Hey, Alan. I just wanted to ask. Like everybody's going crazy over Roseanne Barr because they're saying she's racist. What about like the racist comics that make fun of that don't get crucified over it?
Well, give me an example.
Well, I can't. Like I've seen several black comedians go on stage and like do stereotypes of white people, and we make it sound like we're net.
Okay, but let's take that example then. That's a comedian in a club who's doing their own act. This is a woman who was doing a show on a network. That's her employer. I mean, let's say by your logic, if a club didn't like it, they could not book that comic again, but they just want to get asses in the seats. ABC is a major network, and if one of their employees is tweeting out racist things, they can say, "You're gone," which is what they did pretty swiftly because they have to worry about advertisers, things like that. Comedians these days have to worry about somebody filming them, I guess, and turning it into a thing, but comedians are self-employed. So it's not really the same thing.
And also making fun of white people, they weren't discriminated against. So, you can make fun of white people, but
we get discriminated against all the time. Haven't you heard?
Haven't you heard?
Yeah.
The Irish, the Italians 100 years ago.
Discriminating against anybody. She was attacking.
Yes, she was.
Just that one person.
Calling someone a monkey.
Oh yeah,
has a very.
But Mike, those are comments that are deeply rooted in a very dark period of history.
That's where it came from.
If you're an employee of a major network and you've got a show, I would just think that she would consider all the other people that are the cast, the crew that are on that show. It's just such a weird way to go. So weird. And she's Jewish. So she makes like these anti-Semitic comments that I don't understand.
And the person that signs her checks, the president of ABC, is a black woman.
Well, right, but you're not going to run the company based on necessarily if it offends you personally.
People drive advertisers all the time.
But they had
from
an
people who are
African American producer on the show who quit because of this. So, I mean,
you should think about that stuff. I mean,
there's a lot of factors involved. Like, you can't just. I mean, certainly we're employees of a company. We can't come on here and say whatever the hell we want. We have to, within reason, we have to, if I were to say, something really offensive on this show, I would expect to be fired.
Yeah.
And people have been
around here.
And people have been fired from this company, not even just in our building, but in this company for saying offensive things.
And not even on the air.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. People who have, because that's the new world now that we operate in.
We're on 24/7.
Yeah, we're responsible for our actions.
What we put
on
out.
social media.
Time,
and I can't remember the last person who got fired that I know in this business for something they said on the air.
Yeah.
It's always something that they just couldn't keep to themselves in Facebook.
Yeah.
If I went to a grocery store right now and I yelled the N-word and I was,
what an extreme example.
And, okay.
I would suggest that you cryogenically freeze yourself for like 1,000 years first.
No, but I mean, if I went to a public place and I was calling someone that or using that kind of language and someone filmed it and sent it to my work and it went viral, I'd probably be fired. Even though it had nothing to do with work.
Yeah, of course.
I wasn't,
Because you're an employee of
You're
the
a
company.
representative of the company.
That's why I was reading an article about how all these...
For the record, I wouldn't go to a grocery store and yell the
Oh,
N-word.
gee, thanks for clarifying that.
Erica took the new sleeping pill, Arian.
That's why whenever I talk to my brother on the phone, I'm like, I got to be in a private place. I can't be talking to you in public.
I thought that was on Twitter.
No.
That was
Oh,
on
really?
I want to see.
That's who I was thinking of. I thought that was on social media.
No, that was that was live.
It was on the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
That person did what? Said something offensive?
Was she gone during that?
Yeah,
whole...
it was during Parkland, like right after that, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
After the shooting. Always a good time to shoot from the hip, so to speak.
Write down what was said, because
That's
why
well, we're going into a break.
Yeah, I'll tell you in the commercial.
Sorry.
Bill's going to transcribe for you the comments.
It's a lot.
Okay. I didn't know. I thought it was one word or something.
That's why I don't understand. I saw an article that a whole bunch of Nazi propaganda there's some local Nazi group.
All over Lakewood or something.
Yeah, Lakewood in Cleveland State. I never understand why and back home there are a bunch of like Republican primary. they're never going to get elected in the general election.
Don't say that.
But all
General
these
election.
Nazi general election, all these like openly white power dudes in Illinois, they're running on the Republican side for things. I never figure out why Nazi sympathizers are also Holocaust deniers. Why is that? Because you love Hitler, but you don't think
don't
he
like
killed
their
him.
work?
Right. That's
Yeah.
your whole reason for being a fan of Hitler.
I never thought
He didn't
about
just write a
that.
book.
Nobody's like, I love Hitler because of his paintings. Like, I never understood why you're a Holocaust denier. I think you'd be out there rooting for Holocaust 2.0.
They just root for what he believes in. They don't think he's a mass murderer. We just believe of the cleansing of all like unpure.
But I don't. Right. But I
But
guess
they
that's-
don't believe that he
it's a
actually
rhetorical
cleansed.
question. But I never understand why they're Holocaust deniers. Like, that's your whole reason for being. Why are you?
It's quite confusing.
I don't get it. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Alan. Hate the show.
Hi, Mike.
Hi. Just to circle back to you commented that conservative media outlets were trying to keep their hands away. Fox News in their typical fashion jumped in and said that I saw an article about 4 hours ago that they said that ABC does not hate Roseanne; they hate her base because her base is Trump. So.
Well, no, Trump's base is Trump. I don't think Roseanne's base is Trump people.
But that's what the article was trying to spin
Yeah, no,
it
I
into.
know.
Yeah.
But I've also...
They're connecting dots that aren't really there. They're just trying to throw, a grenade over the fence.
But I've seen a couple of people. I'll click through Fox News as I'm making the rounds on television, and I've seen a couple of pretty pro-Trump people on Fox News say what Roseanne said was awful. They should have let her go. So they got a weird mix over there now of people that are like, yeah, this is a good thing. And then there's other people that are like, oh, they fired her because she likes Trump. Like, her base is not necessarily Trump fans. It's people who like Roseanne. It's because it was a funny show.
And everybody that, if you run a network right now, you want people watching your network. You don't want to cancel a #1 show. You had a giant hit.
Oh, Kimmel was talking about it last night. He goes, we really kind of needed that show because ABC doesn't have a whole lot going for it right now. So that was a ballsy move. A lot of people, I think, were surprised. I was surprised.
Yeah.
I was like, they're going to try to ride this out. I don't know how they would have done that. But, hey, Joe.
Hey, how you doing, Alan?
What's going on, Joe?
Yeah, I was just wondering, you guys are just talking about, like, the responsibility of employers and if you work for a certain employer. Like, how come... say Pound Cake in particular, he's allowed to say every day afternoon white people, but what if you said, for instance, every day afternoon black people? I keep hearing Erica trip all over herself trying to say African American people, even when she was just describing that one.
I'll say black people.
I don't care.
I don't think it's offensive to say black people. I just prefer.
Just said her mom is a quarter black. Her dad is.
Well, the reason why I said her dad is 100% African American is because I wanted to. I believe one of them is she was born in Iran, I believe. So
Yeah,
I was
she's
trying
Iranian
to
or
denote.
something.
I was trying to denote that they're American now.
And Pound Cake can say afternoon white people. It's mostly white people
And
listening.
nobody would care if we said afternoon black people.
Yeah, I mean...
No.
There's like
saying
only 400.
black people calling someone a white person or a black person is not offensive.
No, well, this is a joke.
Yeah, then why do we have to say African American now?
Nobody said we do.
Joe, you can say whatever you
Either
want.
or, either or.
As long as you're not using the N-word, you can say whatever you want.
Or calling them Planet of the Apes.
What's that?
No, she called them Planet of the Apes. That's.
The only thing I don't like
Do you
is
not
when people
understand
say,
racism?
It's the visual equivalent of using the N-word, Joe. When you say, hey, this chick looks like an ape. That's somebody who's not really... They're ignoring a lot of history. Now watch. To your point, Joe, give me a second. Watch, because I have to go to break. Good afternoon, black people. There you go. Alan Cox, everybody. All right, thank you, Joe. You're fired. All right, thank you. Now, mind you, I was talking to the 480 people who
That's
reside
right.
and are quantified on the Alan Cox Show
right.
blacklist.
Mm-hmm.
People that we have cataloged. Maybe that's not the right...
Yeah. I will say, though, saying the blacks or like referring to people as the blacks, that's just something weird. That's something I'll never say because that's just kind of weird.
I wouldn't say it either, but if you said, like, well, the Irish, they're very shifty.
I know.
But people would say that, and nobody would think about, oh, look at the Italians.
It's not inherently, problematic. It's just it just feels weird to
What are we
say
gonna
the
do about the
blacks.
blacks?
Yeah. Even if I were to, I wouldn't say the whites.
What if your
either.
neighbor was the black family? Their name was
Well,
Black.
then they'd be the blacks.
Are we inviting the blacks over for dinner? Yes. All right. When we come back, I'm going to have put somebody on Bill's foot golf team. We go back to Mastic Woods for our 4th annual Alan Cox Show foot golf tournament. His team hoping for another championship. I won last year, but he won the year before. Manchester United is his team, and we'd love to have you along, so we'll get somebody to join him coming back. 35192 if you want to text.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Side in the DMs special edition, where I'm here with Jeff Davis from Connected Comedy. How's it going? And we're doing Comedy Connected. Whatever, dude. You didn't pay me that much. So we're doing a show together, Saturday, July 21st. You want to just give them some details real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a show for the Ohio Suicide Prevention Foundation and the Adams Board of Cuyahoga County, their Suicide Prevention Coalition. We're trying to raise...
And we're not just doing the show for them. We're doing this as a fundraiser for them, correct?
Fundraiser for them, correct. Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for stopping by, Jeff. Can't wait to perform with you and be a part of this. It's July 21st at the Lakewood Civic Auditorium, and tickets are on sale at standuptogetherohio.com. It is standuptogetherohio.com, an evening of comedy to honor Nick Ramsey. I'll be headlining. Mike Polk Jr. will be there, Mary Santora, and more. There's going to be so many great comics, so make sure you get those tickets. And if you have any questions about being a sponsor, go ahead and email jeff@standuptogetherohio.com. Hey everybody, welcome to the Side in the DMs. My hair, I got it. I'm getting it cut. I'm getting it cut before the comedy tour.
So no more perm? No perm for the comedy tour?
There's not going to be a perm for the comedy tour. I can't stand what it looks like right now. It's too, like if I put stuff in
very
it.
Very Kramerish.
It's just so, it's too long. And it's like most of the curls have grown out or they're coming out. So it doesn't even really, like, this is kind of just what my hair looks like when it's longer. And it's just driving me nuts. And I don't like it when it's this long. So yeah, I'm going to get it cut. Because like I style it in the morning and then it just puffs out as the day goes on, and so I'm just very annoyed with it. So I'm getting it cut. Deal with it. I fulfilled my bet. I did it anyway. You were telling me that all you did last night was watch Basketball Wives.
Well, I got home and, by the way, side note, my roommate and I have reached peak friendship. We're showing up at the same place. Like we go to Liquid Planet. And, you know, they have good smoothies and good food. And I was just like...
Food is good. I really like that.
I was like, I think I want to go there. And, of course, as I pull out, my roommate is pulling in. I'm like, damn it, man. I was like, we're super gay. We're super close. Anyways, so I get home and I have my food and my smoothie and I'm watching Basketball Wives. Now, if you don't know about Basketball Wives...
I don't know anything about it. I never watched the episode.
The executive producer of that show and the creator is Shawnee O'Neal, which is Shaquille O'Neal's ex-wife. So she pretty much is like the ringleader... and has all these, you know, bitches there, flaunting
mothers,
sure, flaunting their wealth, and you know they got to make it's a housewife show, so you got to make it, you know, drama filled, yeah. And I was just living for it because it's immediately the first episode like this chick slept with your ex-husband, and I was like, here we go.
But why, like, everybody sleeps with everybody, like that's like the world. Why is it such like a big deal? When they find this stuff out, like, why didn't none of these people have skills on how to just be, like, adults?
I don't know. All I know is,
like, if I find out someone slept with someone that I also slept with, I'd be like, okay.
But there is friendship. Like, it's just like bro code. Like, that's like you sleeping with one of my ex-boyfriends.
No, I don't think that would happen. Never say never. But yeah, I just don't get the, like, if you're running in certain circles, you're hanging out the same places, that crap's going to happen. And none of these people have, like, a very high moral compass where they're, like, above any of that stuff. They all do it. So I don't know why they act like they're so outraged when it happens.
Because it's a reality show and you want to promote yourself in the best light, and sometimes
but why do you enjoy watching that stuff? Like,
it's escapism. I like it.
It's so contrived, though. I can't escape in something that is that phony, like that false outrage. Like, that stuff makes me nuts. I don't know. Like, I kind of got into.
And the women are pretty. They have money. Yeah. You know, they have fat booties. So I don't know. I just find it fascinating, and you know, they live the lap of luxury, and they're banging rich athletes, which is something that I aspire to do one day.
Banging rich athletes, but you have to get athletes to be out. That's the thing.
No, I don't. They could be on the DL.
I guess you actually might be able to make more money off of them if they are on the DL.
Extortion.
I really
just kidding.
I'm curious why. Like, we would not be friends if it wasn't for this show.
Probably not.
You're pretty like some of the things you stand for. I'm just like not okay with.
I mean, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't have to extort anybody because they would know I had the upper hand.
Would you be happy if you and Kevin Love actually hooked up? Would you extort him, or would you just be happy with it?
I would just be happy with it, and if he told me not to say anything, I wouldn't. But he would know that I knew that, and it would always be in the back of his mind. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm gonna pay this light bill.
So you would extort him?
No.
You just said you would.
I didn't say I would.
No, you'd be like, how am I going to pay this light bill?
I said I would just tell him, like, we'll be on the confidant friend level. I'm just like, hey, Kevin, hey, bro. Like, I'm just conversing with you, and, like, I'm just so broke. I can't even believe this. I don't know how I'm going to pay this light bill. It's not like, pay this light bill or I'm going to out you.
Yeah, but you're implying it. Yeah, you're...
That's not implying anything.
Yes, you are.
Extortion is, do this or I'm going to do this. I'm not saying anything.
No, you're doing it in a very passive-aggressive manner. This is the Christian on the show, by the way. This is the one that...
Get thee behind me, Satan.
Yeah. And if you don't, I'm going to make sure I take your money. That's you.
I'm not even going to go there. I almost said something that would send me straight to hell.
All right. Well, as you guys already knew, Pound Cake is a piece of shit. Welcome back to the Alan Cox Show in just a few minutes.
Yeah. How old's your kid now?
Which one?
Well, you did what Jersey Mike's?
Oh, he's 21, man.
21?
Yeah, he's my co-host on the show.
But you've got three kids?
Yeah. He's my. You know, the last time he was here with me, did I tell you he saw someone get shot?
No.
Oh, dude, I gotta tell you the
shot
story.
in Cleveland. What?
So we're down at that hotel that looks like the Titanic. You know, right down on the Pickwick Alley there. Like at the end of the alley, there's that huge, beautiful hotel.
Okay.
Renaissance, I
the
think?
Galleria might be.
Galleria.
And so we
That's the arcade.
Yeah, we're staying there, and right below our window, you know, next to the bowling alley there's a place where you can get some tacos and quesadillas. And so we're in the room, and I said, I want some quesadillas. And he said, I'm going to go down and get some. I said, great. And so I'm laying in bed, and maybe 3-4 minutes later, I hear, pa, 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 pa. That's the one. Yeah. And I was like, oh, no. Was that a cash register?
AK.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to monetize them gunshots.
Can you tell
son?
I'm Jewish? I was like, is that a cash? Yeah, that's a quick cash register right there.
Someone's having a good day. A lot of sales. That's what I like to hear.
He goes down. I hear the gunshots, and I'm like,
because you heard it sounded closer to you than you were comfortable. If it had been way off in the distance, you wouldn't have been worried.
I knew I was on the 5th floor, and I knew I could see where.
Okay.
Right beneath the window. That's where the gunshots are coming from.
Oh, right there.
I can hear the gunshots are right beneath the window, which is where he's getting the food.
Gotcha.
And so I'm freaking out, obviously.
I told you not to go to the gunshot cafe.
Yeah, right. And I go to the window and I pull back the blinds, and I see a body in the alley.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Really?
Yeah. And it's not my son. And I call. She'd been shot in the leg or something.
Okay.
And I call my son. I go, hey. And he goes, hey. I go, well, you got to come. What's going on? He goes, I saw someone get shot. I go, I know, man. I said, you got to come back up here. And he goes, well, I'm waiting for the food, right? And I said, what? And I go, Jacob, someone gets shot. He goes, yeah, but I don't think they're going to come back and shoot her again.
Yeah, they're not hanging around.
Yeah. He said, they ran off. They're not coming back.
Sure.
So, and
He's a smart kid.
He said, plus, everybody else left, so the owner of the place said I could have everyone's food. So he came up in the room. He had like 10 bags of Mexican food.
Nice.
Like, I was a little high, so I was like, good choice. Good idea.
Mm-hmm.
But it was...
Got the shotgun buffet. Good for you.
It was crazy.
Did you break our chair?
Wow.
Yeah, I was looking. Did you see this?
Yeah, I see that. Hey, we gotta do a new YouTube thing.
No.
Yeah,
no.
Just do it.
No.
Just do it. No. Just say subscribe and share. Do it.
Looking to get into summer shape? We've got great playlists to help you work out, like Rock Workout or our 30-minute workout playlist. Check out graduationplaylist.com to instantly be back to the year you graduated. Plus the all-new iHeartRadio podcast, Business Unusual with Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank. It's all new and waiting for you today.
iHeartRadio.
Traffic.
From the Elk Traffic Center, if a medical mistake caused you injury, call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. Watch for accidents 480 east after West 130th, also Route 82 west of 77. Down power lines closing Ridge Road between 71 and Denison. Also fallen power cables on Detroit Road at West 117th. I'm Olivia Musica in the Traffic Center.
This report is brought to you by Pella Windows. Pella Windows are the most preferred national brand window by Clevelanders, and now get 20% off your entire project or 0% financing for 72 months. Visit any of the 6 Pella showrooms or PellaCleveland.com.
Yo, what up, Alexa?
What up, bro?
Play WMMS on iHeartRadio.
I got you, fam.
It's time to give stuff away. Stuff away. Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's put you on Team Bill for the 4th annual Alan Cox Show Foot Golf Tournament. His team, Manchester United, will be taking the course with my team, the returning champs, the Grass Kickers, and Pound Cake's team, the Putt Pirates, on the 10th of June back at beautiful Mastic Woods Golf Course. WMMS.com, keyword contest. If you want to vote for which team you think will win, and if you're right, you could win all the winning team's prizes. What number winner do you want, Bill?
Let's go with number 12.
Number 12. You will join Manchester United. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
7 out of 10 listeners agree. On what? We have no idea. This is the Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS.
$35192. You want to send me a text? Please feel free. AlanCoxShow.com for everything else. We got Cavs tickets to give to you. NBA Finals going to be back here at home 1 week from tonight for Game 3. Hopefully, they'll be returning home up 2-0
Crazy.
against the Golden State Warriors.
They probably will.
They probably will.
Be up 2-0.
They probably will. But go to WMMS.com, hit the contest tab, and there's tickets for you to win. Somebody going to be there with a pal next Wednesday night for Game 3. From your FM home for Cleveland Cavaliers basketball, 100.7 WMMS, the Eagle. Hey.
We should just change it to the Eagle.
Love that Eagle.
Nick,
I love that Eagle.
our tech correspondent. Hello, Nick.
Hello, Alan.
What's going on?
So I'll end with the Roseanne theory, but I'll start with there's a potential Time Warner AT&T merger, which is a big deal.
Correct.
For a couple of reasons.
Yep.
Viacom, which is owned by Time Warner,
Yes.
is a big deal because it hosts Comedy Central along with a bunch of other well-known TV networks, TBS and such.
That's right.
And if this deal goes through, AT&T being the Mongol they are, a lot of other networks will most likely lose access, is what people are predicting.
Well, listen, Comcast has said that they want to be the last standing major media company in 10 years.
Doesn't Comcast own 20th Pictures?
They own a whole bunch of stuff. They're trying to put a stick in the spokes of that whole Disney-Fox deal. Because they want to be the last. Now, mind you, they're going to have to fight iHeartMedia for that title. But what do you want?
You want some of that debt?
Do you want to be $80 billion in debt?
Yeah, right.
Now, to move on from that, part one to reverse the Al Pagit net neutrality, where he signed it out, it went to the Senate and passed, and now it has to go to the House, and it will be reinstated if it passes the House.
Mm-hmm.
Now, lastly, the Roseanne.
What's Al Pagit?
Al Pagit. He's the head of the FCC.
Ajit Pai?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, what's Al Pagit? Isn't that a skin condition?
Sounds like apology.
Yeah, that's kind of why I say it that way.
All right.
Well, I can't say that on the radio.
It's
but
pronounced
anyway.
Adel Dazim.
The Roseanne theory, and this is a theory I've shared with a few people who I liked it when it came back. I was really happy it came back.
Really
I thought
funny.
It was well done. Yeah, exactly. I think she's trying to get dumped by ABC, which is owned by the Mouse, to go to Netflix or Hulu where she can be a little more raunchy and open with her comedy.
Listen, this is not a question of raunch. You know, all these people text me in the break. They're like, people say worse at a roast. Yes, because people are voluntarily part of a roast. These Roseanne comments on Twitter were not directed at other comedians. It's always about Chelsea Clinton or George Soros or some tinfoil hat nonsense. And listen, it's one thing if you're talking to other comedians. Plenty of comedians say things that, you know, but it's the form in which you say it. If you're in a nightclub, people have an expectation that things might get a little raunchy. Even if somebody films it and it becomes a problem for a couple of days, clubs are still going to book you if you're a funny comic and you put asses in the seats. But
I think you said all this about 20 minutes ago. I'm not trying to have you repeat yourself.
There's new listeners right now.
I probably did. I probably am just repeating myself.
Well,
but
I just read an article that said that ABC's looking to try and salvage the show in a way where it would be a new show, but with the same cast and writers. So it wouldn't be Roseanne, but it'd have the same cast and writers and
with Roseanne on it?
No, without Roseanne, because they have those people and they're very talented. So why not try and do something with them?
And they've probably all these people got re-signed for a second season. That was going to start production. So there's a part of me that can't believe they would just want to throw the whole thing away. You wait for the smoke to clear for a little bit, and then you go. They did it in the 80s when they had the what was it? There was a show called Valerie, I think, and it was Valerie Harper, and it was about her family. And I think they were on for a season or 2 seasons, and she wanted a ton of money. Sitcom on NBC. She went in there with her chest puffed up, wanted a ton of money, and they said, well, you don't have any leverage, really. And she's like, we get good ratings. And they fired her. That's the first big high-profile thing I can remember like that, where somebody went in, guns blazing for more money, and they said, nope. So they grabbed Sandy Duncan, replace her on her own show, and call it the Hogan family. I could be getting part of this wrong, but that happened in the 80s. So if they just took the remaining members of this cast...
Yeah, they move some stuff around, change it so you're not doing the Connors, you're not doing the characters that Roseanne created.
It's called the Connors.
It's called the Connors.
Well,
you can still have
what they're saying is they don't want to do that because then Roseanne's still getting
paid
some
on
of that
it.
money. So,
yeah, but I couldn't.
They want to remove her association.
They're trying to remove her association, so they're calling it the Bonners.
I could I could understand them trying to do something like that, trying to make those pieces fit, but I can't imagine the cast all playing different people. Hey, this new season was a dream too. It was just a real bad
Well, it would be
dream.
a completely different show, but they would use that cast to do something.
Do an inside joke. Dan took Ambien, and the whole past season was a joke. He was alive, but Roseanne was dead. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Nick.
Yep.
There's Nick, our tech correspondent.
What the f*** is the internet?
Thank you, Nick. Hey, Patrick.
Hi.
Hello, Patrick.
How are you? I've got just a small story because my mom works with 2 guys named Barry. They're both like separate entities, but like they're both her boss. And me and my brother were like, well, we have to figure out which one she's talking about when she's like, I'm going to go see Barry. Well, one of them is black and one of them is Jewish. So we were like, well, obviously we have Blackberry, but what's the other one? And we were like, oh, we got it. It's Blackberry and Jewberry.
Right?
And how's
That's
that
your
working
story?
out?
That's the story?
That's unfortunately that's all the story. That's the whole story. But I think my mom's gotten a little upset about it. She doesn't exactly enjoy the name so much anymore.
Oh, I see. That was you guys. She didn't pick up on it.
Do they not have last names?
Yeah, why wouldn't you call them Barry F and Barry J or something, you know?
But actually, one of them is Barry S. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just funny to us at the time because.
Whoa, Blackberry, ram-a-lam. Whoa, Blackberry, ram-a-lam. Okay, thank you, Patrick. What a story. Thank you.
We're like, and?
That's right.
That's just how white folks will do you.
That's right, Mr. President. Boy, I'll tell you, I'm loving this Drake Puss Hat beef.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a big fan. I love Puss Hat. I go way back with him. And he and Drake, shots fired. He says Drake got a
porn
star
pregnant.
baby mama. Right. By the way, in
Who has a
2018,
schnoz, by the
is
way?
this a big deal? Who?
The porn star that he
I don't-
allegedly.
Who's the porn
Like,
star?
Up on her
Um,
face or in her pants?
What?
Schnoz in her pants.
Oh no, schnoz on her face. What's her name?
I don't even know.
It's like Gracie. There's something with Rose, something with 2 E's.
Rose.
Something with 2 E's. Hold
Rose
on.
Divine?
Yes, Rose Divine.
She's cute though.
But
That's a porn star?
She's got a nose.
I always think, how come these hot porn stars can't become models or actresses? Are they such bad actresses
Probably.
that they're like, I'm just going to do porn? I'm just going to, and I know that there's some acting in porn, but I'm always fascinated by genuinely beautiful porn stars. There's a lot of girls that are made up under, you know, they got enough lipstick and fake eyelashes to make the whole thing work, and you're not really spending that much time with their face anyway
Yeah.
till the very end.
This girl's got an ass, like an ass I've never seen before.
Well,
on a
sure,
white
if she caught Drake's attention.
And models, there's not really a market for huge asses unless you want to be like an urban model.
Oh, I'm seeing her straight on now because there was like a 3/4 shot where she looked real cute, but if you see her straight on, that nose is aggressive.
It's a nose. It's
Yeah.
definitely
Well, anyway,
there.
so this
Nose
is
is
allegedly this baby was born in France. How did Pusshat get information on this?
It's common
Through the
knowledge.
grapevine? I don't know.
Wendy Williams.
Through the
talked about
Drake
it.
vine?
So is this a
Drake vine.
bad thing? I thought is he in a relationship or anything, or he just has a kid out of wedlock?
Yeah, but how is it
how is it different from any other rapper?
He's denying that it's his kid. He thinks that she's just some stripper bitch trying to get his money.
Well, she doesn't do porn anymore, and she's changed her name.
Mm.
She goes by her real name. She is currently a painter. I guess through all those years of porn, all those guys
Inspired
using her face as a canvas, she thought, you know what?
Got inspired.
I think there's a better life for me. Here's a little bit of that Pusshat track. It's called The Story of Adidon?
Pusha T.
Pusshat. No, The Story of Adidon is the song, right?
I think so.
You are hiding a child. Let that boy come home. Deadbeat mother playing border patrol. Ooh, Adonis is your son, and he deserves more than an Adidas press run. That's real. Love that baby, respect that girl. Forget she's a porn star. Let her be your world. Yeah.
I love this guy.
What started the whole thing?
Because Drake, they've been going back and forth. Drake would do a diss track on Pusshat, and then vice versa.
Okay.
But I don't know why this is getting to be such a. He released a photo of Drake in blackface that he said was a legit photo from some photo session. It's not photoshopped.
Isn't he black?
What's that?
He's half black, right?
Yeah.
Drake?
Can
Yeah.
you get, all right.
He's biracial.
How do you get in trouble for that? Pound Cake, explain.
Can you do blackface if you're already half black?
It could be a face mask.
I think it's something that these days gets people so worked up.
It doesn't matter who it is.
No. Spike Lee did that movie years ago called Bamboozled. Did you ever see Bamboozled?
I never saw that.
Where Damon Wayans and, God, who was the other guy in Bamboozled? Maybe Robert Townley. It was a Spike Lee movie. It didn't really, not a whole lot of people saw it, I don't think, because it just didn't resonate with people. But it was about these black actors who were like, screw it, let's just do an old school minstrel show. So they were performing in blackface, and it was a whole thing. And even then, people got their beeholes all clenched up.
How do we get away with Tropic Thunder? I still think about that to this day.
I still think about
How
that too.
do we get away with that?
I need to
And it was a
know
big
how that
movie.
was acceptable.
Because it was a joke in the movie. It wasn't. It would have been different if Robert Downey Jr. had been
was
cast
just playing
to
a
play a
black
black
guy,
guy.
but he was playing a white guy playing a black guy in the movie. I get
Playing
that
the
there's.
dude, playing the other
I'm the dude disguised as a dude playing another dude.
I get that, but at the same time, still don't get it.
Still a little
Because
bit
it was a
crazy.
joke in the movie.
Still find it offensive.
Because people are so up in arms. I still look at that. I'm
He
like,
got a nomination for
For an
That's what I'm
Oscar.
saying.
I know. I don't understand. It's literally like someone was like, let's have Robert Downey Jr. play a black guy in this movie. And they're like, no,
Yes.
that's offensive. How do we get around that? Oh, we'll have him play a guy playing a black guy, and then it'll be fine.
It's me, Tug. It's me, Tug. That's right. Now, Tug who? Tug who? I don't know. Who are you? Me? I know who I am. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
And you can see him start to crack up too at the
Oh,
very
yeah.
tail end of that. Yeah.
I agree with you, Pound Cake. To this day, I'm like,
It's insane.
I don't understand how people are like, oh, well, he's playing a guy who's black.
Yeah,
so
but
it's
still
fine.
an amazing performance,
But that
too.
to me is the explanation.
Yeah.
If the joke is a joke in the movie,
But it seems like they found a way to work around that, as opposed to. I don't know. It's just still weird to me. Because at the end of the day, he's still a white guy playing a black guy.
Right, but they also had a black character who was making fun of this guy the whole movie.
Sure.
Like, what do you mean, we people? Like, they kind of put a spotlight on the whole thing, like it was
Sure.
patently ridiculous.
Was that Al
Pacino?
Yeah.
Yeah. Booty Sweat was his energy drink. Al Pacino.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Robert Downey Jr. was. I thought that movie was a funny movie. I just that to this day, I'm just like, huh. I can't believe he got away with that.
How old is that movie? 10 years old now?
Yeah,
Tropic
2008.
Thunder.
A while.
2008. Yeah, 2008.
It'll be 10 years this August. Tropic Thunder.
So
Wow.
just in that decade, things were a little lighter then. Well, I think it was just him. I think he was the exception.
But I think Alan's right. It's because he's playing a guy.
And they're
playing a
acknowledging it the
guy,
whole
and they're
time.
acknowledging that.
And this was pre-Twitter. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure that
Twitter was around in 2008.
No.
Yes, it was.
It wasn't
a
as
popular
big as
thing.
it wasn't
Yeah.
popular.
They had like
no.
a million users.
Yeah, 2009 was when Twitter really blew up.
Yeah.
Hey, John, hello.
Yeah, what's up?
How are you, John? What's going on?
I'm good. So, I don't understand why we have to feel the need to keep rebooting shows that, I don't think, like with the Roseanne show, we're rebooting this show for people that watched it years ago, and it was great back then, but it's not great now. Right?
But
It's
a
not-
lot of people did like it.
I liked it. And again, I was not a
I
Roseanne
didn't
watcher
see it.
in the 80s, but I knew I was going to watch
Right.
this because my wife loved that show so much. It was a funny season of comedy.
They had great writers
It was
on
well
it. I
written.
didn't see it, but
That's why it's such a bummer, because it's not like people were like, oh, yeah, they rebooted it and it stunk. It was real good.
Yeah, I just don't understand where is the new shows? Where are the
I agree. no
Listen,
new ideas.
There are
That's it.
plenty of new ideas. You zip around the
Where
channel.
are the new ideas?
It's because they
Where
got
are
to
the new
get.
ideas?
I was reading a thing a while back. They said to even get a network now to look at a show, the premise of the show has to be so friggin' goofy to stand out. They're like, they tried this show Living Biblically on CBS, where they're like, this guy's going to live according to the Bible, and they thought they'd get all the Jesus people watching it,
Yeah.
but it just wasn't funny. Whether you
Yeah.
like Jesus or not, the show's still going to be funny. And it's like there are plenty of new ideas. It's just when it comes to somebody sitting down for 30 minutes, are they going to want to spend that time on something that at the end they might think sucks, or are they going to want to watch something that they already kind of
know they like.
Yeah,
And
there
shows
are,
cost a lot of money.
there are tons of new ideas on shows.
We are in an era, though, of recycled ideas. I
Well,
was
sure.
referencing it earlier with all the superhero movies. Like, we are just in that era where there aren't as many new things coming out because companies would rather have a sure bet with something that people already know
Of
or are
course.
nostalgic for.
That's why they're making 7 Transformers movies.
I know.
Because they go, these numbskulls will still sit there and eat popcorn and watch
Well,
them.
how many Fast and Furious movies have they made at this point?
9?
Not enough.
Yeah.
I know.
I-
and they probably will make more.
I'm all in on those. Once you get Charlize Theron in your movies, they're like, oh, we're going to keep making these. But once they become marquee places to be.
When you get a show that's unique and kind of builds a following, like Brooklyn Nine-Nine is not your standard comedy, but it built an audience, and even though Fox canceled it, it got picked up. Or Last Man on Earth. It's a weird show. It's a different show. It's not a show that everybody's going to sit down and watch, but it has an audience. But that's the thing, is you have to kind of go after these niche fans to get that, because there's one Big Bang Theory, and that's it. Like, that's like the
Right.
biggest comedy out there, and still that does what, like 7 million people a week?
Lot of
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
I mean, which is huge numbers now, but not compared to what like Friends
What it
and
could
Seinfeld
be,
were doing
yeah.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, your options are.
There's so many.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. That show came out today on Netflix, their 4th season. I'm excited about it. None of you guys are, because they're just it's so watered down.
Did
now.
you start Arrested Development yet?
Yes, I did.
Is it good? I heard mixed kind of.
It's
like better than the last
it's
one?
Better than the last one.
Okay.
It is still a little tedious, just because they're still recapping the old season too much.
I had like a spare 30 minutes last night, and I'm going through my DVR, and there was a show I really liked on Freeform called Alone Together. These two comics put this show together. I don't think anybody watched it but me. But I'm like, oh, I'll watch this. I'll pick this back up. But it was like from January, these shows. I'm like, do I
Yeah.
Who
really
was in
care?
that?
Do you know who Esther Povitsky is? If you Google her, you might know her, but she got this show.
I think I've heard of that show.
Yeah,
I think I've heard of that. It's on Netflix?
It's on Freeform, which used to be ABC Family.
Okay.
But they rebranded because they're trying to kind of hip it up,
Gotcha.
with some older demos rather than like teen movies and crap.
You
But-
said you saw 3 Billboards?
Yeah, we rented it.
You liked it, right?
Oh, great.
Isn't it so good?
It was way more intense than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be just like a little slice of life type movie. It was
Yeah.
real good.
And I really feel like movies like that and like The Shape of Water, like for me, I'm like, wow, these are like new movies, like something I haven't seen before.
We flipped a coin on the fish sex movie or 3 Billboards, and we ended up watching.
I mean, Shape of Water is still worth a watch. It's so odd.
I want to see it, but it's like 2 hours and 15 minutes
yeah,
or something.
it's so weird, but I mean, it really is good.
And there's no
the
fish
movie
peen
is
in it,
good.
right? I thought there was fish peen.
No, there's a fish sex scene, but
But
I
no
don't.
peen?
I don't recall seeing it. No.
Because
And I was probably looking.
I was gonna say I would
Out
zip
of
forward to the
curiosity.
fish peen part.
No, I'm telling you, you'd probably like it because it's not.
Yeah, Alan loves fish sticks.
No, but it's just it's an intellectual movie in a way.
I'm gonna fill my underwear with tartar sauce, and then I'm just gonna sit there and watch it. This is so good. All right,
Well, at least you're along, John.
Yeah, tickets for the Veterans of SNL tour. This should be fun. Daryl Hammond, Chris Kattan, John Lovitz, and Tim Meadows all going to do the Hard Rock Roxino on June 28th. I'll have tickets for you coming back.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app.
A new career is in your future. Try C.
So you were at work today, but Alan and I got to go and try out the new beer.
Oh yeah, but I'm actually glad I didn't taste it yet. I want the surprise because one,
we didn't get the finished product. We had what's called a fermenter pull, so it's not quite there yet, and it doesn't have carbonation. But it was really cool, and it's pretty good.
So at what stage did you taste it? Like what still needs to be added?
It's got to stay like in the jug or whatever, the barrel, for a couple more days.
Describing it so well.
Yeah, I know, right? I know my stuff. I know my beers. And it is an ale, by the way. It's called unmitigated ale. It's a rice ale. I said it was a lager. It's not a lager. It is a rice ale, so people can calm their tits.
I wish we have a can. Like I wish we could get our own can.
That would be amazing. But
I know. We're asking too much. It was already enough to get our own beer. But yeah.
But it's really good. It's like a very drinkable but flavorful beer. Like it's not like drinking a Bud Light. Like it tastes good from what I had, and it's going to get a little bit more like hoppy as it ages. And
did you taste it and we were like, the unmitigated gall of this ale?
it was really good. Like I chugged it. Like it was easy to drink.
I'm excited now, so I get first dibs when we do get them in here, or when we are at the comedy show.
Yeah.
So thanks to Great Lakes. By the way, I was waiting till we're on air to see this, to say this. I like the floral pattern in your shirt. What are those little leaves?
I don't know. It's a shirt from Target, and just just trying to step up my game a little bit lately. Just trying to get a little nicer dressed in and stuff. But mostly it was because it was cold today. So
it was.
I went outside and I was just wearing a t-shirt, and I'm like, what the hell?
I was like,
it's May 11th, and I'm cold, and it's like coat jacket weather.
It's gonna
garbage.
be May. Yeah.
But here's what I want to talk about. What are those people that like know beer and stuff like that? What would you say is your one specialty? Like, what can you talk about and get like nerd deep on it, the way that some people get with like beer? Not dick pics, please.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say the pigs, but
right. Like something.
My one nerdy detail, I have to think about it. You go first.
Okay, mine is definitely comedy, because I have lived stand-up comedy for the past. I've been doing 14 years now. I've been to a billion shows. I listen to podcasts about it. I go to shows all the time. I watch comedy specials at least once a week or so, and it's just one of those things that I love talking about the art of it. I love when I'm backstage with another comic and we get to shoot the shrimp about things that, are pet peeves, the things that we love, like working on a bit, sculpting, material, all that stuff. Like that is where I go and get real nerdy real fast. And I know, because of girlfriends and my ex-wife, like when I get into those conversations, they just like roll their eyes and be like, oh my God, he's going to do his comedy dissertation right now with this, but the other comics are just as into it. That's like a bonding moment when you get into like deep comedy talk.
I think mine would probably be, and this may be cliche, and after I say this, people are probably going to roll their eyes, but like pop culture, like celebrity culture, I am a big vault of useless information. What you guys would claim is useless. I mean, we do a rock show on a rock station.
We're on a rock station, but we talk about pop culture a lot.
I know, but a lot of things that Alan's not really interested in, and that's fine. But
I actually have good things to say.
And I'm just gonna say, when it comes to like rap beef or like pop beef, I like to be in people's business. Like I love to see what celebrity culture is like, because it's a life that, one, I can't relate to, and I don't think I could ever understand. I would love to be on a fly on the wall in some of these like conference rooms when these meetings go down, or like when all these, you know, the fights break out at VMAs and stuff. I would love that stuff. I do love the background of that.
Well, one thing that you've gotten me more into is like, I don't like Wendy Williams. We've talked about that ad nauseum, but The Breakfast Club, Charlamagne Tha God, like that's.
You watch those?
I watch it from time to time. I'm not like a religious viewer, but there's some interesting interviews on there, and that dude is very good. Like I really appreciate the way he interviews people, because
it's a conversation. It's not necessarily an interview.
Yeah, it's a conversation, and you know, there's times when he's got like gotcha questions, but they're not even like I've been waiting all the time. He's asking the questions that people want to know about, and he doesn't let people off the hook. And I really, he does great interviews, and I never feel like he's doing it just to, like, it comes across very authentic when he does it. He's not just trying to be like, oh, so you don't like this? Well, let me, you know, he's not trying to catch people off guard.
Yeah, I like the fact
he lets it happen organically.
I like the fact that, you know, these people are people we watch on TV. They're good looking. They're good looking people, so that catches my interest. You know, they have lots of money. That catches my interest. Globe-trotting all over the world, and I can't relate, and I want a piece of that life. So whether it be their nudes on my phone, or they be, you know, how many ex-wives they have, or their big mansion, how many rooms does it have, I like to know that stuff because it's escapism. And just like you watch a movie or you watch a comedy show to escape, I'm like, let me watch old episodes of Cribs. Let me watch this interview about how this guy has like groupies waiting for him after he gets off the tour bus. I like that stuff.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to pull back the curtain a little bit. The first time I ever did the Alan Cox Show comedy tour was when the old co-host was still on the show.
And so you were on when the other guy was on?
Yeah. So I did the comedy tour. It was the second year that they did it, and
it just goes to show you, you never know who will take your job. Well, it's like you never know who you're going to marry. It's like you never know who's going to take your job.
Right. That's not the drama, though. The drama was, this was a big deal for me. It was, you know, House of Blues, and then we did 2 shows that night. And my ex-wife was doing merch with her friend for all the comics. But I wasn't on the show at that point, and so I didn't get her backstage passes or whatever, because there were just so many people back there, and I wasn't, like, I didn't really know Alan that well. I didn't want to ruffle any feathers. And I honestly was hardly backstage at all. I was like standing and watching the show from the audience. So she just got real upset over not having backstage access. And I'm like, well, I'm not even going to be back there really. But she got pissed and left between the shows. And I was so mad at her. And like years later, she finally apologized. She's like, I realized that was like a big night for you, and I made it about me, and I'm really sorry. But like that was
no backstage passes.
That was. And honestly, if I really like would have pushed, I probably could have got her.
Isn't she cool with Alan's wife? Why couldn't she have asked?
Well, they didn't really know each other then.
Oh, okay.
So like that was they weren't really friends back then, or like they were kind of like acquaintances, but it just was a real. I was so mad, and then on the second show I was drunk, but I fucking destroyed. Like I killed it, and I to this day that bothers me that she couldn't just let me have that night. And that's been like a recurring theme with certain people in my life, where when it's my night, they want to make it about them, and I'm like, listen, I don't ask for much. I'm very generous to people, and it's not like I even needed it to be like, oh, I'm so proud of you or anything like that. I just want to be able to concentrate on what I was doing that night, which was performing, because that was a huge audience. And I I'd done big shows before, but that was like a really big moment for me. And she just turned into something else, and it bothered the hell out of me. So, you ever had anything like that? Someone trying to steal your thunder, or just trying to like get jealous like that? Maybe like.
Yeah, I've told you this before. I've had guys date me just for an Instagram post. Yeah. You know, I'm just sitting here chilling.
Ask Alexa to play WMMS on iHeartRadio.
Now back to the Alan Cox Show. Woo!
Stop.
Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind?
35192, you want to give me a text, AlanCoxShow.com. Use contest as your keyword search there to try to get yourself Cavs tickets for when they come back home. Game 3 of the finals is going to be back here at the Q 1 week from tonight. We're giving away tickets for that game. And also, if you want to vote on which team will win the 4th annual Alan Cox Show Foot Golf Tournament, which goes down June the 10th. I think there's Rover Fest tickets there, too. So a lot going on in the contest tab. Go to AlanCoxShow.com or WMMS.com. Keyword contest.
I got a new song for you.
Oh, yeah?
But I'm trying to think of trying to find the name of it. I'll find it.
Okay. I always like new pound cake songs.
2, 3, 4. Woo! 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 Well, my heart knows it better than I know myself, so I'm gonna let it do all the talking. Woo! Woo!
I will say though,
Shoot.
At the comedy tour, like at both after parties, I had different individuals come up to me. I felt like an A-list actor, when they say, do the line. I'm like, no, I don't
Do
feel
the line.
I don't feel like it. Like, I'm good right now.
Know what I mean, Vern? Is that the line they're talking about?
I'm just drinking with my friends. Like, I'm just good. Come on, man. Just do it one time. I came all the way out here. Wheel. Ah, see, honey, he did it. He did it, honey.
Well, you got to put your shoulder into it. You got to leave them hanging. That's not what they wanted to hear.
But like, it just
You should do it $1 a Wii U.
Fine, but
Just
like,
do it.
But no, you can't.
Why?
It's not just gonna be a dance monkey dance. Like, I don't feel like it right now.
I wish I had a line people ask me to say. I don't have a line. I've been doing it 26 years. I don't have a line.
You have a line.
No, I don't.
You've got
Nobody comes up to
part
me.
and parcel. You've got
No. Nobody comes up to me and says, say the line.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He's got that.
Yeah.
His walkout music was the Blur song.
Yeah. It was good.
Before he told his disgusting 8th grade stink finger tale. Oh, terrible. That story he told at the comedy tour. People enjoyed it, but geez.
I've heard that story like a lot of times now.
Does it ever get better?
No. It gets more graphic.
I had to make it, stimulating.
Can't think of the
But
song.
it wasn't stimulating. That's my point. Any kind of sex story should at least get people moving a little bit in their shorts.
One of these days,
It was nasty.
one of these days, the girls I'm talking about, one of her family members is just gonna be like in the crowd, and they're gonna be like, "Wait a minute."
I'll tell you what, though, I give you credit because for me, just throwing you out there, you handled it pretty well. You didn't look nervous or anything.
No, I've gotten to the point where, like, I feel comfortable talking in front of a crowd now, and that wasn't the case.
That's good.
Even maybe 6 months ago,
Is that because of Rock the House?
Rock the House has helped. Doing
Oh,
this
that's
job.
right.
Job
I
has
forget
helped.
you. Did you have any this weekend? No, we were doing the. Okay.
No.
You have any coming up?
I have next weekend. So this weekend's Pride in the CLE. That's through this station. And
Give
then-
us a sample. Like, what do you say?
Oh, this weekend is Pride?
Yeah, it's
Pride weekend?
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't here for it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he's
he
hosting
gave a sample?
quinceañeras.
No, I knew that.
We threw some real curveballs at him.
Oh, to
and
try
he
to
handled
test
it-
him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking
Please
about
clap.
special needs schools, stuff like that, and he
he
did great.
Yeah. So I mean, I adjusted to the situation because every prom, every event is different. So it just depends.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not perfect. I will mess up. I will mess up. Like I did the whole mic thing again. I didn't.
You didn't turn on your microphone.
But see, I did.
By the way, he on Friday night at the House of Blues, we only used one mic. Did I tell you that we could hear you on the mic? I didn't ever tell you that.
No. What?
Well, there were various wireless mics on stands backstage at the House of Blues in case we wanted, because normally I'll just do relay with the microphones. This year I said, well, just simplify it. Well, let's keep a mic. I'll rack it in the stand every time, and we'll just, whatever. Except the other two mics backstage were apparently on. And so Gwen's texting me. She's like, I hear Pound Cake. Like during Bill's set or something. I don't know what it was. And I go, so I'm walking around looking at the mics. One of them was hot. So it's just him during somebody's set. Yeah, somebody heard him next to one of the mics just talking.
So anyways, bitch, as I was saying.
Are you ready to laugh?
I thought you were talking about when you walked out to the Kent stage and your mic wasn't on, and you kind of like fumbled with it a bit, and then you're like, oh, yeah.
Well, I knew that wasn't on.
Mm-hmm.
But you started talking, and you didn't realize it was on.
Well, I don't know.
Well, it turned on, but it wasn't very loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a weird room because there's no monitor, so you only hear it going out.
And most microphones, there's like a 1 to 3 second like delay. Like you turn it on, you have to wait a second before you just start talking.
Oh, trust me, I did a couple of jokes at the Kent stage where you would have thought my mic wasn't on.
Oh.
But yeah, I had a couple that flopped hard. But that's okay. It's fine. It's still fun.
We got it on tape. It's
Yeah. We can relive it over and over again.
When will we see that?
I don't even care if people like it.
Sometime this week or next.
Okay. So
you got to get it from the guy.
You stink!
So, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
he is doing these parties now.
Yeah. He was telling me about it. He was gonna be doing it like a long time ago, and then
it just
didn't work out at the time. So, well, maybe I'll hire you for a party.
What are we doing on Friday? Is it the same as last year?
Yes, it starts later this time though. Okay. So it's still.
This is your Pride in the CLE thing?
Yeah, it's flat out Pride. So it starts at 8. So we'll be downtown in the flats.
And the East Bank, yeah.
And they hooked us up with a suite again.
Oh yeah, Cody's got a hotel room again.
So does Bill. It's not just us.
And remember last year it was like he was eating chicken fingers, and then that guy showed up and slept in his bed. But like,
that's right.
And Pound Cake was only wearing a towel. Like there was just.
No, I was naked. I was wearing a towel when I answered the door.
And, yeah.
Are you hoping to recapture the magic of last year's Pride weekend? Are you sure?
Magic, air quotes.
Anyone who enters my hotel room will be gay. Nope, I'm not. Because I was thinking it was a straight boy. Like
now, how are you going to screen for that?
Because I know who's gay and who's not. I knew this.
Clearly,
guy,
you don't.
I knew this guy was straight.
No, he knew he was straight. He thought he could turn him.
I thought I was gonna break this. I was like, what better way to break in
I see.
Pride?
I see.
But in fairness,
no straight boys allowed.
A guy coming up to your hotel room, seeing that you're naked, inviting himself in, and
slept
sleeping
on
the bed with you. I mean,
honestly,
I'd question.
But he was drunk.
Yeah, but he was very drunk, and he's obviously straight enough to be like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
I just need a place. I don't want to
and
drive.
He needs a place to crash.
His responsibility outweighed his homophobia.
Yeah.
And he snored.
And good for him, frankly.
I was just so pissed. I'm like, I did not get my Lago gift card to get my meatballs and watch,
And the fact that it ruined your night makes it even better.
Yeah.
Both. I had meatballs on this side and chicken fingers on this side. I had both. I had both. And I was sitting there watching
meatballs.
Pound Cake still made him take a breathalyzer, but the guy at least didn't have to.
He didn't fall for it.
I'm just. If I don't
you
have
better
any,
take somebody back to that hotel room and report back.
Well, I do love the hotel because the showers are excellent. You know,
he
it's
goes,
all glass.
Oh, I have a suite at
What
a loft.
hotel is this?
A loft.
A loft.
I've still never stayed
there. There
there.
are no suites there.
Still never stayed.
They're
there.
all they're eco-friendly. It's a nice hotel.
No, what
actually.
I meant was it's sweet that I don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, he's like, but the bathroom is like very luxurious, and I'm like, all right.
What constitutes a luxurious
A
hotel
glass shower.
bathroom?
One that I don't
that's
have to clean.
luxurious.
And
One that's so for you. The level of luxury is not a tub.
I will say the bathrooms.
It's a shower that you can stand up
cool
in.
bathrooms.
They're
It's
the
a very,
nicest thing about the room. Like the bathroom is like.
It's a very
actually
modern
really cool.
hotel. The beds are good. It's
clean.
Sheets
it's
are nice.
Eco-friendly.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, it's eco-friendly.
Like they try to reduce water, so if you don't
so
you
the
don't
toilets
use
don't
a
flush
towel,
very well?
they ask you to. No, I don't know. There's like a bunch of things in the room. They say, "Oh, if you don't use this, please, If you don't need this, please don't use it.
Eco-friendly is great branding for it. We want to pay housekeeping fewer hours than they would normally work.
Or no, they say, please reuse your towels.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got women that we're not going to pay that much.
Yeah.
But
well.
we want them to work fewer hours.
But they all...
It's a union gig.
It's like a business hotel, so they all have like desk workstation.
Pound Cake's hoping to get some business.
Yeah,
this
that's right.
weekend. Get down to business.
Better way to break in Pride than breaking my back in.
What?
Nothing. Never mind.
It'll still be fun. In spite of what just went on.
Whatever he's saying.
Yeah.
So what do you do at the hotel then? You co-host Pride with him. Who do you take to the hotel room?
Well, I didn't take any. Well, last year I had my girlfriend with me. This year,
But you're
just
riding
me.
But so Bad Boy Bill gonna be riding solo at Pride with a hotel room?
Yep.
See,
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It's going to be different, though, because
Bill's going to end up with a better story than Pound Cake has.
I was pathetic last year.
Because it's not like it's just Pride. There's still all the other bars going over there. So who knows what'll
Bill's
happen.
going to end up with a straight guy that wants to hook up with him.
All right.
See, I remember what happened
Get
last
in line,
year.
fellers.
I remember why I was so desperate, and I ended up going to my room earlier than I planned on, and to get the meatballs and the chicken fingers was because I was on my medication and I couldn't drink. That's why I was up in my room.
Oh.
So
that's right.
now I can get drunk.
You still going to have meatballs?
Oh, I'm still going to get the meatballs. Oh,
I need you to be gay and don't mind if I fart a lot.
That comes later.
Those are good meatballs, though.
All right.
Someone bring me those meatballs.
But it was just wonderful.
I'm not.
Bring me some meatballs back.
I'll bring you some meatballs.
Okay.
With my gift card.
I really hate this song.
He was in Bill's arms, breathing hard and French kissing. I was ready for Mary,
Bill gonna take your man.
Susan, Helen, and Jane. When all the time it was me that was sleeping with.
Why wasn't that your walkout music?
Yep.
I need a pump-up song.
Pumps me up.
This is a pump-up song.
It can't be funnier than this song, though. You just have to walk out and be like, "Good night, everybody." That song's hilarious.
Oh, I tell you, it never crossed my mind.
All right.
I love how she just goes. It's like, oh yes, it was Bill.
There's a Bill's on.
Sure.
French kissing.
Breathing hard. Maybe he had a condition. If he's breathing that heavily while he was French kissing, maybe she should have called an ambulance rather than standing there all
Maybe she was giving him
slack-jawed.
mouth to mouth because he was breathing hard.
Yeah,
Something.
asthma attack.
Well, anyway, I hope that Pride weekend is everything you hope it would be.
I need it.
Sad to miss it.
I
You
need
know?
it. It's okay.
2 years in a row, I haven't been able to go to Pride in Cleveland.
So what do you guys do? You guys just kind of host a thing?
There is
or?
a drag show.
Drag queen from RuPaul's Drag Race.
And
will be
where is
there.
that?
Which one?
Don't quote me. I don't remember the exact
Oh.
one. It's
Now,
they all
I
have
know
funny names.
them. Now I know who they are.
Funny name.
Of course they do. They're drag queens.
I know. Hold on. Let me find it. But like we host that. and then people-
Tatiana?
I think that was last year.
Thorgy Thor.
Pardon me?
Love her.
There's no way you're pronouncing that properly.
No, it is.
It's Thorgy Thor.
Thorgy Thor?
Said it's a funny name.
Yeah.
Well, what's
That is a funny
Thorgy Thor
name.
mean?
I don't know.
I love her.
It's her name.
She was on the most
right.
recent season, I think.
Get all snippy.
Well, I told you.
I
it
want
was
to know
a
what
funny
Thorgy Thor is.
I would like to know,
Usually
too.
it's like Diva Divine or something pithy.
I will ask her and I will report
Thorgy
back.
Thor.
So I'll get her picture for you, Eric. I'll have her sign it or kiss it, so you get her lipstick on it
Okay.
and some meatballs.
Thank you.
And some meatballs.
It's really all I want. Some meatballs.
But yeah, no. So we introduce the acts and
Yeah, we
there's
just
a DJ
MC the event.
and drank and introduce Pride because it's the kickoff party and then the next day is just the actual like festivities of Pride. So that's downtown in Public Square.
Now, are you gonna go to the after party? Because last year they all went to Twist.
It's all up in the air because I got a hotel room, so we'll see where the night takes me and I can drink now. Before I remember I was salty. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm just going home. I'm gonna just get my meatballs and sulk because I didn't get because everyone did go to the after party and they were drinking. I was like, why would I get an Uber when I have my hotel right here and I can just have a night to myself.
Some people Netflix and chill. Pound cake, meatballs, and salt.
Yeah, I'm not gonna Uber to not drink. So I was like, no, forget it. So this year everything's on the table. I'm not gonna say no to nothing except a straight boy snoring in my bed.
We'll see about that.
That's not about to give me any.
We'll see about that.
No, that pissed me off. Couldn't even sleep.
Thorgy, th with an orgy. I'm 31 years old, 31 years young, and I'm from Brooklyn. Thorgy.
Wait, Thorgy?
I'm Thorgy, Thorgy,
Oh,
with an orgy.
I see.
I'm 31 years old, 31 years young, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Boy, imagine you're so terrified of getting older that at 31 you say 31 years young.
Young, yeah.
Yes, that is young. Yes.
That's what I'm going to say. I'm 30 years young.
Oh, so it's a play on orgy.
Yeah.
Okay. Thorgy. Did you said Thorgy?
It is Thorgy.
It is Thorgy.
I know. I know that now.
Yeah, I remember last year, whoever we had.
It was Tatiana, yeah.
She rocked it. Like, I was just so impressed with what they do.
A lot of them
those...
were great. I mean, there was one that was bad, but a lot of them were like incredible dancers.
I still have to remember, I'm like, this is a man doing splits, and they're already tucking.
And
like, there is.
Listen,
you
they're not just doing splits; they're doing like backflips in heels. Like, it's incredible what they do.
I was dead.
Jumping around, spinning. It's incredible. I was so impressed by the athleticism that it took to do those dances.
Did your wig fly off, Bill?
Yes, my wig. What was it?
It's just wig.
Yeah,
just say wig. So
Just wig.
here, I'm teaching you something you can use for the weekend. Just say wig.
So I'll just go there and go, wig!
Yes, and you will probably get a huge applause.
Yeah, or your edges were snatched, like you're completely bald.
Yeah, or the library is open.
I'll have to write
You're
all these down.
You're
I'll
about
have to write these down.
You're
'cause
about
I'm
to
not gonna-
read everybody to filth, so
Yeah.
the library is open.
Boy, wasn't that neat.
Cool beans, gang.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah. Eric has been laid up for a long time. A lot of time studying Urban Dictionary.
You have no idea.
Oh, here's what the kids are saying this week.
This event is really great just because everyone from the community comes out, like even the little kids, and they have more rhythm than I do. They're like dancing in the streets.
Oh, on Sunday or on Saturday was that way. Like the whole day there was DJ, and like these giant dance parties would happen in public square, and it was a blast.
But I'm saying with these little kids though, like they're like dancing, and everyone would like crowd around them, and then they would just have their moment. I'm like, damn it, man! I was like, this is about to go viral, and I was like, I can't even move. Everyone would turn to look at me like it's my turn. I'm like, no, I'll just float in the back. They're like, you got the mic. I'm like, here, somebody else take it. I don't want to dance.
I thought you were confident with your dancing abilities.
By myself.
Until I get showed up by a bunch of 7-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're doing the worm, and I was like, okay.
Doing the worm.
I'm not joking.
You're still dabbing.
That was a thing last year, so
Man,
yes.
the kids love
Now it's
flossing.
that thing.
No,
It's
it's the
the-
flossing. That's
that flossing,
yeah,
and now
it's like-
there's a new one. It's like,
Oh.
hold on, I'm injured, so I have to half do this.
I thought flossing
but
was
they do
like
this thing
5
where they go like that.
Yeah, that's
and
what they
kick
do
Oh,
it.
yeah, yeah,
at
I've
the
seen that,
proms.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
stabby stab?
I
What's
don't
that
know what
called?
it's called, but they like kick the leg and do that thing.
The stanky leg?
No, it's like a
I don't know what it's called, but I've seen that.
It's
You know
from
what
like a
I'm talking
Migos song or something like that, because we played it, and all the
Yeah.
kids at the proms
There
were
you go.
doing that. Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, I'm totally not doing it justice at all, but
Boy, this is f***ing ponderous, man. Ponderous, f***ing ponderous.
It is ponderous, Casey. All right, I'm going to have Slayer tickets for you when we get back. Next Wednesday, by the way, is going to be International Slayer Day, so I'll have a lot of last-minute tickets for you next week. The show's next Thursday. Slayer on the farewell tour, so they'll come with Testament, Behemoth, and Anthrax, and Lamb O' God next Thursday at Blossom. I'll get you a pair for that show coming back. 35192. You want to text, live stream, you can follow us along at AlanCoxShow.com.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app. 100.7 WMMS. Roverfest X. Melting your face with...
Hey, everybody, welcome to Sign in the DMs. Have you ever made a fake account in order to defend yourself? Because apparently that is more common than I thought it was.
Not to defend myself, but to creep on boys.
Okay, so you're not doing it, you're just doing it to
I would
stalk people?
I would catfish people. Like
Okay.
I would know, like it would be like this was in middle school, by the way, so
Okay.
back in the MySpace days. But
Okay, all right, well that is definitely
I'm more mature
important,
now.
yeah.
I wouldn't do that, but like I would be friends
But
with
the fact
theirs.
that you did it in middle school shows how messed up the people that do this
Yes.
as adults are.
Yes, no, it's people who are very insecure and they can't defend their argument, so then they're gonna create a troll profile and discredit everything you say and then co-sign with them.
All right, so the reason I bring this up is there is Brian Colangelo, who is the president of basketball, GM, whatever he is, for the Philadelphia 76ers. There's a story out last night about him having a few different accounts like this. And then there's other NBA players that have been caught like this. Kevin Durant had this. And there's people that suspect that this is a pretty common thing amongst coaches and players and GMs where...
For what reason, though?
Because they're defending because they want to look like they're above arguing with people in the replies and stuff, but they're not. They're really bothered by what people say. And so they make these fake accounts so they can get in there and defend their own honor, but make it look like they have fans that are doing it.
I honestly think if I was a person of status, like if I was a celebrity or something like that, I would have someone tweet for me. Like I would want to post. I would want to be engaged with social media. Like when I post a nice outfit and like me going out for something, and I take a picture to Instagram, I would want to see the comments. But then after that, after I get my initial look and just see what the
overall status is.
Yep, I'm gonna give it right back to my publicist.
Done now, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because. Like, you don't have to fool yourself with it. We have to fool with it because it's a part of our job, and, we want to be cheeky, and, you never know what tweet might go viral, but that's just the same thing. You don't know which tweet could go viral.
Right.
Like, it could be something that you don't want to go viral, and then here you are.
And you're in trouble, and you lose your TV show.
Yeah, but, like, if you're a celebrity, what do you need to do that for? Like, I would use my Twitter for, like, charity stuff, like, hey, I got $1 million for, the first person that picks up trash along the highway there or something like that. I don't know.
I just think it's also so easy to not engage, and the results are better.
No, sometimes. No, because people think they know it all. I mean, we deal with this. They think they know everything, and then you're like,
let them think it. Let them think it. And once in a while, I'll clap back at someone, but for the most part,
if I have a good one,
even like I'm not gonna do it with a lame one. I'm not gonna be like, no, gotcha. But I'll clap back at people from time to time. But most of the time, people don't know what they're talking about, or they're just trying to get into an argument that's going to go nowhere. And that's why most of the time, if I'm arguing with someone, it's about something dumb like sports itself. Like not even like the greatest team of all time. Like I was arguing with someone about Kevin Durant and Jeff Green, and just kind of trolling Kevin Durant while propping up Jeff Green because I like Jeff Green's story. He's a player for the Cavs. He had open heart surgery in 2012, was never supposed to play again, and made it back and is now in the NBA Finals. Great story.
Everyone loves an underdog.
Yeah. So that's something that I don't mind arguing about. But I'm not going to argue about politics. I'm not going to argue about Roseanne or anything like that. It's all out there. You know what I think. I'll put out what I think, but that's it. And people will try and bait you into stuff. And it's too transparent what they're trying to do. And I just don't fall for it.
Yeah, at a certain point, like, I don't block people, so I've said that before. I will never give someone the satisfaction of getting to me, so I don't care. I will mute you, though. Like, it's a punk way out, but, like, I just don't need the negativity on my feed. So people can see what you're tweeting, and, they'll call you a douchebag or whatever, but you're not going to get any reaction from me because I just won't view it. Like, I just don't care. There's nothing so vile you can say to me. I take it,
I think it's so funny when people will hate on us because there's a few different accounts that go after all of us all the time, and I just don't even pay attention. I don't reply to them.
It's flattery, though.
It's ridiculous. Like, if you hate the show so much, what are you like? Why are you engaging?
But it's always some dude with like 19 followers. I'm like, okay,
but I don't. Even if he had 100,000 followers, I wouldn't care.
To make it worse, I love the ones like if you follow me and you hate me, then you're a secret fan. But if you are someone who doesn't follow me and you hate me, then you're a super fan because you still know my handle. You have to like know at Radio Cody B. Like you have to
type it in. You gotta go searching for it.
You gotta find me to at me, bro. Yeah. Like it's one thing if you talk about me because I'll never see it. So there's that. But I always get the same guy with the same 4 followers that and I do a creep because I'm like, oh, you don't even follow me, and so you seek me out.
Yeah,
like, you want me to know.
I don't even creep on him. I don't.
I think it's funny. I'm like,
I just think it is kind of flattering because you go, oh, look, this person cares so much.
Took time out of their day.
That they hate us. They don't like anything we do, but we are all that consumes their life.
It's like I'm getting under your skin. Like I'm like, ooh, you let me in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start infecting.
Ugh. Poor choice of words. There it goes. I think. Yeah. Hey, welcome to Side in the DMs. Bill Squire, Pound Cake. Brown. How was your Memorial Day? Your Memorial Day.
Pretty much, it was relaxing. Like, we grilled out, obviously, and I had the luxury of having a pool, which no one uses, so it was pretty much to us. Erica,
that is so crazy to me, because that is a sweet... I mean, it's not a giant pool, but you'd think with the people that live in that complex with you, it'd be used all the time, and nobody's ever out there.
Never.
It's awesome.
And we have the patio door, so we're just right there. There was a girl that did come by the pool. She did not get in. She lived there for 4 years, and I never met her. She's like, "Oh, are you guys new?" I'm like, "No, we've been here for a year, bitch." She's like, "Where you been?" She's like, "Oh, I live in, D8 or whatever." I'm like, "Okay." Well, she just sat out there and read, and while we were, like, swimming. So, yeah, Erica came over. She was doing some water aerobics.
I saw her out there. Yeah, I went swimming, too. I didn't end up grilling out, but I just got like a KFC picnic kind of thing.
Like a come bring something.
Yeah. I don't really
Did you
have
go
any
to
plans.
Edgewater?
No, I didn't go to. I just hung out.
Everybody and their
with
mom.
Grandma, that's my. I hang out with Grandma and my kids, and then ended up going to the movies with my parents and James. So.
To see?
Solo.
What's that?
Star Wars movie. Han Solo. Oh. It was alright. It was not my favorite, but it was alright. But it was a fun day. Went swimming with Carly. Yeah, she came over too. Mm-hmm. And everybody keeps thinking.
I didn't say anything.
It's the tone. It's the look.
I didn't say anything. I'm not here to judge. Listen, everybody needs somebody to lean on, and I have no one. So.
Yeah, and we're just like we're really both kind of miserable from our last relationship. So it's nice to have that person.
Misery loves company.
Exactly, to just kind of be like, meh. And I'm really like. I know her and I are not going to date. I know that is not going to happen. But I am very happy that she broke, that dude ended it with her. Because the more she tells me about him, the more I dislike. Like, she told me yesterday he voted for Trump. I'm like...
But why do you care, though?
Because...
You're not required to... You're not supposed
I'm not required to, but I want what's best for her. And that's not what's best for her.
I love how, the voting for Trump is the end-all, be-all.
It's a bad thing, especially... because of what it meant about certain things that he had done to her, it explained why he was the way he was. So it just goes to show you that people that appear to be sensitive and nice and blah, 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 they're really just misogynistic a-holes that think that women should be subservient to men.
Yeah, they think they're superior.
Mm-hmm. So,
what do you call a man who thinks other men should be servants to him?
Okay.
You can't be misogynistic if you don't like women.
No.
I mean, that is technically a misogynist, but I'm talking about if you only date men. So what do you call a man who who loves men, but doesn't think thinks that he's superior to all the other men? Just conceited, narcissistic? I guess?
I think that, yeah.
And Lamb of God. Something old, something new, something for everybody. The show is 1 week from tomorrow night, June 7th, out at Blossom. LiveNation.com if you want to look into buying tickets. This pair here for you. I'll see you there. A caller 12. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Alan Cox. His parents think he's a proctologist.
He has a real job.
Because the truth is just too disgusting. 100.7 WMMS.
Tribe over the White Sox today. 9-1 was the final. The Businessman's Special. They'll get to Minnesota for a 4-game series against the Twins at Target Field. First game there is tomorrow night. That is going to be an 8:10 start here on MMS. Over on WTAM 1100 tomorrow night will be Cavs-Warriors Game 1. Game 2 is Sunday, is that right?
Yeah.
Game 2 is Sunday, and then they return here at home 1 week from tonight for Game 3 at the Q. There are tickets for that game for you to win. If you go to AlanCoxShow.com, hit the contest page and get the info there. I don't know that we'll have tickets for our Cavs Rally Song Contest. I think by the time it gets to the finals, that is a rarity.
Wasn't there someone texting you about how much they like those rally songs and they want to hear the whatever it takes songs again and again?
I believe Their words were douche chills. So I took that to mean that they wanted to hear more of them.
Yeah, because it's very cleansing.
Of course. Mm-hmm. If you go to AlanCoxShow.com, also, please feast your eyes on our Christie's Instagram hotties. We're up to volume 3, and there's plenty to look at there. So enjoy. And we re-up that for you every Monday.
Unless there's a holiday, then I do it on Tuesday.
On Tuesday. But there's all kinds of new follows for you to peruse if you're on Instagram a lot. And even if you're not. Boy, the hashtags. There's a lot of hashtags. So many hashtags. Yeah. Right.
They like the hashtags.
Well, I guess the thought is, people who are searching this particular thing will see a picture of me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I get some of the terms, Insta-good. Get it?
Yeah.
If you're doing an ad for
follow
something.
For follow.
Right, but are people going to be looking at hashtag party, party, party?
Maybe not.
Are people looking for hashtag twerker?
Possibly.
Hashtag
I think that's one for sure.
fun times?
Probably.
Hashtag martini. All right. People probably looking for recipes if they're looking for that.
There's definitely like a science to hashtagging.
There seems to be, but I would also think that science begins to be diminished when you're at your 34th hashtag.
Well, this is what it is. You want to include, in order to grow your following, you want to include some popular hashtags like an Instagood or a food porn, like something like that.
So it's misleading. You put things in that have nothing to do with your photo, but they're popular hashtags.
Potentially.
Right. I could put a picture of my butt, hashtag food porn.
Sure.
People come to see my butt.
Yeah, well,
cakes.
You want it to be somewhat geared towards your post, but I mean, what you do is you pick posts that have a lot of people, like tons of people put Instagood. So you definitely pick one of those, and then you pick like a medium one, maybe like cute chicks. Maybe that's like for this particular girl's post, cute chicks, and then maybe below is like party, 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 and that's one that's not as commonly used. But if somebody clicks on that,
they might stumble
you're
upon
on the top of that.
This girl's got like 30 hashtags. Hashtag shindig.
That's excessive.
Right. So you want to pick a couple from each category. So there's probably a few that are bigger hashtags.
She's the one that knows. She's the one that has the most Instagram followers by a lot.
Yeah, and I haven't really been. I actually, while I was down for the count, I made another Instagram account that's only my home decor. And I haven't plugged it on my other page or anything because I kind of wanted to just
see how it grows.
I wanted to be creative, but at the time I wasn't ready to answer questions about what was going on with my health. So I knew that if I told everybody, "Oh, hey, I'm doing this Instagram over here," people would hit me up about that, and I wasn't able to really say to them how I'm doing or whatever. But if I was having a decent day, and I was able to get something done around the house, I would take a picture of it and put it on this Instagram. And I've learned the science of hashtags.
Zach shared a nice hashtag with me on Twitter.
What's that?
Yeti butts.
Somebody looks that up.
Who is that? Somebody just texted me that.
Yeah, that's Zach Nicholson.
Oh, hashtag Yeti butts.
Yeti butts.
There's got to be somebody that used that hashtag.
Lots of people do.
Yeah.
Because it's like a thing where hot girls sitting on Yeti coolers.
Oh, okay.
With nice butts.
So then the Yeti people started that.
I love the gay hashtags. It's like twink, twonk, daddy AF.
Twonk.
Yeah.
Twink, twonk, wink, bonk.
Like hashtag hairy bear, hairy chest, man's man, man seeking man.
Man chest hair united.
Yeah.
That's right.
Bill's foot golf team.
After I do 2 hashtags, I'm so sick of pushing the
Yeah.
Desperate.
I just want to post the stupid thing.
But you should be doing things like comedian, Comedy Central.
I feel stupid doing one hashtag because my hashtag is usually a joke.
But this is what you do. You don't put the hashtag in the body of your post. You leave a comment. You leave a comment on your own page with the hashtags you want to do. So then it doesn't actually show up.
Let's burn this all down.
I was going to say, it's,
I'm telling you, there is a specific science.
I understand.
You may or may not care about it. I'm just saying.
I'm not a hot chick. I think the science is seriously geared toward half-naked women.
No, there's all kinds of stuff. Like the home decor hashtagging, that's a big thing. Like you got to hashtag HGTV and hashtag Joanna Gaines is my spirit animal.
I guess I just don't do anything enough to... I don't know.
But you could. But I'm just saying.
Hashtag this is terrible. Someone says, yeah.
It totally is. Don't get me wrong. It's ridiculous. But there is a method to growing a social following if somebody wanted to do that.
Yeah, I guess if you're trying to make that your main income, I could see doing a real deep dive.
Or in the entertainment industry, I mean, if you're trying to grow the national following of the show, you could hashtag iHeartRadio, hashtag,
Bureau Chiefs.
Radio show,
Mhm.
Bureau Chiefs,
Oh, that would be just annoying as all get out.
and
I mean,
But like I said, you leave it as a comment, so it doesn't actually show up to everyone.
what is that? I comment on my own post?
Yeah, so what it will do is, you know how like if you just look at your okay, this is stupid. No one
This
cares.
is
Sorry.
social media time. No,
I'll explain it
I'm
to
learning
you.
here. I'm learning.
Well, okay.
And other people, I'm sure, are out there that have businesses that have Instagram
Yeah, if
accounts
you have a
that
business-
want to know how to do this.
If you have a
Because-
business and you need customers, you want to grow that business, you want to have a social presence with your business.
I'll tell you how to do that. Radio advertising, Bill.
That's
you
right.
want
Yeah?
to grow your business? iHeartMedia can develop
Right.
a full plan for you.
But we also do digital for
We
people.
do.
You
A
know?
lot of digital.
Hashtag
Um,
iHeartMedia.
Thank you, Pound Cake.
But yeah, if you leave a comment, what happens is it just
$10
says
billion in debt.
Hashtag better than 20.
leave a comment with the hashtags. You'll be the first comment on there. And then when you have a bunch of comments on there from other people, it'll just say view comments. Or
Why
view
wouldn't
more
I just
comments.
put because my use of social media is this. I put a post and I don't go back to it.
Sure.
So why wouldn't I just put a hashtag in the body of the post?
Well, it just looks cleaner if you don't have all the hashtags in the actual body of the post.
Because then they
yeah,
can't
but
see
I'm
your
only-
caption.
But I'm not going to do 30.
Nobody
I would
wants to read all of your captions. The captions are just like to get more followers, not necessarily for the people looking at your post.
Wait, what?
I mean, no one wants to read all of the hashtags you have, so you don't have to put it in the body of your post. You can put it in the comment.
Well, I
and it
assume
still
they're
does the
going to
same thing.
ignore all the hashtags. Like, I don't ever go on Instagram or Twitter and search by hashtag.
Right, but there are a lot of people that do.
Yeah, I do.
And so you bring people
Yeti
in
butts?
that way. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just throwing it out there.
Okay.
But these are things that I've learned over the course of being on social media.
Like I learned to love hashtag D's out for Harambe because of that hashtag. So I
I'm
would
sure
just-
that's a hashtag. Yeah,
It is. That's where it came from. And
Yeah.
I would look at all the D's for Harambe.
Huh. All
For
right.
Harambe's sake, you would look at all the D's.
Yeah,
Well,
I would
listen.
look at it, and I could find them in one spot.
Rip
'cause they don't have
Harambe.
Yeah.
It wasn't at the anniversary of his death.
2 years on Monday.
Or Jocks and
That's right.
Socks. I used to find that one too.
Oh yeah, to think about what Cody looks. I keep saying Cody. Pound Cake looks up.
I don't want to think about that. It
well,
would
I
go
know.
down a deep, dark hole of, I mean, God bless him. You do you, boo. But, I mean, I can't.
Hashtag find brown men.
It's just all pictures of his extended family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brown with an E at the end.
Oh.
I'm sure you get very specific with it.
Well, that's how I find things.
Hashtag jock straps or whatever the hell you look up.
Hashtag, okay.
Tell you what though, like social media has really become big business. Like it's its own thing.
I get it. I mean, I can see putting a lot of time into it if you don't have any other platform.
Sure.
Hashtag locked and loaded.
I have this. Like, I got to have a life, man. I'm
Yeah.
sure I could really, if I put my head down and really got to it, I could do some things.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm like, for what?
But this is like, here's the thing though.
I ain't gonna
This
get
is, like,
paid by
part of it.
Instagram.
You can.
This is part that
You can, but I don't. But it seems. I know people like to game the algorithms, or whatever, but it seems so random. Really, I mean, we've talked about it. There's people with 3,000 followers who have posts that they get paid for. I don't understand why that
Well,
would
it's
be.
easy for you guys to say because all you guys are above 10K, and I'm still at like
Right,
7.
that's my point. So what's the point of having that many people if you can't monetize it?
But I do.
Yeah, you just don't know how.
Well, I mean, I did.
Well, that's what I'm
I
saying.
haven't
though.
recently, but I do.
But
and
that's
I
what I'm
have.
saying. It's all over the place. You have a lot of followers. How does a guy with 3,000 followers monetize it?
You don't. That's
Little
why.
by little, though.
Some people do.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Well, they do little by little, and it's they're
Here's my
getting
new-
$25 a post or something. But if you're just using that for supplemental income, that's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose you could monetize. It would be a low amount of money to start, but you keep doing. It's repetition. If you keep doing some of these things, good practices, and your social
Yeah, but do you
media,
want to
it'll
turn your
build.
feed into advertisements? I guess.
It just depends on what you're doing. Yeah.
And that's the thing, though. Some people, I mean, like, their whole feed wouldn't be advertisements. It would really just be every so often there was one, and then they keep with their regular content. I always follow like F Jerry on Instagram.
Yeah, right.
because it's funny and there's a bunch of funny posts on there. Every so often, he's got an ad for, what's that clothing company for the cheap one for chicks with big asses?
Apple bottom?
No, it's called something, and I can't think of it at the moment. But every so often, there's a post for that.
Great advertising by them.
That's what I mean. But those are like just meme aggregators too. They get a lot of eyeballs just because they're passing crap around.
But I'm just saying, though, like, people are accustomed to seeing some ads, or there's a new sneaker ad or something on F. Jerry all the time. There's always, like, people that they'll oblige those posts because the rest of the content is really funny.
What's F. Jerry?
It's just a meme
It's
page.
all memes.
She's editing herself, censoring herself.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But
okay.
F. Jerry. It's actually...
The account is F. Jerry.
It's the full word Jerry.
Okay, I understand. I didn't know if it was like an actual bot that
No,
tried to
it's
like
like
subscribe
that, or
to
like-
get paid or something. I didn't know.
Chicks in the Wild is another one that I look at sometimes.
I tried like a full-on post one time for there's this men's skincare company called Baxter.
Mhm.
I like a lot. I
Mhm.
actually use them.
Yeah.
And I did a post. It was either Baxter or Jack Black, one of the men's. And I was like, hey, this stuff's awesome, blah, 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 hashtag ad, hashtag whatever.
Yeah.
Nothing.
What do you mean nothing?
Well, I thought at the very least somebody from that, how many people are hitting them up? I thought they might go.
You thought they'd see it and say,
Yeah, they
hey,
go, hey,
let's-"
I'll send you a little thing.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes...
Now, granted, it was one post, but I got a lot of followers.
Yeah.
You'd think, you got some rando on Southwest Airlines tweeting the company, and they go, oh, let's get you a hotel, here's dinner, whatever. It just seems to be so random about who's looking at what when.
I think also it doesn't hurt to reach out to them. Instead
Yeah.
of just hashtagging it, like sending them a DM on
Mhm.
Instagram and saying, hey, love your products. If you're ever interested in a collaboration, let me know.
And it helps if you're hot.
Well, but you could be a dude. Like, there are guys that do ads on...
And they're hot.
Yeah, that's not me.
Like, it just sticks in my craw that
Well-
my friend, it just goes around the road. He subscribes, like, he gets paid by this, like, B&B agency, like Mr. B&B. So it's like Airbnb for gay people, and they go to all these gay destinations.
It's Mr. B&B.
It's called Mr. B&B, and they fly him to all these destinations around the country, or around the world, and he gets to stay in these hot spot hotels, and all he does is take sexy photos by the pool. I'm just like, I hate you! You're a college dropout, and he's living better than me.
Is he really?
Yes!
But
Is
just
he?
because happiness is relative.
He looks happy.
And he's selling that. I mean, he
And
probably
that's great until you hit 30.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody wants to see a 33-year-old dude jet setting around the.
That's the thing too. There is a cap, an age cap.
There's a
on
window
some
on
of those
that.
posts. Yes.
That's why I don't hate on these girls that are like taking pictures of them. I'm like, you get it
Do
while
it
you
while you
can,
can,
girl.
yeah.
I actually just got an email to my Alan Cox Show email now that it's been like reactivated and everything. I'm seeing all these emails that I hadn't seen before, but I just got one yesterday that's from a lingerie company that saw my Instagram and thought, and said, you pick out what you'd like, and then we'll send it to you for free, and then you advertise it on your Instagram page. And I'm like, well, I think what they were trying to say is you'd be wearing the lingerie in
Right.
the photo, and
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
put it on pound cake.
Yeah, I should do it and then put it on someone ridiculous and still get the free lingerie out of it. But yeah, I mean, I didn't ask that company. They just found me somehow on Instagram and found my email and sent me an email.
They probably found that old photo shoot of you we did with the Halloween costumes.
Yeah. I'm like, have you scrolled through my feed? I'm not like that girl. I don't
Hey,
know.
we really like your Wonder Woman outfit. Want to wear this teddy?
Yeah, and they were all like basically see-through. I
Yeah,
mean,
like
it's
Fredericks of Hollywood
Fredericks
or
of
something,
Hollywood
yeah.
kind of style. I'm like, I don't know if they
Super classy.
I don't know if they have some algorithm that just happens to find somebody, but
Well, they just have interns that are just looking through things
I
constantly.
don't even think it's that though, because if they would have really scrolled through my feed, they would see that I'm not a chick that's going to pose in lingerie on my Instagram. So
But you could.
Maybe they went through a females in radio type thing.
could be.
Yeah.
Could be. I don't know.
Because didn't you make one of those lists? Every year they do one of those hot chicks in radio thing.
Oh God, years ago, but I
Right,
don't know.
but who knows?
I was
I mean-
like, what, out of 100, I was like 98.
You and Danny
There's-
Monero.
It's
Hey,
because
you
there's,
remember it.
there's only 100 good-looking girls in radio. That's why.
Carolina Bermudez, is that her name?
I don't know who you're talking
I
about.
just remember I just made the cut.
There's sounds coming out of your mouth, but I don't know what they mean.
She used to be on Elvis Duran. Carolina Bermudez.
It sounds like
She's pretty
everybody used to be on Elvis Duran at some time. I don't
She's
know.
on KTU now.
Okay.
She's just hot.
I believe you. I've just never heard of her.
Okay.
It's weird, though. It's like becoming part of this job, though. I mean, I remember when they were hiring for the new KISS person that they were like, we want someone with a social following. So if you had, social media followers already, they were like, that was going to help you.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And there's a lot of other jobs that non-related to the entertainment industry that would appreciate it. Like, even I know a realtor. He's trying to build his social following because...
Bartenders.
Bring people in.
Bring people in.
Yes.
I want you to help advertise.
You'd be surprised, like, how important, I guess, it is. I mean, to other people that work, I don't know, I guess... I hate to say the word regular job, but to other people, they would never need it. But certain companies are really looking for that now, some that you wouldn't even expect.
I'd be pissed if I lost a job to John because he's like, oh, I'm sorry, you have...
Who's John?
Just
a guy, okay.
Yeah, like I lost a job because John had, 560 Instagram followers and I had 212. I'm like, all right, that's it.
212.
I did not go through 5 years
What
of college.
job would there possibly be where 500 Instagram followers was really what they were looking for?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we've got to let you go. It's
Yeah.
not
He's
because
got
you're
double the Instagram followers than you.
I think it'd be
500.
more of an extreme case.
I'm
like,
just saying.
Like he
Like having
had...
like 25,000.
If it becomes
Yeah.
a requirement, like, if we're just judging on Instagram followers alone, John's going to get you. His 517 are really going to knock your
I bet
212
you
out
any
of the
money
water.
that happens. I bet certain jobs out there, if somebody's got a huge social presence, I'm sure that gives them the leg up over somebody else, even if that other person might be a little bit more qualified.
But you also constantly have to cultivate that with stuff people continue to like.
Yeah.
Because they'll go away.
You have to know your following, and you have to stick to the script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell this audience wants.
You can't be like a lingerie model and have all these dudes
I know they don't
telling
want
you.
this. I know this discussion is something
They're
they're
not
probably
happy
like,
about it, yeah.
all right, already.
Yeah, I don't
Go
care.
back to talking about Roseanne.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, I find it interesting. I find the age of technology and social media, I find it very fascinating. Just what people click on, what's clickbait, what's stuff that people care about online, what isn't. I don't know.
It's crazy to me. What I care about is very different than what other people are into. Like the stuff that I click on and like the stuff that's aggregated for me through advertising, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like is very different. And what I think is interesting and I put out there is generally like it gets an okay reaction, but it's not what some people get.
Don't you get insulted when your Instagram knows you, like you leave cookies everywhere, and your computer knows you, and you go into Instagram and it's like things you may like. It's always like a queen. It's always something like my Instagram knows that I'm like super gay, so it just has like
mine's
RuPaul's
like
Drag Race, people in underwear, and I'm like,
mine's like camera stuff.
It just thinks I'm such a hoe.
And like equipment and trips.
Alan, I want to see Erica's big, sweet Hungarian boobies in lingerie. Isn't your husband Hungarian?
Yeah, I'm 0% Hungarian.
She's 0% Hungarian.
Put it on Ian. There you go.
Hungarian boobies.
There you go.
That would sell some lingerie.
Well, we've got it all figured out. We're coming for you, Instagram. Okay. Let me break. Come back. You got any final words? You can send them to me via text 35192.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeart.
Hey everybody, welcome to Sign in the DM.
What's up, guys?
I am back on a health kick, trying to be healthier because I put on a bunch of weight, and it was
It's not a bunch. You're still a sliver of what you used to be.
Right, but it's more than I'm comfortable with. I don't like the way I look right now, so I got to get back on it. So
You
I'm
don't have the
right.
fat chin.
I don't have the fat chin.
No double chin.
My face has always stayed pretty, like it goes out, it doesn't go whole. So I've always been thankful for that because like it goes, like I just get chubbier cheeks. But yeah, being in the relationship and then going through the depressing phase of the relationship, I was eating my feelings, but I'm out of it and I'm feeling better. And now I'm exercising and eating right, and hopefully we'll drop some pounds before the comedy tour, which the pre-sale started today, but you might not be watching this on a day when the pre-sale started. So basically, tickets are available now. If you're watching it today, May 3rd, you can get tickets using pre-sale code WMMS.
Ooh, he's got it down pat.
Yeah.
People ask me things like, people ask me the code to the CLE clothing. I don't know. People ask me when they can buy the
Grill.
tickets.
It's
I don't
grill.
know.
Grill.
Like,
because you don't listen to anything that doesn't have to do with you.
No, I do listen, but I can't retain it. Like, I listen in the moment I listen, but I couldn't repeat it back.
Well, you gotta pay.
I have
You
so
gotta
many
lock it
things-
in the vault.
I
Lock it
have
in
so
the
many
vault.
things pacing through.
Get it in the vault. But yeah, see, the thing is, I tried to get to the gym earlier today, but I got my hair cut, so it's nice and trim on the side. The top is still the same
Very
hair,
curly.
still curly. It's just wet because I just got out of the shower. But then Alan talks about how he's not a sweater. I wish I wasn't a sweater. I get going, and then my body just sweats.
It's weird
for 40 minutes.
because some people
and
don't.
there's nothing I can do about it.
Some people don't sweat, but they stink, and some people don't stink, but they sweat.
Yeah, I don't stink. I just sweat.
No,
so.
I'm a stinker. I'm a stinker.
Yeah.
Like like you may see a little dribble around like my little areas around my nipples, but smell my pits. Oh no, it's going down.
Like, for me to get really stinky, I have to not put deodorant on for like 2 days, and then also like be really, really physical. Like, I don't get real smelly, but boy, do I sweat when I work out. And this, even when I was at my like lightest, I was still just as sweaty when I would work out.
Wow.
Just goes and just pouring sweat. So that's and when I was in the Philippines, oh man, it was 90 degrees every day with like 100% humidity. There was like no point of even putting on a dry shirt because it was going to be drenched in sweat within the first like 20 minutes that I was outside.
Dude, how does anybody like enjoy that? When people go on vacation, like you literally have to
Well,
either be shirtless or like in like a little tank top all day because why
Yeah,
would you
and I
want
had
like,
to wear
look good?
layers because I had to wear the special underwear, which is basically like an undershirt, like, and then I had to wear long pants, dress shoes, and then a short sleeve button down shirt. So that's a lot of clothes to have on in 90-degree weather. So
What was the point of the underwear? What significance did that have?
This is how they explain it to us. Basically, they say that because there's no like paid clergy in the Mormon church, and you make these covenants once you go through the temple, promises. It's like the next level of baptism. You wear these underwear as like reminders of those promises that you made. So they got little marks on them. No, man, I know. That's why I gave it up.
Oh
One of
my
the
gosh,
reasons.
I would.
So you got these little marks on them that are supposed to be reminders of your daily life, and they're supposed to protect you from sin or like temptation
See, I
and crap
couldn't
like
do
that. I got my dick sucked in those things.
Exactly. Like I'm too vain for something like that. Like if I would have no motivation to do anything if I wore coveralls like that. Like if I had a ripped hot bod and I wanted to like show it off, or like I have a giant dong and I can't like wear crotch digger pants. I gotta cover it up in that. Like I'm not gonna.
Well, the underwear is just basically boxer briefs.
Because
those are still like snug on your body, and then the shirt's just like a real thin like V-neck undershirt. So
I've seen a couple Mormon guys, and I'm just like, Jesus. I was like, you're hot, and I was like, you'll never. It's just like when you see like a Amish girl, and you think she's hot, she's like all that,
and then they do like a makeover, and then you're like, oh yeah.
It just sucks. Like no,
it was miserable, and it was just so hot over there, so hot. And I didn't enjoy that part of it.
I imagine there's a lot of bugs.
Yeah, there's some bugs. There's some bugs. Not as many mosquitoes as you'd think, but there's a lot of roaches. So roaches were just everywhere. Roaches and rats. Lots of roaches, lots of rats. Go to the Philippines. See how you like it.
Do people vacation in the Philippines?
Some people.
It depends on what part.
A lot of people from Australia will go there because they can get. It's
cheap
like
flights.
because they'll go to like the resort parts of this. Like I was in the concrete jungle. That's not where people go on vacation. But if you go to the resorts or you go to like the proper parts of the city, like where they try and keep, like how East Fort, they always have like the cops there shooing away the homeless people. It's like that. Like they're basically walled off because they want to keep it nice for businessmen coming through. They're like, look at how great our city is.
How long were you there for?
2 years.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. And it was. I would never trade that experience for anything, though, because it gave me so much experience and so much perspective on life.
And you slept in those little huts?
No, we slept in like a regular apartment. We had like a regular apartment. It wasn't a hut.
It wasn't in the hood? Like
No, it was in like the nicer part of town. But like that's the thing. Even in like the nicer part of town, there's still like shacks and shanties like all around you.
You have rent and stuff? Like you had to pay rent?
Well, we didn't pay. Like the church pays it all. And then they like shuffle us around, but we had to pay to go on the mission.
Yeah, so why would you not act out? Like I would totally be bad if it means I got sent home.
It's basically like they use
Or
it as a
were
way
you afraid
to
of your parents shunning you?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was afraid of. But then once you get to a certain point, where you're like, if that's what happens, that's what
You're
happens.
like,
And-
if they don't like me,
and
the way
they
I
did
am,
it
then oh
because
well.
I still live with them. So whatever. Good night. Hey everybody, welcome to Siding in the DMs. I'm Bill Squire. That's Pound Cake. And how you guys doing? We're doing all right. Let me adjust this a little bit so we're not so much wasted space there. There we go. That's better.
Our heads were floating there for a second.
Well, it was just so high up. There's all the space wasted. Anyway, here's what I want to talk about today. I want to call you guys out. I want you guys to be a little more active. We have great listeners. Our fans are incredible. All you guys. I love you all. Even the douchebags. And you know who you are, douchebags. But here's what I need from you guys. A little more activity on the liking and the sharing. That's something that helps us so much if people like our videos and share them and get them out there more.
And it motivates us to do more. Because
absolutely.
As you guys know, Bill takes money out of his own pocket to set this up. And yesterday I was really impressed. I didn't even tell you this, but you were working the screens like not even with the split screen. Like you were.
Yeah, I was tapping. I was mixing the show.
How you focus
live.
on something like that?
It's just a matter of just being able to multitask.
That's your ADD.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yeah, I know. And then it kind of works out in a way because like it's such a passive thing to do because I'm just hitting the different screens that it doesn't take a lot of my brain. It almost occupies that fidgety part of my brain.
Yeah, because I was taking a poop and I was watching back. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I didn't realize it wasn't split screen, and I'm like, oh, so you were just like literally sliding back and forth what they do on the morning show. So
yeah, but they pay a guy to do that, and I was doing it.
I know.
And conversing still.
That's like Dieter, working the screens like if it was a co-host.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, the more you guys like the videos, the more you share, the more feedback you give me, the more. And I'm talking about constructive feedback. Don't just be like, oh, you're a douche. Like yesterday, the sound wasn't working. Just tell me the sound's not working. Don't start like typing in all caps. Oh, the sound's not working. I have no tolerance for people that don't have etiquette at all. So if you come at the live stream or you come at the show with anything that I perceive as douchey or just annoying, I'm just gonna block you because I don't got time to deal with it. I'm not gonna deal with the whiny babies that try to end up hijacking like the chat and make like I like watching the chat and seeing what you guys talk about. I'll check it during the breaks and stuff.
I love the sub conversations.
And they're great, and that's what I want. I want like you guys to be involved, to go off in your own tangents, and it's funny and that's enjoyable for
WMMS Buzzard Radio, an iHeart radio station. Ask Alexa to play WMMS on iHeart Radio.
Now back to the Alan Cox Show.
I don't know what that means, to play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah. Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. Well, no.
We'll do it live. F it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Right.
F***ing thing sucks.
Okay, that's it. Thanks very much for hanging out today. We'll reconvene with you tomorrow, 3 o'clock, for a Thursday. Anything you want to throw in before we split, William?
July 21st, I'm doing a show called StandUpTogetherOhio.com. It's for a great cause. You can go to that website, StandUpTogetherOhio.com, and see all the details, get tickets, buy raffle tickets, register to win a Ford Mustang from Ganley, and then follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bill Squire.
Hashtag Yeti's butt.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yes.
Because I probably bored people to tears with the hashtag talk, I won't even plug my social media.
You've come this far.
You can
Might
find
as well
me.
get there.
You just find me somewhere.
Okay. Pound Cake.
I'm a plug. Radio Cody B on Twitter.
Got nothing to
Instagram.
lose.
Yeah, I need to get up to 10K. Everyone else is at least 10K. Can you help me to get 10K? Radio Cody B on Twitter and Instagram, please.
We got to give him a reason to follow you.
Me?
No, beyond that. You. What are you doing?
Find out this weekend at Pride.
All right, so start following him this weekend,
No,
then
follow me
unfollow
now.
him on Monday.
No.
What are you going to give him tonight to get you to follow him?
I'll do funny little jokes on my way to dinner.
See, I just post pictures of my wife, and I get 10,000 likes. Yeah, of course.
Well, that's easy if you have a wife.
Nothing easy about that. All right, listen, you'll find me out there at Alan Cox Show. You can listen or watch today's show. We archive the live stream and, of course, podcast at alancoxshow.com. Podcast up top of the show site, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all that at the bottom. Alan Cox Show 24/7 channel on the free iHeartRadio app. You can listen anytime. If you listen to the show on iTunes, you can rate the show there. After Hours email is just alan@alancoxshow.com. The After Hours hotline is 216-986-8903 for anything you didn't get through during the show. And that's it. The Corey Roddick Experience after 7 o'clock. Thanks for hanging out. We'll talk to you again tomorrow, and I will see you in hell.
And now I must leave you as the Brady Bunch is on, and I find 4 of those